Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let me start the intro again. It's gotta be official. Here we go. Yeah, yo, we're back, folks. Now you could hear Batman and Shinobi. My bad. I don't know what the fuck happened,
Yo,
but
yo, yo. We back
we're
with
Yo,
it.
back.
yo, yo.
We got plenty to talk about, by the way. If you're in the Discord, man, all I gotta say is go to, some shit went down. You know, some shit went down.
Yes,
I didn't even ask
sir.
for it, but hey, that bitch knows who he is. Thanks for the entertainment. That's all I'll say about that. You did me a
Literally.
favor. I appreciate it. And I don't. You do whatever the fuck I tell you to do. But let's move. Let's move past that. Let's move past that. But as far as
Same for me, bitch boy loco.
yeah. But by the way, folks, make sure to hit the. I gotta pull it up again. Give me a second. Make sure to hit the soundboard. Hit the goddamn
Yes,
like button if you
sir.
haven't already. It's really appreciated. Get the likes up. I'm gonna put in the chat too. Hit the like
Come on, man.
button.
Show some love.
Get stuff in the algorithm. You know, we really appreciate it. I'm gonna pin that shit too. But there's plenty to talk about. So a big thing happened in the community. What's going on, Raspberry and Happy Bar? What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
Six, you know, the goat, one of the goats of the community, got into some conflict with this guy named Kinglion from TikTok.
He had his
It was
own Kendrick and Drake shit.
Yeah, this is basically like Kendrick and Drake type shit, except that Kinglion is neither Drake nor Kendrick, and Six would be like Kendrick, I guess, because he low-key
Basically.
won that shit. But yeah, it was strange because this all started over is Naruto Planetary. The answer to that is obvious, by the way. And instead of attacking the argument Six made, the guy just got personal with Six on some weird shit, and then it went from there. It escalated. Apparently they're talking now, so I guess that's cool. They're cool. I don't know if they're like friendly, but they're cool at least. That guy's just strange to me. Like, yeah, I like Seth is weird, and that's what basically what he brought up. But Six, Six is his own man, and he cut him off. When he found out
Exactly.
about that shit, he cut that shit off. So Six is our
Yeah.
guy. We're not close to Six, but he's our guy, and that shit's weird. So I went on his TikTok. I was like, bruh, you're tripping about that. And then he fucking banned me from his live. I was like, well, fuck you too. So, yeah, he's tripping. Six, if they did debate, Six would slam that dude, no cap. It'd be easy for him. That guy cannot debate for shit. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. Now, but as far as the TikTok scaling community, this is the problem. And I think Six made a good point, by the way. This is a point that he brought up. He said, with the amount of time that you have to post a video on TikTok, I think the max is 10 minutes these days. That's not enough time to get your point across in like an efficient manner. You don't get much done in a minute, especially which most anime content creators on TikTok, they post small snippets like a minute, minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. There's not much premise you can sort of iterate in that amount of time anyway, right? So there's only so much you could say, and it's sort of a more superficial rundown of scaling, etc. So because of that, the fans of anime TikTok, again, no hate, they're not able to, I guess, be educated as much as they would be as if they were to watch like a TG video, which is like 50 minutes long. It's more thorough, formative. So that's the problem with TikTok scaling community. Now, am I saying it shouldn't happen? No, I think there is a space for it, especially for things that don't take long to talk about. Because honestly, Naruto being planetary does not take long to talk about. It's a very clear answer to that question, which obviously the answer is yes. He's been Naruto versus been planetary since the end of the war arc. It's been a long time since it's been planetary. All of Boruto has been
Yeah.
planetary. And I heard some of the arguments against it. All appeal to ignorance, especially that King Lion guy. Horrible argumentation. Like just because you don't see a planet get blown up does not prove that the person is not planetary. It's an appeal to ignorance. One of the oldest fallacious arguments I've heard since the beginning of my introduction into the community. So TikTok community is a little strange. They do. I'm not gonna lie. On both sides, both the YouTube content creation side and the TikTok, they both have like they're both tribal about it. Obviously, their own respective platforms, but the truth is, with YouTube, you can make longer form content, give more thorough scaling, more thorough premises, and you can get more in depth and be more concise as opposed to 1 minute, 2 minutes where you can't really say much of anything anyway. Like I
Yeah.
said, there is a avenue for TikTok. I see it as a sort of tool to bring people into your longer form content. Like drop a little
Exactly.
clip. It's not meant for like, oh, I'm gonna give you a lecture in a minute. That's not even possible, especially with some of the complex scaling with some characters. It's just not possible. No matter how good of a scale you are, it has nothing to do with skill anyway. It's just the amount of time you're permitted to speak is not sufficient. But
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. I think
yeah,
like you're saying, I think TikTok is a good like gateway or door rather for like
yeah,
people to be intrigued at least because at least nowadays like shorter media is something that's very easily accessible and like it intrigues people because it doesn't take too much of your time to digest, right?
exactly.
But it's
Yeah,
because of that like it might intrigue you to learn more. Naruto, it's a long series. There's a lot of information to digest, and so it might encourage people to like learn more about it. And I think that's great, for forums.
exactly.
And there's also a
Uh,
similar dichotomy when like, we hear all the time like interviews with like Piers Morgan or like other notable figures, right? And they only have so much time to talk about topics that are very controversial and like wide breathed. But because they're on like a limited time window, they can only
yeah,
discuss so much. But at
exactly.
least people who are watching it are now intrigued and are encouraged to learn about it on their own time.
Yeah,
So, you
exactly.
know,
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like a network station. Like usually a producer tells you got 5 minutes. Like within that time frame, you got to get it done. But on YouTube, you have less administrative oversight as far as that's concerned. You kind of set the tone as far as a creator is.
absolutely.
So that's why I see it as the superior platform for content. When it comes to immediate gratification content, TikTok obviously takes the prize on that one. But overall, I'd say YouTube, especially it implemented its own immediate gratification paradigm with Shorts. So it's in a way it's doing its own
Yeah,
thing there as well.
absolutely.
Yeah. So it was just a strange occurrence. Six handled it well. He didn't really. I mean, he came at him because he deserved it. The guy was like coming at him personally. After a while, he did. The guy deserved it at that point. They did talk it out. Six handled it well, much more grace than the other guy did. I tell you that. So it was just really bizarre. It's really bizarre that dude was just bizarre. Looking at his TikTok, that's his first instinct. He doesn't really attack premises. He just attacks your character. I've seen him attack multiple people, not just
It's a
six.
red
So
flag. That
yeah,
means
it's a
they're
red flag. It
emotional. They
shows
can't think
honestly
logic. They're not
exactly
mature.
like your instinctual default mode is to attack the person because you're unable to attack the argument. Basically, it's basically what it is. That King Lion guy is weird. I just gotta say that. How's your day going? What's going on stage? What's going on Seal? What happened in the last attempt? What do you mean? Oh, you mean with the stream? The fucking audio's was tripping. Those comments in King Lion video were literally killing my brain cells. Dude, people were flaming his ass on his own TikTok. Like, dude, you're tripping. Debate 6. Like, bro, that guy was tripping. Like, on some weird shit. Um, but yeah, I mean, feel free to ask any questions about that, folks. Anything at all. I think I'm gonna make a Naruto Planetary video myself. I think it's the right time for it. Maybe the next week or so, I can get that done. Just to kind of like set at least from my side, set the record clear. Where
No, I
Naruto
didn't.
scales. So.
I haven't heard of this King Lion's take per se, but do you guys actually feel like he's being genuine in his
Uh,
statements,
I think
or
he's
do you think he's just
naive.
doing this to
I
talk
don't.
about?
I don't know anything about it,
Yeah,
so I
I
can't.
think
Okay,
I think he does think he's right, but I think he's naive when it comes to how to logic. He doesn't know how to properly utilize logic
so
or
he's
like
just
yeah,
okay. He's
he's
just
like a
genuinely just like
naive.
not
Yeah.
conscientious of everything that's
Yeah, like
entailed in Naruto per
even
se.
with like
Okay,
the six and like even with the personal stuff, I don't think he was being malicious towards six. I think he was only going based off what he's heard. To be honest, I don't think he actually wanted like to destroy Six's career on some noodle shit. I think he's
yeah,
legitimately like ignorant as far as like what happened with the Seth shit. And even Six said that shit. He's like, I don't think he's malicious. I think he's just dumb. Like, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Which I agreed. If you listen to him, he just seems like he's naive to that. $5 in Kedrick. Appreciate that, brother. What's going on, by the way, Goat?
the
Appreciate
goat.
that. Let me put that on the screen right quick. Do you think Goku would let Cell achieve his perfect form like Vegeta did? That's something in character he would allow. He likes to.
Yeah, I mean he gave Cell a sensu bean, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
he would certain if his life would have permitted him, if he didn't lose his life, he probably would have allowed it. Yeah, he probably would have allowed it.
yeah, I
He's
could see
known for
that.
yeah, he's just known for doing that historically. I mean, he like Shinobi said, he gave him a sensu bean. So it's like he's known for doing such things, for being too chivalrous, to be honest, sometimes with enemies that wouldn't give him the same courtesy. So certainly something he would
Yeah.
probably do.
It's
Yeah.
almost ironic, right? Because chivalry is meant to be like considerate of others, but it's like, dude, you're being detrimental
Yeah,
towards the whole fucking planet, dude.
yeah,
So it's just
dude,
like,
it's
I don't know, it's
crazy.
just hilarious, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Goku's just too chivalrous, man. It like cost him his life sometimes, literally. But
facts.
yeah, he definitely would have let him. Vegeta's just prideful. I think he thought he could take on Cell or some shit. But one comment literally said guns could solo Narutoverse. That was it. I'm tripping with that shit, man.
That's hilarious.
Noodles and local calling Batman a pedo for telling a minor that he thinks fictional. Oh yeah, that shit that happened yesterday. Yeah, so for the people that don't know, by the way, me and Batman have posted like the main parts of that yesterday. I'll just keep it,
Yep.
unless people ask more questions, I'll keep it short. Noodles punk ass came in my shit, looking for my attention and caressing my nutsack and wanting my attention. And then someone told Loco, and then he started going at it with Batman. And then I packed fucking Noodles for like 20 minutes straight. He almost started crying. And then he said he had to go take a breath and
Jay
rehydrate.
packed me as well. He's about to say my name. He packed me as well. It was
Yeah.
rough. I got
Yeah.
that Superman treatment, you know.
And then Loco came in on some weird shit. Like me and Loco are cool, but the shit he was saying, like, bro, chill out with that. So we settled that. Well, we didn't really settle it, but yeah, they had their packing
It was
session.
it was at a mutual understanding at the very least.
Yeah, it
Left
was
off
at
on a
least
cliffhanger.
yeah, cliffhanger, and him and Batman had their own packing. Again, that's on Batman's channel if you want to see that. They're packing each other. So yeah, it was a shit show. It was a shit show. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed making Noodles cry again. But yeah, overall, like I said, this year, just for some reason, beef is just in the air. It really is. Like I didn't even mean for that to happen. It's just really strange. It's really, really strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. 1 sec.
All right, $2 from Kendrick. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate the other dono. Definitely deserves one of these. I didn't get to hear your take on Jake versus Tyson. I'm glad you brought that up because I actually had some takes in general on boxing. So as far as Jake versus Tyson, obviously the experience and the skill goes to Tyson. That's very obvious. However, the age and the decline and just overall physical ability is going to be there for Tyson. It's inevitable no matter how talented you are. When you're 16 years old, you're not the same man you were when you were 20, 30. So that's definitely detrimental to him in this fight. Whether we want to admit that or not, I love Tyson. I want him to win, but the reality is he's well past his prime, and Jake is an okay fighter. Is he world class? No, but he's a good fighter. He has legit power and legit speed for someone that just started in the sport. The reality is, I think Jake will probably beat Tyson, not because Tyson lacks the skill, or the experience, or the heart. It's just because of the age. And by the way, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Tyson beats him. But yeah, that'd probably be my take on that. It's unfortunate, but he's
Yeah,
60 years
I
old.
mean, honestly, like the bias in me obviously is rooting for Tyson. Like
Yeah.
I would love to see him win. Like, not just be like another fucking, I guess, like publicity stunt for Jake and like his like following and all this shit. Cause like I think most of us in the community want to like see Jake fight like an actual like contender, perhaps
Exactly.
outside of Tommy Fury, who he is like competent for sure, but he's not like a real. I don't know. Like I don't see him winning a world championship anytime soon.
Oh yeah,
per
absolutely
se.
not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So
he I don't know.
He could even beat Tommy Fury, who's a guy that's in his prime, who's not nearly world class himself. So like,
and no one wants to hear Mike Tyson lose to a YouTuber too, bro.
Yeah,
That's just bad looks, bro, for his legacy. Like,
yeah.
But he's old as fuck. It's just
he's
like
old.
It sucks, man.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's definitely unfortunate because the guy that was like remotely legitimate and as far as boxing was Tommy Fury, and he lost to Tommy Fury. Yeah, if he were to fight a legit 185er or a world class like cruiserweight, he'd get smashed, obviously. But Jake is smart marketing wise. Tyson will bring in money. It is going to be streamed on Netflix apparently. So it's like as long as you have a subscription, you're set. That's going to bring in millions of eyeballs, millions, because many people.
Dude.
Yeah, that's going to make stacks for him and Tyson. I'm glad Tyson's getting a payday. So yeah, I'm going to watch. I'm a hardcore fan. I'm a hardcore fan. I watch basically anything as far as fighting. So yeah. Heavy Sasuke Scanlan at KCM1 versus Kakuzu being stronger than Pain in terms of how stupid and ratty the agenda is. Honestly, the Kakuzu versus Pain shit is more ratty. Heavy Sasuke doesn't scale to KCM1, but it's less ratty in my opinion than fucking Kakuzu beating Pain. That's just atrocious.
I
Like,
agree that there's
yeah.
leagues to this shit, bro. Like they're not
Leagues.
even
Yeah,
like, come on,
exactly.
bro. Like,
There's certainly like levels to the ridiculousness of some of these claims. The Kakuzu shit is the dumbest one. It definitely is.
facts.
Yeah, I just honestly dislike pedo being thrown around the community for no reason on all sides. I don't think Batman or Loco are pedo. Yeah, neither one of them are. Neither one of them are. Loco or Batman. That's true.
Yeah, it shouldn't be
I've
thrown around so
facts.
nonchalantly. You just don't call someone like that without actual like evidence, right? Like
Yeah, you can't do
you're
that
just
shit,
hating
man.
to hate, and you look
Facts.
stupid for saying shit like that too, bro. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck, man?
that's fucking
Yeah,
weird, and I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with that at all. I have family members that have been victims of that. I don't play that shit, and it shouldn't be thrown around lightly. I agree, bro. I
thank
even
you,
said like,
thank you.
yeah, I
Yeah,
even like with Noodles. He's the one that first started it, and obviously I have ammo against him. We all know who he affiliates with, so it's not hard. But I agree. You shouldn't throw that shit around. I agree. Shouldn't throw that word around.
mm-hmm.
That's like serious shit, bro. The argument in the Discord is crazy. What was that about? Um, Noodles came in running his mouth, and I sunned him. Basically, what happened. He almost started
Yeah,
crying.
just came in the server, started talking shit for no reason, just want to start drama, and it's like, brother,
Yeah.
we don't got time for that, brother.
He's
Like
like,
we're
bro, no
actually
one has
living our
time for you.
lives,
He's like,
being
yeah.
productive.
He's such a like
You're sitting in
pathetic
your
idiot.
house, being a loser, eating
Yeah,
Cheetos and talking shit.
pathetic
Like,
loser, like wasting my time.
pathetic.
It's
Yeah.
sad. No Batman tonight. No, he's here. He's busy right now though. What were the accusations anyway? I'm not gonna get into it on here because it's like fucking sensitive shit. Just join the Discord and like someone will tell you. I don't want to talk about that shit. Noodle's been calling Batman a P for the Stefan shit for a long time. The what? Stefan shit? Loco's just leeching off Noodles. Hey, apparently though, Loco said he's not gonna affiliate with Noodles. Apparently, someone said that he said that. If that's true, I'll give him his props when that's done. If he
You
does
should
cut
be
off
calling
Noodles.
Surf on that, if anything, bro. Not fucking Batman.
Fucking surf
Like,
on.
hello.
It's a fucking loser.
What are we doing? Yeah.
What's going on, Prod? What's going on, bud? Will you ever post a VC recording? It's on the Clips channel. Go to the description, click new channel, click the Clip channel. It's right there. I just posted it a couple hours ago. Me slamming Noodles for like 20 minutes. It was fun. That's the worst I've
Just
seen him get
slamming
slammed.
him.
Yeah, that was the worst I've seen him get slammed since Arrow, to be honest.
What was it about though? Was it like a pseudo debate? Was it just like bullshit? Like, what
Arrow
was
and
the
Noodles was, I think there's two videos. There's the Surfbone debate where he slammed Noodles about what Surfbone did, and the other one was just him flaming Noodles, and Noodles rage quit.
Oh,
Noodles,
lovely.
like, yeah, he slammed it. He slammed it so bad. He kept basically the shit I said to him, he said to him about his girl and all that shit. So, yeah, but yeah, folks, any questions? Stefan's the minor Batman called Tsunade hot too during DMs, isn't he? Oh, the person you're talking about? I'm not gonna mention him because he wants to stay neutral, but that's not his name. Somebody else. I'm not gonna bring him in because he doesn't. He made it clear he's neutral, so I won't bring up his name. And I'm cool with him too. So.
You been
Yeah,
watching the playoffs at all by chance?
oh, dude, yeah, I've been loving. I'm glad there's this new, like,
Yeah.
new names like Anthony Edwards. The Pacers. I did not expect the Pacers to make it this far at all.
Big
I did
facts.
not expect
Even
that.
the Knicks.
Even the Knicks,
You
yeah,
know?
I did not expect that to get that far. Boston, I kind of expected. They played well the whole
Oh,
season.
of course.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Timberwolves, I expected them to make a run, but not this deep. I didn't expect them to beat Denver. Yeah,
if you
did
asked
not.
me in the beginning of the year, I would have never said the Timberwolves.
Yeah,
I'm
hell
sorry,
no.
no hate, bro.
Yeah,
No
no hate.
hate,
Yeah,
dog.
I like Anthony
But
Edwards. I think he's dope, but yeah, I did not expect him to make it that far. To beat Denver is impressive. So I give him
yeah, that's
that.
what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
it's sad that they've lost 2 games in a row now to the Mavericks, and that's
Dude,
kind of like out of left field for me too, bro. The
right,
Mavericks, like,
yeah.
no hate again, but like they're not like the Celtics in terms of like stacked team.
Facts.
You know what I
They only
mean?
have Doncic
Like,
and Kyrie.
exactly. And they're
I
fucking whipping the Timberwolves that beat the champions last year. So it's like, what the hell's
facts.
going on?
It's like
You
they're starting
know?
to click late in the season. Yeah, like the Mavericks were like decent the whole season, but now they're starting to click or something. It's crazy. Like I
2
guess
games away from being in the
ideally,
finals.
yeah,
Yeah.
ideally I'd want to see in the finals Boston versus. I feel like Boston versus the
Tim's, bro.
Timberwolves. Yeah,
Facts.
exactly, bro. I feel like that would be two
Absolutely.
young teams that could possibly become dynasties. You know, to keep going at it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Jaylen Brown's like probably the number 1 option on Celtics, as weird as that
Yeah.
is to say nowadays with Tatum, but like it's just
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
pretty
how it
close.
is with the playoffs
Yeah,
so far.
I agree. Yeah.
But yeah, that would be
He's-
great for finals for sure.
Yeah,
Those two
definitely.
teams.
It's about time we get some like new, some new talent. We kept seeing dynasties for the last like 10 years. Cavs,
Oh,
fucking
bro.
Warriors. Like, yeah, it's time.
Yeah,
It's time
I
to
thought
move
the
on.
Suns would do so much better
Dude, the
too.
Suns were disappointing, dude. I mean, it's kind of sad. I think we talked about this like a couple streams ago, how like the end of an era, like all the top guys got kicked out in the first round. LeBron,
Yeah,
Durant,
Steph.
Curry. Yeah, I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, everything comes to an end. All great things come to an end. So I mean, it is what it is. But
Even Dame and
Dame, yeah,
Giannis,
I thought they
they
were
didn't
gonna
do
make a
well at
run.
all.
Yeah,
It
I
was
thought
out
they were
real
gonna make a
quick,
run.
G.
I was like,
You know what I mean?
you got a two like top 5 point guard and a top 5 fucking center. I thought they were gonna make a
Oh,
run.
minimum.
Minimum. I was being like lowballing them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts, dude.
It's like, bro,
So,
I thought
it's been a wild year, man. It
yeah,
really
it's been a
has
hell of a
been,
year,
dude.
man. Like just in general, this year's has been crazy. Like, dude, I
Yeah.
feel like it's been a fun
Agreed.
year, just filled with conflict though. Honestly.
It's fun though, I guess.
It is fun,
entertaining.
yeah. It is definitely fun.
Yeah.
How did Noodles and Loco even get the access to screenshots of that convo? Didn't Batman talk to the via DMs? I don't know how they got ahead of
What?
all of that shit. I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea, bro.
Noodles is a fucking loser. I don't give a shit about that loser.
He just bleaches all the
yeah.
time, man.
It's funny how after getting cucked by fucking Seth on Keemstar, he's friends with him again and talking about trying to be on the moral high ground like that. I'm like, bro, you're a fucking joke. But yeah, folks, any questions at all, feel free. It could be about Naruto's planetary stuff. It could be about JJK, aka spoiler alert, Gojo is back, but with an asterisk. He's not actually back. Yuta is inside his body, utilizing.
Still a
Gojo's
possibility
body.
he could come back. Still a possibility.
There's a possibility though.
Maybe,
I'm praying.
Maybe.
To me, it's never Gojo over. Never. I don't give a damn. So it's never over until the day the manga ends. It's never over. Never.
Sorry for dipping early. I'm in the process of cooking shit and whatnot. So.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, it's Utah? That's interesting,
Yeah, bro.
dude.
I can't like.
Wow.
That was fucking left field, bro.
I didn't even know he could do that shit. Motherfucker's pulling in a Orochimaru, bro.
People are saying
motherfucker's like, I need Itachi's body.
People are saying, what if Gojo pulls a Toji somehow and like Yuta's no longer in his body and he gets like resurrected like Toji did, some shit? That'd be crazy.
Well, it's possible Gojo could override Yuta if he wanted to, and the reason why I'll say this is because they did a similar thing that we saw with that one dude that summons all the creatures, and he was like crying and shit, and even trying to. Yeah, he was crying and shit, even trying to resist what they were trying to make him do, like, because whatever that thing that was controlling his body when he was talking to Gojo and shit.
Yeah.
So if it's like any regard of similarity to that, or if there's anything remotely that like correlates to willpower of its own, or just just to take control over the body, that could potentially happen because there's that too. At the end of the day, he's using Gojo's fucking body. You know what I mean? So anything's possible. You know what I mean? So like, what if it's like regeneration and bam, now he can override like. The author could go about it in many ways.
So many ways. I mean, no one expected this. So but he could literally do anything right now. Like literally do anything he wants. Six is so pissed at YouTube reveal that he's making a JJK slander video.
Oh my god!
I saw Six was pissed about that shit. He's like, "Fuck this." Are people claiming Naruto is in Planetary? On TikTok they are. The Kinglion dude and like a bunch of people. I'm gonna make a video myself on that shit. I think
it's fair. Like I feel like lowball. At least with my knowledge, I could be wrong. I would have to do more homework. I think Jay knows about this more than me, though. Like if it's like a low ball, from what I know, I feel like it's understandable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if it's like the worst interpretation, you could argue below Planetary.
I wouldn't say below. I would say at least definitely Planetary.
Yeah, you'd have to like really. Yeah, you'd have to give the benefit of the doubt to nothing.
Because like, basically. Bro, they were like the Naruto in the last, where mind you, that's like even weaker Naruto that we see in Boruto when he's Hokage. That motherfucker was like destroying the moon casually and shit. And fucking, we're going from outer space to the fucking Earth, like all kinds of fucking planetary shit, bro. Like, and just casually, they weren't even like going all out, like
definitely tripping. Toji's a different breed. Don't compare him to that trash ass Gojo. Hey, Toji's a dog, man. You gotta give him that. He's a dog.
Yeah, come on, bro. He's a goat in his own right, dude.
Yeah, Toji is a dog. Gojo's my
yeah.
guy,
I'll
though.
say what I'll say for Boruto, like you could at least say solar system at best. You know what I mean, there's
Yeah.
enough evidence to say that. You know what I mean?
Oh
So,
yeah, for sure. Especially now with how strong these people are.
exactly.
But yeah, folks, any questions at all? Feel free to ask about fucking sports, the beef, whatever you guys want to ask.
Yes,
Feel free.
sir.
Controversies, anything,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah, anything at all. Conspiracy theories. I know there was one guy that wanted to talk like conspiracy theories or some shit. I feel like free to ask about
Oh yeah,
that. Whatever you guys want.
9/11s.
Oh yeah, that weird
Mm.
shit. Yeah. Apparently, fucking one of the new Call of Duties is gonna have 9/11 as a playable mission or some shit. 9/11 event. I'm like, what the fuck? But it's interesting.
That is yeah.
Wonder how that's gonna play out. Like, you're gonna be in the building while it's collapsing or some shit, and like fighting off fucking Taliban. I don't know. We'll see how that shit goes.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird, man. Honestly, yeah,
that's
to
kinda
make something
weird.
out of that. Yeah.
Have you ever read any Chinese cultivation novels? Those characters are really powerful too. Chinese cultivation novels? No, I don't think I'm familiar.
Can't say I have. No, yeah.
By the way, folks, make sure to hit for those that came in, hit the like button. It's greatly appreciated. Just
Yes,
shoot up the
sir.
likes. Best quarterback in the NFL currently besides Patrick? Probably Lamar.
Ooh.
Either him or either him, perhaps
Hurts is
Josh.
really good. He's got a lot of potential, honestly.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
Josh
agree.
Allen.
I think he has a
course,
potential.
yeah.
I think Hurts has a potential. Like, is he there now? Not yet, but I think he has a
Agree.
potential. Yeah, I think it's either Lamar or
Yeah.
Josh. Besides, obviously besides Patrick, Lamar or Josh are
Mhm.
probably the best. They both have. Lamar is obviously more mobile. Josh has a better arm than Lamar. I mean, Lamar has a good arm too, but Josh can like throw
Wasn't
the.
Lamar MVP last year?
Yeah, he was
Like for
MVP.
regular season?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that says
deserved
a
it.
lot right
He
there.
definitely deserved
Yeah.
it. He killed it.
Yeah. He's like a fucking what's this from the Eagles? I'm
Mike.
forgetting the guy who with the Mike Vick. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's low key like Mike Vick
Bro,
with the mobility, but he's got a
low
fucking
key?
arm though too, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro. Low key, he might be more
man.
mobile than Mike. Low key. Yeah, he
No,
can.
I
He
feel
could.
on that.
He could fly. I mean,
Yeah.
Mike could fly too, though. Mike could fly when he was with the Eagles.
Fucking
that,
savage,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah, he was a dog. He was a dog. It's too fucking bad.
He literally was a dog, though.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, because
Yeah, bro.
I saw a YouTube short with a ton of people saying Psycho Richo from One Punch Man stops Madara because of the continental feet cutting the earth. Madara? I mean, Madara, if you highball him, I'm not talking about Jubidara, but if you highball EMS Madara, he's like maybe multi-continental if you highball him.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I could see that.
I think like an extreme fucking high ball is like if you take the statement literal where his Susanoo sword could like fucking destroy a universe, but that's
yeah.
fucking cap.
Or the Sharingan.
Facts. The Sharingan sees all things in the
or the
universe.
Shotgun, they can see the universe,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and know everything.
Jubidara is definitely above continental, but yeah, EMS Madara, you could argue. You could argue it. How
Yeah,
competitive
like
do you
Jubi
think?
Madara, you could say he's at least bare minimum planetary level. You know,
Yeah, I think
what's
Planetary.
called like the problem with the war people, we don't have really feats. It's mainly statements you can only really go off.
Yeah.
But basically, you know, since they're basically like alien fucking beings at that point, because they're getting alien fucking amps and shit. At that point, it's definitely feasible and possible to at least get them either below planetary or at least at planetary, because there's tons
Yeah.
of statements.
You put the whole planet underneath the Genju too.
That too,
Okay,
exactly.
yeah, that
Like
too.
the entire fucking planet. That is
That's kind of a
absolutely
feat.
And
Yeah.
that is with the fucking tree, to be
Yeah.
fair, and the moon, but yeah.
Yeah. How competitive do you think Frank Martin versus Tank will be? Here's what I'll say about Frank. People don't know how good he really is. Do I think
Yeah.
he's better than Tank? Skill for skill, no. I do think his power will be a problem, and his size. He is bigger than Tank, but I think Tank is more, still more skilled. Like I said, he's more skilled. He has his own power as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's another thing I forgot to mention. I'd say Kaguya is definitely planetary though.
Oh,
She
she's
could do
way
it.
above planetary. Yeah.
Yeah, if she does like her fucking that one orb thing where it like keeps expanding, that would destroy the entire planet.
Yeah.
What's it called? And then like Naruto, he could potentially do it because he wasn't going all out against Sasuke. While Sasuke, we actually get to see his limits. He went all out against Naruto, yet at best with double that amount of explosion in AP and destructive capacity. It basically like just did like probably like a I wouldn't. Would you count that as multi-con? Yeah, you can probably say, but it was clearly not planetary. Is what I'm getting at. When they had their final fucking Indra's arrow and that fucking Sage Mode avatar Biju Bomb Rising Shuriken, another Biju Bomb Rising Shuriken, like that was blatantly not planetary. If it was, everybody would have fucking died. So
Yeah. Let's see. War Kakashi versus Sika Orochimaru. War Kakashi versus Sika
Dude.
Oh,
Orochimaru.
War Kakashi
War
slams that
Kakashi.
What are
motherfucker.
we?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Come
Like,
on,
the one-
G.
Bro, Kamui is what it does.
Disrespected.
It's just Kamui. Like that's the problem with Orochimaru and those motherfuckers around that tier. MS abilities is literally their kryptonite. He doesn't even have to move. Like arguing the scaling for Kakashi to a Sonic, that's contentious. I won't get into that. But the problem is that MS ability. That's fucking. It's just absolutely cracked, especially with the work feats that he does have with Kamui. And that's like not even including the Kurama chakra. I'm not counting that. It's pretty fucking insane.
Yeah.
So like, and we know blatantly the MS is like just shits on soning people.
Basically, you
So,
could say is that Sika Orochimaru struggled with Four Tail Naruto. War Kakashi was like having competitive, like I guess, altercation with V2 Jinchurikis, which I would say are at least above Four Tail Naruto, at the very least.
it was
Yeah.
all
Classification.
it was all the
Yeah.
V2 Jinchurikis. I forgot which ones he was fighting against.
I think it was.
What's it called?
Specifically, I think it was the Seven Tails.
Was it one of them the
Fu?
Three Tails? And then the other one was up. Like it was one that was above Four Tails, and there was one that was Three Tails. But either way, it doesn't matter. He's fighting in the fucking V2 and shit. So there was that. That's pretty
And they're
impressive.
amped. Yeah.
Yeah. What's it called? So like, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, Obito's also like amping them and shit with his chakra too. So like overall, it just unfortunately it just looks better, for Kakashi. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
you could argue that Four Tails Naruto is still above those V2s. Like, I wouldn't blame you if you tried to go that route.
You could argue.
And,
you could.
Yeah, and especially with Obito, we know he's like getting extremely fatigued. So there's only like how much power can he really put into them? That too. But at the end of the day, what's it called? Like, that's about it. Because again, the Nine Tails is just insane. It has.
Yeah.
I think Pain Art Kakashi versus Sika Orochimaru would be more of a
It's more of a
discussion to be
conversation.
had.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Shouldn't Madara be planetary since he beat Kurama? I think that statement about him burning the world to ash is hyperbolic, in my opinion. As far as Kurama, I don't think he'd literally do that. But
yeah, like if Kurama like did like the biggest fucking Biju bomb, yeah, it's gonna fuck up some shit on the planet, but it's not gonna like immediately blow it up. I don't think it would do that.
yeah, if
no.
Sage Mode Naruto can
I
tame
think-
him, then I don't think he's planetary.
He might have enough chakra to like constantly throw out DC obviously, right? Like he might have enough over time.
And then do it, yeah.
Yeah, that makes
know
more
what I mean?
sense. But like a one-shot
He
kill,
has a
I
shit
don't
ton
think
of
so.
chakra.
Yeah, but a one shot, no, there's no way.
Yeah,
no.
They were saying
Because think about
Jubidara.
it this way: if Kurama like actually had that power, he would have done that before he was captured by Madara or Hachimon. He would have just been like, you know what, fuck this. If I'm going down, you're all going down with me. And he would
Facts.
just blow up the planet.
Just blow up the
I
planet.
can totally see that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
were saying Jubidara loses a Continental. Nah, he wouldn't lose a Continental. No, he's above that.
Jubidara? That's
Yeah, no.
crazy.
No,
bro.
he's
How-
above Continental.
How val do you think the Dagon domain expansion scaling is for JJK? I don't think I'm familiar with like the exact argument. With Dagon, I don't really even think about. Is Mangekyo a bigger boost than Sage Mode? Mangekyo a bigger boost than Sage Mode?
In what context though?
Oh yeah, because that's important. Because the problem.
So
here's the issue. Like when it comes to the MS, we know it's like a pretty big boost in like visual chakra, and obviously amplifying like the Susanoo even further as well. Like the Susanoo gets stronger and stronger. So if you go along that route, then I would say MS. Cause it's like a shit ton of fucking amps upon amps for the Susanoo. But if you're referring to as like a physical body amp, definitely Sage One hands down. Objectively, that what we see.
Yeah, context certainly matters. If
Absolutely.
it's the overall general boost, I mean, we saw Taka Sasuke struggle with casual base B, and when he got his MS, he was like swapping. He was able to compete with V1 Raikage. That's a huge amp, to be honest.
He had to turn his MS on to fucking Genjutsu him.
Yeah, I think Mangekyo overall is probably the bigger boost. Obviously,
what about
physically.
in precog or like sensory capabilities? Which one do you guys think of? I think they're kind of synonymous to some
Yeah,
degree.
it's hard. It's pretty arbitrary.
Because the Sharingan 3 Tomo has always been insane. If I'm being honest with you, it's always been cracked, even for 3 Tomo, and obviously MS is further beyond. So it's really good. But again, the problem is it depends on the scaling. That's the issue. Because an example, exactly. An example, Danzo with no fucking Sharingan, not even no MS either, Just
Oh,
a normal
shit.
eye
Oh,
was able
shit.
to force an equal fucking exchange with Sasuke using an MS. So, you know,
$50 from
again, scaling, you know, but
yeah, from the great
we got
Ignal.
a
I
big
appreciate
dono?
that.
W.
Yeah, I appreciate
Big
that, bro. I appreciate
dono.
that.
Let's go, bro.
Let's
Hey,
go.
I
Hey,
appreciate
man.
that. We got you. We got to stop the show and answer that real quick.
I'm surprised he didn't like, ask for you to do so with that too.
Jay, could you make it clap?
Oh my god. Some
Let's
swag
see.
shit.
Appreciate it. The great Ignal. Gear 5 Luffy versus Beramo Naruto versus what does that say? YRSE, Bankai Ichigo. All of them have all the abilities, hacks of their own verse. Who would win? Is this like if stats aren't equal? Honestly, probably Ichigo. He has the highest scaling. Like he can
Yeah,
get a
I heard
universal
Bleach
plus.
scaling is cracked. Yeah.
If stats are equal, the guy with the most, I mean,
Naruto.
yeah, Gear 5 Luffy, I don't know too much about it. I think Shinobi knows more about that, but
Mhm.
I know he has like the power to like kind of warp reality with his imagination or something like that. That's what I heard, at
Yeah,
least.
See,
absolutely.
well, what's weird about that is I've seen his fight on YouTube because I didn't even care about the fucking series. I was like, oh, Gear 5, everyone's going crazy about it. All right, let me just
Against
watch the
Kaido.
fight. And yeah, and I
Yeah.
watch it, and it just looks like Dragon Ball Z type shit. They're
I
just
would
going blow
say
for blow. You know?
Ichigo, from what I heard when it comes to One Piece, no one, like, when as far as not equal stats, Luffy and Gear 5 and One Piece does not scale even to like Planetary is even difficult, let alone Universe Plus, which
Yeah.
obviously Bleach does. So if stats are not equal, then Ichigo slams. To be honest,
Yeah, because
I
that's the
agree.
problem. Like, this motherfucker is going like all out in Gear 5, yet like there's no like emphasis of like the planet about to be destroyed or anything. Like, there's nothing. You know what I mean? No statements.
Well,
Like,
it's the same thing with Naruto, right? Because like way early in the series, this guy named like Whitebeard, and like he can literally like fucking punch holes in the fucking like the earth, right? Like he has a
Yeah.
capability, like earthquakes, massive tsunamis, etc. Like he can literally terraform the earth if he fucking deems it to be necessary. But we don't see it per se. But it's
to be fair, that's more of like a hack's ability though, not really like a
yeah.
stat AP
And the thing
move the
about
characters are out there.
yeah,
Well,
But I get
so
you. I get you.
all the pirates have like a devil fruit that they eat that gives them their hacks abilities, right? So it's like, but I do agree with you in terms of scaling. Like Ichigo, I haven't seen his full prowess per
not even
se,
like
but I
his
have
full
seen,
potential.
yeah, but I have seen Squad Zero, and I know Ichigo is going to surpass him eventually, dog.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
multiversal. So
And saying that alone, bro, like I'm sorry, dude, like
yeah,
Luffy. You're not gonna do anything, brother. Like Luffy's
bro.
crack is like, dude, he almost has like the ability to nullify any physical attack, which is great, right? But if the scaling isn't adequate, then like you can't even fucking neurotransmit
And that's
time.
also like contradicted
Yeah,
too.
he get
Like
blitzed. He
majority
get
of
blitzed.
them, I've seen moments where that man's got fucked up and bleeding and shit. So like I'm like, wait a
Well,
minute,
to be
you know.
fair, that
But
was his very first time ever transforming. He's very like a novice at that, and obviously he develops after that, right? That's what happens
yeah,
with
yeah,
all
yeah.
of his
What would
transformations. But
happen?
I agree,
Yeah,
that
if
was the best
stats aren't
time.
equal,
Yeah.
Ichigo and Naruto would perception blitz Luffy.
That's what I'm saying. Like if
Um,
there's characters that scale way above, then they're fucked.
like
Like
he wouldn't even be
they
able
clearly
to.
have limits. You know what I
He
mean? Like
wouldn't
it's
even
not
be able
like
to.
literal.
He
Yeah.
wouldn't even be able to fire like a command in his brain to even use the power of warping reality with his imagination to get
Yeah.
blitzed before
Yeah.
he even gets a chance.
Yeah.
Naruto,
There's that too. Yeah.
and then it would come down to Naruto
Yeah.
versus Ichigo. Naruto's time limit, first of all, would be a problem. It doesn't last very long.
Yep.
Secondly, he
Mhm.
scales below Ichigo anyway, who's universal plus, you could
Mhm.
argue.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, Ichigo would probably take it. Again, if it's equal stats, Luffy honestly would probably have, from what I know, again, I'm not an expert on One Piece, but from what I know what Luffy's capable of, he might take
Yeah.
it because he's able to warp reality. And if stats are equal, his speed and his perception will be adequate to use his imagination without getting blitzed or one-shotted. So equal stats, Luffy.
Yeah.
And then
Ichigo doesn't have like Aizen abilities, or he doesn't have like some crazy
yeah,
hacks
like
abilities.
that trance type stuff.
He just
Yeah,
has taijutsu basically with
Wait,
his sword.
Can Luffy
yeah.
really warp reality, or is that just a
To an
statement? Are you
extent,
talking
So
I
about
his
think,
regarding a
right?
feat or a statement?
his
I think
whole
to an
thing is like he embodies like rubber, right? He can like warp
Hmm.
the ground underneath you, or even opponents to like
you
have like an
rubberize him.
elastic, yeah, have an
Yeah,
elastic texture or matter, if you will, right? So in
yeah.
that sense, he is warp. He's almost like using alchemy to transmutate everything around him into rubber.
So he's
So that
doing like chemical transition process basically, but he's not just thinking and bam, it's done.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
Luffy has
he's
like
using his own matter, like his own rubber matter, in order to like transform things. What I mean, it's a chemical transformation, basically, is what he's
no,
doing.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the thing is like if you saw the fight with Kaido, like the guy was literally transforming into a fucking cartoon figure, right? Like he was
Yeah.
using his imagination to do that. He wasn't like Bankai touching him and making him do this shit. Like, no, it just happened because like he's in this form and he has that ability to do so. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Well,
Yeah.
if that's legit, and you're saying like these motherfuckers are just thinking of shit, whatever, and they're like some fucking SpongeBob or Tom and Jerry, then they fucking solo
The
everything.
toon
Then.
logic.
That sounds like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
That's basically what I'm getting from what you're saying. That they have cartoon fucking unlimited
Oh,
power basically at this
only
point.
Luffy. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I appreciate the $50, the great Igno. I really appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Let's see.
See,
One
I would
argument.
like to watch that again, bro, because my memory, I just remember them going like blow for blow and just doing like some, Naruto or Dragon Ball Z or even Bleach
Yeah.
type shit,
One argument I heard on
So,
Comic
but-
Vine for Luffy is his fist is turned to the size of island, so island-sized fist moving past lightning speed can be calced to multi-continental or even moon. I mean, I heard that's possible. I mean, I've heard people say that the highest of tier characters can get to planetary, perhaps. So it doesn't
Yeah,
sound
when he
like
goes third gear, his fists like are huge, bro. It's fucking
yeah.
ridiculous.
That doesn't sound
Yeah.
outlandish to me. So it doesn't sound. Again, I don't know. I'm not an expert on One Piece, but that doesn't sound bad. Do y'all think Drake actually got a BBL or nah? No, bro.
Did you hear? Yeah, did you hear that Drake rap on that song?
He low-key went off. He's definitely like troll.
He
He's playing into
did,
the
bro.
yeah. He went off on that shit.
I posted that shit. Shit was gas, bro.
That shit was gas.
Yeah.
Shout out to Now. What's going on now? Bro, anime TikTok and that Kinglion fiasco is hilarious. Six bullying the elderly for content was awesome. Six and his boys just fucking bullied that dude, man. They did. Shout out to him. Shout out to Troy. Shout out to Eli. Shout out to Nye. Shout out to Shad. All those guys. So when Ewok is about to recreate the three worlds, you mean the entire living universe, not just Earth and the two worlds. Hell and Wakamundo are universal in size. That's arbitrary, right? That's the thing, like we can't really calculate, like what are the sizes of the Soul Society, for example, the size of Wakamundo, for example, things like that. The Squad Zero feat, though, the very fact that they were like they're shaking multiple dimensions, that's like blatantly just beyond universal. I mean, you're affecting other dimensions entirely, regardless of the size of the dimensions. It was quite impressive. I did not expect to see that in Bleach, like in
Yeah.
Bleachverse. Yeah, that was
No,
insane.
not at all, dude.
And they were just
That's from
flexing the
a
Bankai.
release.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the release,
What?
release itself. That's crazy,
I
bro.
was like, bro, that's insane, dude.
I've never seen that
Yeah.
before since Dragon Ball. So
And like Bleach, you don't get much definitive scaling like that. dude.
yeah,
Not like
it's very
Naruto or
it's very
DBZ.
vague.
So like to see that was like blatantly okay. Like
Yeah, that
we're
was
not
blatant.
gonna fuck with these guys, bro. Like yeah.
Exactly. And again, that's just the release. That wasn't even battle yet, which is insane. I need feats, bro. Yeah, facts, bro. That's all that shit that he was saying. The King Lion guy. He's tripping. At least Luffy has feats to back up the statements. Oh my god, dude. But yeah, folks, any questions at all? Feel free. Any questions at all? Appreciate the $50. All the donations. Kedrick the Go, always donating. Appreciate that, brother. I really appreciate that, man.
Go to shit, guys.
And again, thanks again to Great Ignell for $50, man. I really appreciate that, man. Their universe, since in Soul Society we see stars in the sky, and it's stated to mirror the size of the normal world, even in much smaller dimensions like the Valley Screams that have many stars. It's a good argument, yeah. Luffy will imagine a time machine and kill Ichigo as a baby. Again, that's those equal stats. If it's not, he's getting blitzed before he can even formulate a thought. But,
Imagine shit. Yeah, exactly.
But again, if it's equal stats, yeah, he'll start. He'll be like that one Quincy, the guy that fought Kenpachi.
Oh yeah.
That guy.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to see Kenpachi release his Bankai too, bro.
I can't wait to see
Come on.
that. He's already
Oh, that's
flexing.
gonna be lit.
That's gonna be amazing, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, folks, any questions? Any questions at all, man? Yeah, it's been a crazy time, just in general, man. Like I said, this year's been something else.
Yeah, it really has been, dude. It's flying by though, I gotta say.
It is
man,
flying
but-
by, honestly. We're already in May. I feel like yesterday was January,
Yes.
bro, to be honest.
Yeah, dog.
That was insane. Let's see if anybody. Yeah, any questions at all, folks? Feel free. Any questions at all? Oh shit! Another 50? It's from, of course, from Alexa. Appreciate it,
She's
Alexa.
back.
From
Wow,
your
dude.
fave fangirl. Oh shit.
Aw.
She's back. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I did say they all have the abilities and hacks of their own verse. Okay, so stats not equal. Yeah, then Ichigo would win.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
he'd
man.
definitely win. He scales way above both. Yeah.
Hmm.
Another 50. It's one of those days. Appreciate y'all.
We got a war going on, man.
We
Oh
got a war
shit,
low
dog.
key. She's trying to flex. Yeah, but Lex is always flexing in here.
Yeah, that's
Appreciate Lexa.
facts.
Let's see. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Not disagreeing, but how do you figure Naruto is that much faster than Luffy? All Luffy's fans claim he's massively faster than Light. Shinobi, what do you think? Faster than
Yeah,
Light.
so there's a really good argument that like Luffy prior to the time skip was dodging literally like light beams from Kizaru at the time, and that's even Zoro was as well, who's like second in line to Luffy at that time, and always has been. That's just kind of how the hierarchy is amongst the pirates. But if Zoro can do that, Luffy did it blatantly. That's prior to the time skip. The time skip was 3 years, I believe, if I can recall that correctly. And then when he uses like even second gear, it's like a first gate amp with like Rock Lee. It's a blatant 5 times faster in speed and overall stats. It's like right there and then he's at least 5 times faster than Light. And then like he gets like third and fourth gear and like keeps progressing throughout the story. So like I think he's massively faster than Light by the time he's fifth gear, like for sure. I'm not even fucking joking around with that. And so I think there is a really good argument to say that Luffy could be faster than Naruto, at least in like Shippuden, like for sure,
At least in
dude.
Shippuden, yeah.
Sorry, like yeah.
All I'm getting at is if that cartoon shit's legit and they could base and imagine anything whatever about blah, then they beat anybody. Not even beat over Goku. Like anybody.
$5.
That's some cartoon shit.
Yeah, $5 from Kedrick when you drop the Noodles diss track called "Meet the Cook."
Damn.
Oh my
Hey,
god,
that's a dope title, man. Hey,
that's
low
a good
key,
title. Yeah.
I can't rap for shit, like voice wise, but I might just do it
Just
anyway.
add autotune to it, bro, and you can still make it fire. It's not that hard. I've
Yeah,
seen some people make some solid beats and do autotune. There you go.
That's fire. I use UK pounds. Oh, I got you, Great Ignal. That's euros. I got you.
Hey, who did Gear 5 Luffy fight though? What was the name?
Kaido.
Kaido,
Okay,
right?
didn't he fight someone else as well before? Because I'm seeing 2 different names. What?
In fifth gear?
Yeah, I see Luffy versus Lucy and Kaido, and also against Kizaru and Kaido.
So,
yeah.
Oh, is it Kizaru? He's one of the admirals. I might have said the name wrong. My bad, guys. But it was a very long ago, like antagonist. But his first time transforming was against Kaido. Like that was like the pinnacle of like him becoming like the next Joy Boy in the series, right? Like the legendary Devil Fruit, like with like his mystical powers. So it's like that was his first battle with fifth gear. I haven't seen him.
I'm assuming that version will be like different in a certain regard. So like, what's the prime version then? Like the most recent.
I haven't seen the most recent per se. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What's it called? From what I'm seeing on YouTube, there's multiple fights that he's done in Gear 5. So, anyways, yeah. So my problem though, here's what I'll say. Here's my problem with because I don't know everything about One Piece. I haven't watched it. And
yeah, me
I don't really care to that much. But all I will say is if the Gear 5 as a form, if it's always the same and he clearly has multiple fights and there's contradictions to where he's performing one way in these fights, whatever, and then performing in another way, that's going to make it extremely hard and contentious to even know what the form can actually even fucking do. I'm just kind of putting that out there. It kind of like leans towards other things of what actually is and what is not. And most importantly, over here going blow for blow, that would still establish a level of scaling, right? That there's still a certain amount of power that you have to be in order to either overcome or contest against that form. It's not like he's becoming God, right? Or an omnipotent motherfucker, so
no, the crazy thing about Kaido is like his durability is fucking insane with the dragon transformation, like the scales and all that bullshit. He has a massive amount of AP as well. And
he looked like a fucking like the Dragon Balls dragon when I saw it.
Yeah.
That's literally what I thought while I was seeing the fighting. I'm like, what my boy Shenron doing over here, bro? Like
it was a great fight because like fifth gear is so taxing. It's almost like CS2 in Naruto. It's almost like Kaioken 20 in DBZ. Like it's extremely taxing. It's very life draining.
Okay.
And so there's a limited time frame that he can utilize that with. And just like DBZ with Goku, like he masters the transformation, I'm assuming, over time. I did see this with Gear 4 when like he has a dope transformation initially, but
Yeah.
then progresses that said transformation when he goes
Exactly,
Snake
and
Man,
that's
you
what I
know?
was talking about too. Like if that's also because just like Goku, where he goes from like red and then the full, or to be fair, the blue is because he's adding Super Saiyan to it. But anyways, what's it
Yeah,
called? But
yeah.
I get what you're saying. Still, the same principle applies. Yeah, exactly. So
Absolutely.
that's what I'm saying. So if that's the case, of going through again, I don't, whatever. So if that's the case, and the forms are different, whatever, blah blah, and he's like growing with it overall, then at that point, that's why the other forms I wouldn't give a shit about, and I want to see the prime one because that's what you would fully gauge then, right?
Yeah.
So
$20
but
from the great. No, I appreciate that again, brother.
Oh
Much
shit.
appreciated, brother. Much appreciated.
Nice, dude. Hell
On
yeah,
the screen
brother.
already. Where do you think true Bankai Ichigo stops in DBS? Dragon Ball Super? True
Haven't seen
Bankai
True
Ichigo.
Bankai yet, dude. It hasn't the final version yet.
That's
So
probably
I'm
final
caught. I'm
version, I'm
caught up to the
assuming.
anime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're caught up with the anime, so I'm assuming that's the end, and I'm assuming he's even stronger. He's the guy that, from what I've heard, what has been
exactly.
spoiled, he's the guy to get it done against Ewok and guys of that nature. So if he's that powerful, he probably scrap with some pretty immensely powerful people. I'd say, like for example, if we were to put him in the Tournament of Power, he would scrap with guys like probably like pre Ultra Instinct Goku, Vegeta, um, guys like that, Gohan. I think he'd probably be able to scrap with guys of that caliber if he's
I mean,
scaling.
if he's multi the thing is, dude, the DBC universe is hella fucking
It's
big
huge.
too. I don't
It's
even.
huge. Yeah.
So like, let's take that into consideration firstly. But like, if the man's multiversal in his series, dude, like that's fucking a lot. So it would take like some upper tier characters, obviously. Like it would be like you're saying Goku or like Ultra Ego Vegeta, possibly, or like the Gods of Destruction or like Whis. Like has to be like those tier characters. For sure.
And with Bleach, like we said, it's vague, especially early on in the narrative. It's quite vague how powerful they are,
No, it's
especially like in the
fucking. I
Soul
think my
Society
shit
arc.
fucking. Can you guys hear me now or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I think my shit was fucking up before. What's it
But
called? Well, yeah, no, I agree. Because I know, like, obviously, different anime verses they can be different in certain regards too. Just like you guys said, so like meaning like Dragon Ball Super, like their universal level could actually be like multiversal level in Bleach or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever things like that.
Yeah.
So if it's along that, then it would have to be like high tier motherfuckers. Like so again, like Dragon Ball Super, they could probably do it. But let's be real, fucking. The what's that little fucking short little creature's name? Is Xeno, whatever? I don't fucking know.
The god of
Like that
Dragon Ball.
motherfucker. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
blatantly casually multiverse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like
fucking just
omnipotent.
easily. Yeah, literally. So like for Bleach to be that level, I don't know about.
Yeah,
that,
no, he's
but,
not beating
so-
Xeno. No. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Even guys like even Ultra Instinct Goku and Jiren and guys like the full power Jiren, I'm a little bit skeptical to say he could beat them because the Dragon Ball verse is larger, more than likely.
Mhm.
There's no like indication that the Bleach universes are like multiple times the size of our own in the real world. So I'm more inclined to say he would scrap with guys like again Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, perhaps Gohan.
Exactly.
Even just base God Goku, I think that
Base
would probably be
God.
a good fit.
Yeah, guys like that caliber. He would be let's just say this, he'd be a threat in the Tournament of Power to most people. If we were to put him in the Tournament of Power. To most people. Guys like Jiren, guys like Ultra Instinct Goku, I don't see him scrapping with guys of that caliber because you could argue like damn near multiversal with what they were able to accomplish and how much more powerful they are in comparison to like what they already were before like they went all out. But Bankai would go pretty far in Dragon Ball Super. He could probably be guys like Hit, perhaps, maybe. Guy like Hit, guy like Kaioken Goku in blue form. And I never thought I'd be saying this shit. Like when I first started Bleach, I'm like, oh okay, they'll be Naruto level maybe. But they're fucking cracked, man. They really are.
Yeah.
Cracked
and that's why Naruto, like again, like I'm pretty sure if we were to be biased for anything, it would be Naruto. What's it called? Or it would be Dragon Ball Super. But for me, it'd be Naruto. But again, like based upon scaling and anime what we have, like there's just nothing to indicate Naruto's on the level of fucking Dragon Ball Super
not universal
or fucking Bleach. Yeah, not even Bleach. I'm sorry, there's nothing for that. So
if I would have
like you could use statements. There's like a couple, but again, they have no feats, and there's just nothing. Instead, the feats that we see are contradicting the statements, and it's like
if I were to wank the shit out of the Naruto verse, I'd say safest I could say and probably argue for would be Galaxy level for Baryotomo, Naruto, and maybe like
Yeah,
Ishiki.
yeah,
That's like the high. The only guy I could say universal would be Shibai. That's probably we don't know anything about him yet. That's the only
Oh
guy I could
yeah, of
say.
course.
So like
Yeah, yeah.
besides that, Galaxy is the highest I could say right now. That's to me that's a high
yeah.
ball. I think Solar System is
That's
a that's like a
But
more
absolutely.
I'll say
yeah
this: I think with Boruto being as the MC now and the direction that's going, I feel like they're gonna get to that level pretty soon.
probably yeah
It's
probably
gonna
yeah.
happen. You know what I mean? It's coming.
These
But
Shinju
what's
and
it
like fucking
called? Yeah.
Boruto, yeah, there's a
But
possibility.
unfortunately, it ain't gonna be your boy Sasuke and Naruto. You know what I mean? It's gonna
Nah,
be
nah.
people that are. It's gonna only be Boruto or any other side characters that are at least relative or equal to Boruto.
Yeah,
So
even Six shout out to Six, like he's like, dude, like I love Naruto and Sasuke, but their time is done. Like their time passed and it's time for
yeah,
the next generation. Like even
In their
Six and
day.
guys like that are on it. Like they're on that sort of like train of thought, which I agree with. Like it's time. They
but
had their shit.
the whole narrative consistency wise, said it over and over. The next generation surpasses the next. It's
Exactly.
always
It's
been a
always
thing
been the
from OG
case.
Naruto.
Yeah.
Always.
It,
Hashirama and Madara were the only exceptions. The
yeah,
only
they like
exception.
they kind of like they like contradicted that until all the way until they were surpassed by Naruto and Sasuke like late war
Yeah.
arc,
And
and then they were
to be fair,
contrasted.
Madara and Hashirama had fucking cheat codes too. They were literally a reincarnation, but to like an extreme emphasis of it.
Yeah.
Like Naruto and Sasuke was nowhere near the reincarnation fucking amp that they got, bro.
Yeah,
Nowhere
not definitely not
fucking
early
near.
on. Yeah. It wasn't
Yeah.
like it wasn't even blatant that they surpassed them until Six passed, to be honest.
Oh
Literally,
It
like,
wasn't
yeah.
even
like
blatant.
exactly, like Hashirama and fucking Madara, like even MS Madara, you know what I mean? Around that time when they were like way younger, like those motherfuckers were just on insane levels of power, bro. Like
Yeah, like
perfect
the power
Susanoo and
cliff was
shit. Like
yeah, the
uh,
power cliffing was so large for such a long time.
then we
Now
see Sasuke and Naruto as fucking kids, and like they're only fucking getting level or at least shooting level, and they're getting clapped up by fucking Jonings and shit. You know, so it's
yeah.
like
Yeah, it's crazy. Nagato versus the EMS Sasuke that fought Sage Kabuto. I'd
Yeah, put some love on my man Pain, bro.
yeah,
Oh,
I'd
tripping,
probably say
bro.
pain speak.
Nagato.
Yeah, Nagato. Yeah, no,
Probably,
no.
yeah.
If we're talking about
Yeah, of
Nagato
course.
based on absolutely, he made KCM
Yeah.
and fucking all that shit
Thank
look like
you.
fucking dog water,
Like
bro.
Thank
as
you.
far as
Yeah.
like the leg work and the like the who put the most grease into that fight with Kabuto, it was Itachi. He put
It
most
was
of the
Oh
Itachi.
yeah.
Itachi was see, and that's the problem. Like Kabuto, in my opinion, because I've looked over it many times, people are. Kabuto doesn't scale blatantly to fucking Itachi. One, he's holding back, he can't fucking kill him, and he's
yeah,
still
he's coming back.
sunning him and beating his ass over and over. Two, the only fucking time Kabuto fucking hits Itachi is when Itachi was protecting Sasuke.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
there is one other moment where Itachi shitted on him again, speed blitz, you name it, and then out of nowhere he comes out of the mouth and off guards him for a moment. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like overall, like if you look at the entire fight, Itachi is dominating him the entire fucking time and toying with him, and is scaling so much over that he's able to create a fucking Izanami loop because you have to do multiple steps. And
Yeah,
meaning, like if your opponent's equal, or whatever, or like yeah, if they're equal to you and whatnot, like fucking it's gonna be almost impossible to do that. You know what I mean?
to
Because you
set
have to
that
do
up.
like exact fucking time intervals, do certain things, and basically you have to repeat the consistency of what you're doing. He was literally forcing Kabuto to be involved in the same fucking shit because he had that's the only way you can activate Izanami.
Yeah.
So like I work at most you can say Seijo Kabuto is relative to a holding back Itachi, but then again, where the fuck do you even scale holding back Itachi? You get what I'm saying? While we see Itachi when he's going fully at it, he's over here shitting on someone like Nagato. And now again, I know that's a whole other fucking thing, whatever. So regardless if you want to accept that or not, but I'll say
I want to
this:
say shitting.
yeah, I know. But I'm referring to when he speed blitzes Nagato, but
I
what's
know.
it
I'm just
called? But I
like,
know
Yeah,
that's a
facts,
whole other
facts,
can of
facts.
worms. Whether if you deem that as a speed blitz or not, what the main thing I'm getting at is Itachi. He was going fully all out at Nagato. That's without
Yeah.
a fucking
You
doubt.
got
You know what I mean? So
blitzed. Yeah.
you know, so over that's like the only time we see Itachi going fully all out was when against Orochimaru when he got pissed and just immediately shitted on him, and then
Yeah, I
when we
didn't even
see
look at
him
him.
in correlation against Nagato. So again,
Yeah.
Sage One Kabuto, like again, there's all that. So overall, I feel like there's way more for Nagato to still be way more over hacked. So whether it's Shibaka Tensei, whatever the fuck it is, and he's done and he's dealt with and.
Yeah.
That's basically what you work with. Now, if you can get Sage One Kabuto equal to Itachi or even over, then yeah, obviously you could say he's over Nagato.
Yeah. I feel like Bleach characters
Yeah.
also get things similar to Zenkai boosts. Yeah, I think through the narrative you see, like you see Ichigo get like an amp and resolve and stuff like that. I do see that happen as well. There's some like
Yeah,
some
especially like
possible.
against Grimjow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That you could say that he got like some sort of variation of his Zenkai boost, like an amp and resolve type thing. And I think overall, just in general, the way his progression is obviously he gets more powerful. His Bankai comes into play. He just gets more powerful even in base, like as he trains more. Obviously, his base improves as well, kind of like a Saiyan in Dragon Ball. He just continuously improves as a Soul Reaper. He continuously improves as he gets battle experience. Very similar to like Saiyans with battle. They get more powerful as they battle more and more. So I do see some parallel there. So I agree.
And Ichigo grows at such an exponential rate as well.
Super
Like I
quick.
don't know if you remember, like when he was doing the Bankai training with I don't know Yoriichi, right?
Yoruichi,
Like he learned that shit in like 3 days, bro. Like what
quick.
the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
You
That's
know
And then
unheard of.
that man he grew so fucking
dude,
quick
and
as an
then
MC.
when he fought Aizen, when he went to train for Aizen, you got that fucking
Yeah.
what do you got? Get the Ketsuga
Oh,
Tencho. Like
because he's in the
god damn.
hyperbolic
Like, bro,
chamber, dude.
Yeah, bro.
look at the growth between growth, what the fuck, Grimjo? Yeah,
Yeah, Grimjow.
Grimjo from him using the mask, and then to fucking you, like the other dude that's even way more
Ochora.
buff. Like
Oh yeah.
even his mask qualification
Hollow,
fucking
dude.
forms are like
That is
drastically
crap.
growing like crazy. Like,
Dude, that
so
shit was always like early on. It was saving his ass, like against Byakuya in the Soul Society
yeah,
arc. He was
because
getting
like
his ass
the
whooped.
base fucking Yurikuro, I don't know how the fuck you say his name, but you know what I'm talking about, the bat guy, whatever.
Yeah,
He's the guy that's kind of similar to Itachi, where he's very like, cold, cool, badass, whatever. Like even his base was like way over fucking Grimjo's shit, even with Grimjo in like transformations. And like when we like you see all what like Ichigo's able to do with the mask, having a whole full on equal like contentious fight with Grimjo. Next thing you know, this motherfucker trains whatever, does his mask, and he's literally overpowering that dude the whole time. While that dude could literally shit on Ichigo and some Ichigo before
I
he faced.
remember.
Like that's an
Yeah,
insane fucking growth, and he had
I
to
remember
fucking
against.
transform shit on Ichigo.
Yeah, I remember against
So
Byakuya at the beginning of Soul Society arc.
yeah,
Hollow side of Ichigo's like, bitch, let me take over. Like, what the fuck? And then he's the
yep.
fuck. Byakuya was like, what the fuck is that? He started
Well,
fucking
that's like
schooling
a
him, bro.
QB Naruto moment. To be fair,
Yeah,
that's
low
like
key.
the plot, But
Yeah, that was kind of
yeah.
like that was like his Kurama, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, he got
And
that
that's
fucking
why I
amp.
loved Ichigo so much. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna be real with you. The reason why I love the Bleach so much is because the similar dichotomies they had with that I got or saw
Yeah,
from Naruto. Now,
even Ichigo
I don't know which
himself.
one came out first, so don't
Oh
but
yeah, I think it was
yeah,
Naruto, but
yeah,
uh,
yeah, so yeah. So with that being the case, like I really enjoyed it for the most part, mainly to the similarities, because let's be real, like it was like seeing QB Naruto all over again with Ichigo. And
yeah,
then
facts.
and another thing that was exactly similar, they would just take fucking ass beatings and still get up and fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So there's just so many similarities.
yeah,
Overall, that's why I really, really enjoyed Bleach. And again, because Bleach had its own unique way of doing things. All the shit they went
Okay.
about, it was completely unique and different from Naruto as well. So again, that's why it was just
Mhm.
such a good manga and anime.
Yeah,
Facts,
So
dude.
exactly. Let's see what
Facts.
you guys are saying. If Yu-Gi-Oh monster, what's going on by the way, Butter? If Yu-Gi-Oh monsters were in real life, how powerful would they be? Yu-Gi-Oh
Ooh.
monsters.
Bruh.
I'm not.
Well, I know
Yeah,
Ra's the god of the sun. He can harness, use the sun. The sun's like a million
Sons are
times
cracked, yeah.
larger than the
yeah,
Earth,
yeah.
literally. So, yeah, that'd be bad.
Bro,
That would,
suns can casually destroy a fucking planet just being like fucking super far away. If it's just within a certain distance, it fucking shits on a planet,
yeah,
bro. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the Goldilocks zone, bro. We're
Yeah,
locked in.
fuck.
or if there's like a solar flare that fucking pops like a fucking pimple or some shit, it immediately shits on a planet as well.
Yeah,
Like,
$5. $5 from the great Ignal. Yeah, appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that.
Oh
Appreciate that. Let me put it on and read it right quick. I got you, brother. Put that on the screen right quick. Do you think Mugetsu Ichigo is higher dimensionally in terms of AP due to the Aizen statements? As far as like higher dimensionality, you have to do quite a
shit.
feat that actually wouldn't even be able to be perceived, like
yeah,
because we're only able to see so many dimensions. In fact, in the real world, fun fact is we're only able to see 2 dimensions, and our brain tricks us with the third, which is actually interesting. So, it would be harder to prove higher dimensionality unless it's blatantly stated and it's not contradicted. As far as Aizen's statements, I'd have to see exactly what he said. If he didn't say blatantly that you're just a higher dimensional being, I'd probably say no. Like in terms of dimensionality, like he's not 4D or
yeah.
5D.
Well,
I don't.
what I can recall with that is like when Aizen did see like Mugetsu, Ichigo, he couldn't even sense his fucking like spiritual pressure, you know,
yeah.
which told Aizen like, yo, this guy's literally on a whole fucking league above me now, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what infuriated him. It was like a Dater moment almost. So
Yeah, literally,
I
that
don't know
was like a
about
data moment.
higher dimensionality has like a connotation. I think it's a little bit too extreme in this specific scenario. I think there's obviously leagues to their power, but I think higher dimensionality is like saying, oh, now Ichigo is like akin to someone of like what we see in Squad Zero, perhaps at that time, which might be
Yeah.
accurate. I need to see more of the anime to like make
Yeah.
that statement, you know. So
Exactly.
You know
Yeah.
what that reminds me of, bro? That reminds me of like that one void, or we don't know what it is, whether if it's a dimension void, whatever the fuck it is. But it's that one era where every like time freezes and only Momoshiki and Boruto can interact and talk. Like that place is fucking cracked because Ada couldn't even see what the fuck they were saying or know what was going on. Whatever, that one bitch that can fucking like see everything that's going on in the fucking planet and here.
yeah, I know, yeah.
Cracked ass fucking androids.
Mhm.
But yeah, like that area, like when we start getting towards that type of areas and like along those directions, I think that's when Boruto's gonna be like just up there with everything else and being fucking cracked and insane.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Let's see. They do that a lot in shonen, like Yu Yu Hakusho, and Shaman King is even more blatant in the manga with parallel with Dragon Ball inspired a lot of series. Oh, facts, bro, facts.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Pioneer.
Bro, speaking of Dragon Ball fucking Sparking Zero, bro. I can't wait for
That
that
shit looks
shit.
fire, bro. It looks
I
fire.
can't, bro, you know what we gotta do? Me, Shinobi, and Jake gotta get in that shit and fight
Oh,
each
come on,
other.
G.
We gotta throw hands on that.
Yeah, bro, I gotta get trained on that.
I'm so fucking down, bro.
The core problem in a
Jay's gonna be training against fucking Vegeta, fucking, you know, show pick
Oh, yeah.
whoever, I pick whoever, and next, you know, we're like fighting and shit. We're over here doing like a fucking crazy ass Kamehameha blast and shit. We're like, oh my god.
we're gonna do the fucking Budokai tournament.
Oh yeah, that should be lit.
That'd be lit.
Imagine I just start whipping hands with like the Cybermen, dude. You guys, what the fuck is this
Yeah,
guy,
literally,
dude?
I'd be
bro.
pissed.
The core problem in a lot of this shit is that most people don't understand the difference between AP and DC. Agreed. Yeah, agreed.
Mhm.
There's certainly a
That is true.
difference.
Yeah.
People they need to see destructive capacity to actually say, oh, it's blind. I don't see the destructive capacity. It doesn't negate the AP though. So yeah, you're right about that.
Exactly.
When Ichigo first got his Hollow Mask, the way he got more mask stamina was sparring Hiyori, so it stands to reason fighting with the mask would allow him to use it for longer. Yeah, I do remember that. I recall him training with the mask actually eventually allowed him to voluntarily use holification. I do remember that. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Like one
Yeah.
good example is like Rising Gun and Chidori. When you compare their destructive capacities, obviously the Rising Gun does a million times better. But when it comes to like a piercing AP, that's more leaning towards, you know, Raikiri and Chidori,
Yeah,
right?
it goes
Now,
through. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like now, to be fair, you could still argue Rising on AP is greater due to like statements saying it is, and on top of it with Naruto like holding back and equaling out a full power Chidori, you know, and things like that too.
Yeah.
So like there's all that as well. And then like another example, like we see fucking what's it called? Like actually no. Like then it gets a little interesting because then we see in Shippuden it's actually the other way around. It's like a back and forth type thing where Sasuke does a fucking Shidori on A when he's in his V1 cloak. And then fucking, you know, and then like it goes through whatever, but then we see like a shadow clone to be fair. But a KCM Rising Shuriken Wind style Rising on like doesn't even like do shit to the third Raikage. Now to be fair, he's using a full V2 cloak, so maybe it's because the Raikage was in a V1 and he's not even like in full V1. You know, that's why he went through. But overall, like that's like the interesting dynamics of the best way to explain AP and destructive capacity is like analyzing those two things.
Yeah, the way I look at it
Shidori.
is like it's like comparing a sword stabbing you versus getting hit with a bat, right? It's like, for example, the
Or
amount
mace.
of or mace, the amount of surface area that an attack can affect is the AP, but how potent it is to that respective surface area is the destructive capacity rather, and then the amount the effect and intensity of damage done to that respective surface area is the AP. Like the sword goes through you, the fucking bat won't go through you, but it'll damage you. It'll damage more surface area than say a sword would. Basically, is what it is.
Exactly. It'll do like internal blunt damage, but while like the Shidori like pierces right fucking through your body, right? You know,
Yeah,
like, and we see that with the water tanks, like where Sasuke does his Chidori and he fucking goes through that shit, right? And like, in a whole bunch of water comes out in the front, and then
Yeah.
Naruto's like a small little baby crater in the front. It's like a little bit of water coming out, and so Sasuke thinks, "Oh, I won, I did it, right?" But then next thing you know, when he gets behind, then it's like a big ass, massive fucking hole. Because what the Rising Gun does as well, not only is it blunt, but it also like forces like the inside of whatever it's hitting to like erupt like a balloon, basically. So it like
Yeah.
makes you pop and does blunt damage. And then he sees like a massive fucking big hole in the back of it, and then clearly meaning it did more damage overall. It would have killed Sasuke if they let it. Even Kakashi and Jiraiya said Sasuke would have died there if they hit. So like that's basically what you're worried. So basically like their AP wise, Naruto had more AP, but the destructive capacity was still greater with Sasuke when it came to like hitting it in the front. If you get what I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
How's your day go? What's going on stage? Oh, brother. Loma versus Shakir. Who do you got? Here's the thing about Lomachenko. He looked pretty good in his last outing. It was against Kambosos though, and they're both aging, from my knowledge. Shakir is still improving, and to me, he's world class in my opinion already. That's going to be an interesting battle. Shakir is very gifted as far as technical, like how technically sound he is. Power wise, neither one of them are known for their power. I don't see either one of them knocking each other out. It's going to be a chess match for sure. I just have a feeling Shakir's is fresher. He's reaching his prime. He's starting to decrease in my eyes as far as speed, which is what got him so many, got him his name, his footwork speed, his angle changing ability. That's starting to decline, while Shakur's is only getting better. I would lean towards Shakur winning this one. If you asked me this like 5 years ago, I'd say Loma, but I think time because of age starting to change up a little bit. So. Fun fact about Bleach, since the Garganta, which is in between the realms, it has its own flow of time. That means the various realms don't share the same time space, so they're alternate universes. That's right, yeah, I remember that.
Makes sense.
Yeah, makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's like the hyperbolic Planetary.
It was
Yeah,
stated
for
in
sure.
chapter 421, Aizen does break down how dimensionality works in Bleach. You're probably right, I just haven't read that in a long time. I feel Shakur would beat Loma because Loma doesn't hit hard enough to deter him, and I think Shakur is better defensively. Shakur is really very good defensively. You're right about that. He holds back from stopping people often. Who you talking about, Loma? Loma, he's okay with winning via points because he's so gifted when it comes to angles and it comes to how technically
yeah.
sound he is. He's so gifted that he doesn't really utilize power. In my opinion, he doesn't have power regardless. He's not a power puncher. But I see what you're saying.
Mm.
Loma's not that old, but he's declining probably because of a long amateur career. He had hundreds of amateur fights. Yeah, hundreds. Like tons of them.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking fights. And I think he
It's a
only
lot of
lost
wear
like
and
one
tear.
or some shit. He was a monster. Yeah, he's a fucking dog. But yeah, he's had a long career, man. Long career. Um, in the sport of boxing, his age is old. Not in the real world. Obviously, he's what, his mid-30s. That's not shit in the real world. But in the sport of boxing, that's considered like past your prime. Like you're over the hill. Would Adam from Records of Ragnarok beat Goku? I'm not familiar with who Adam is.
Yeah, same here, brother.
I'm biased, so I'm gonna say no. Because it's Goku. But I don't know who
Yeah.
that is.
Can't go wrong, right? Yeah.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, folks, any questions at all? It could be about scaling. I'm already made my mind up. I'm gonna make his Naruto Planetary video. I'm gonna make it it's gonna be very heavy, like scaling conciseness heavy, I guess you could say, but I'm gonna do it because I want to make it clear how scaling works. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna make it very like maybe not mathematical, but yeah.
Hey Jay, you're gonna have the fucking the weird ramen packs, from Noodles or just other areas where they're fucking retarded, and they're like, but Jay, the data book says universal for the Nine Tails and this and that, and remember Kaguya, it says to go through multiple multi dimensions
ass.
and
How much stronger is the V2 tail cloak versus the V1 tail cloak? Think about it this way: V1. Let's try to see where the
V2's
times are.
massive.
Yeah, it's quite substantial.
Yeah.
Now I'll say V1 wasn't even enough to scare Siko Orochimaru. Once you go to V2,
Yeah, he was laughing and talking shit. He was roasting his bitch ass. Like,
yeah,
I'll say this: like, it is V1 is pretty big because it did no diff Kabuto, who is like a high Jonin. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
like you could even say even like low Kage in a way too. But so like it's pretty big in that regard. But yeah, Orochimaru's like, yeah, nah, bitch, like come on, you gotta do better than that. Laughing while he's all fucked up. And then he's like, you're not even in the same league as Sasuke and shit. So
Yeah, think about it this way.
Yeah.
V1 is not even enough for sick signing level individual. This isn't even a prime signing individual. This is a sick
nope.
signing
Yeah.
individual. While V2, just with Four Tails, is enough to um, almost kill a prime signing in Jiraiya. I know there's context to that. Like you could say, oh, he wasn't expecting battle, whatever, but it nearly killed him. Is the point?
It was over him, yeah. Like even if he was relative, it was still blatantly over him. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So it's below Sonic, below six Sonic to above Prime Sonic. That's quite the gap. So,
yeah.
and that's a low ball. I think it's farther than that, but that's kind of
That's
like the
just Four Tails, bro. Like,
yeah, that's
not
Four
to be fair,
Tails.
that is Nine Tails too. I will say that, like, it is the Nine Tails, so there's that as well. So, like, if we were to say it's the same for every other, tail beast, whatever, I don't know about all that, but what's it called? But like, Killer Bee in in at least Naruto, it would at least apply to.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Archaea, stupidity of the non-power
Well,
scale, the tri-power scaling.
real
Hey, I
quick
got
on.
you, bro. With that video, I got you for sure. I'm definitely gonna like
Do you
what you
guys
said
pull
think
about
that.
that like so I think about Naruto, right, and having like Kurama, and when he finally harnesses like some of his power, he goes into KCM 1.
it?
And then when he harnesses all of his power, he goes into KCM 2, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um
exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
so I think it's an interesting question. It's very arbitrary in terms of like a percentile,
Yeah,
perhaps,
Yep.
definitely
but
arbitrary.
Yeah,
yeah.
they refuse to do the Dragon Ball Z power level
Yeah,
type
I
shit,
know.
you know?
Yeah,
Like
we got some
way
some
in
Toriyama
numbers.
type some
Yep.
timing. That'll be lit.
If we had that, and let's be real, if they had that, they would either provide it as a manga statement or they would provide that as a data book. And
Data
let's
book.
be real, that
Yeah.
would make Naruto scaling real straightforward at that
Really
point.
easy. Oh yeah. What's up,
Yeah,
Jay? What's going on, Utah? Goat Utah. You have any upcoming collabs anytime soon? Or anyone you want to collab with you haven't already? Um,
got
as
some
far as
ideas. Yeah,
podcasts, we do have some collabs. Yeah. Now as far
yep,
as videos, I'm more like I want to grow my name more and more. Obviously, I'd love to collab with TG again. He's my guy for sure. Definitely want to collab with him again. He's on his grind. There's a lot of guys I'd eventually want to collab with as well. Sage of Thick Calves, he's my guy. Shout out to him. If he's watching, shout out to you, bro. Him too. As far as podcasts and videos, I want to collab with him as well. Um, a couple other guys out there. But yeah, mostly teach. Obviously, Swag would be awesome. I'd say six, but even he admits he doesn't do Naruto content that much.
yeah,
Eventually, I'll ask him. Shout out to the boy too. He's a Troy, another guy. That would be
Yeah, the homie.
some Boruto type content. He's pretty lit. Um,
oh yeah, you and Troy
yeah.
be spitting on some boards, so
Yeah,
you
if we
know.
did some Boruto content, would definitely it'd be dope.
Hmm.
I think that's a great idea, Jay, for content. What you need to know in order to power scale properly, well, as basic tips for debating characters. Yeah, and this is just a good topic to kind of streamline that, right? Because people are right now, the Naruto Planetary thing is trending in the community, especially because of the beef between Six and that one guy. So it's just a good
Yeah,
time to make that video. And with that appeal being said, I'll be able to like people that come in will be able to see how to properly scale, and I'll probably explain in depth the difference between DC and AP to just make it more clear to especially like the average person that might not
Yeah.
scale. Because to the average person that doesn't scale, when they hear the argument, oh, we've never seen a planet destroyed, so it's not planetary, it makes sense to the average
yeah,
person that is sort of like naive to the meta or naive to the idea of energy distribution. But with that video, I can kind
yeah.
of bring light to that. Basically, yeah, which is
Yeah.
my intention. So.
Another good way of looking at it, like let's say you have a nuke, you know what I mean? Like obviously the destructive capacity is gonna be insane. It's gonna like fucking spread, destroy a shit ton of things, fuck up a city, whatever, blah blah. And then
Yeah.
let's say you have like a meteor, right, coming down like a certain size of a meteor, and it doesn't do as much destructive capacity, but the dent it makes into the planet, like the raw AP that it has from like piercing the ground below,
Yeah,
like that would be more greater than a fucking nuke, you know? So
exactly. Yeah, like the energy distribution, I guess propagation is different, but the amount
yeah,
of destruction it could do in that, like in the surface area it can hit, that's where the difference is. So I'm definitely gonna try to make that like
exactly.
clear in the video. So, what do you think about
Mhm.
Clyde still streaming with Seth the Pedo? Me and Clyde,
Sus.
like, here's the thing, man. Like, me and Clyde, I don't, no disrespect, I don't care about him. I don't care for him. I have no problem with
Yeah,
him. Obviously, the way me and him ended because of him being friends of Noodles wasn't the best way. I'm gonna say it now. It's public knowledge. He blocked me because I didn't want to do things his and Noodles way. I don't really care. Like, I don't have a problem with him anyway. As far as him streaming with Seth, it's a little strange. I'm not gonna lie, it's bizarre that him and Noodles went years. Well, specifically Noodles. They spent months trying to destroy the guy's career, and all of a sudden they're cool with
Yep.
him after proving that he solicited pics to minors and tried to fly a minor out, stuff like that. It is really bizarre. Their only excuse is, oh, we're friends. We're friends again, and I know him better than anyone. That should tell you something. It doesn't tell me anything. That's
That
all you
doesn't
could
no,
argue
that
with.
doesn't excuse what he
Uh,
fucking. It doesn't matter if he's still dead ass, literally doing pedo ass fucking shit,
yeah,
like blatant.
it's
There's no even contentiousness or whatever. But like, sure, I could understand the aspect of like, oh, would that make Seth as a person necessarily a pedo? Maybe not. Who knows, right? Maybe he's not, whatever, blah. But at least the actions that he did, the shit he was doing in the past, whatever, or else whatever the fucking reason, whatever, it was still by definition
it's
pedo
just
shit.
it's
So.
especially Noodles and him because they're the guys that are the ones that attacked him for it, and now they're back to
Exactly.
affiliating with him. That's just strange to
They
me.
backtrack, and it defeats
Yeah,
the whole purpose of everything
defeated.
they fucking were standing
They like
for, doing,
yeah,
saying, everything.
all that shit.
So
The video, the fucking
goes out
stream
the
with
window now.
Keem, it's all invalidated. All of it's invalidated. It doesn't mean anything now because
And
the
if anything, it
very
makes them look bad. It makes
yeah
them look really like they're just as bad, or they actually don't give a fuck, and they actually
yeah
support. Like it's just a bad fucking look, bro. Like,
I
bro,
just
I'll
don't
say this:
yeah
even Swag and Six don't fuck with that.
yeah they don't fuck with
So
it.
they
That's
don't even
why
Rightfully
fuck with it.
so.
yeah
Yep.
that's why we fuck with them because they don't fuck with that shit. Like Six is done with that shit. Swag was on our stream saying he's done with that shit. He's like
Yep,
fuck
he
that.
doesn't fuck with that
He
shit.
doesn't
Yep, and
fuck with
he's
that
like,
shit at
whatever.
all.
This was way back then, but he said he would at least try to talk to Clyde to see maybe
Yeah
if
yeah
there's some like justification. But again, like they don't even fuck with that. So it is what it is. At the end
yeah
of the day, for me, can't speak for Jay. It's very sus. Definitely the wrong fucking move, and it just makes no logical sense. And if anything, gives more ammo to the audience or everybody as a community as a whole to be like, hey, like you're weird, you're dumb. But it's just gonna
yeah.
be negativity. It's not smart. So
Logically, there's just
fucking
not when it comes to criminal activity, going back to someone that you
yeah.
exposed for that very such said activity, it's bizarre that you go back to that person again. Like
Extremely bizarre.
it's very,
Yeah.
very
Doesn't
bizarre.
make any
It's very
rational
Like,
sense.
he could
yeah,
be with
it doesn't.
Swag. Like, why him? That's my
Yeah, I
question.
don't
Why
understand that.
go to him?
Like
You
Swag
have
likes
Swag as a
S-
friend.
yeah, Swag likes
Absolutely.
He
They went
likes
through the
Clyde.
same shit together,
Yeah, he likes Clyde too.
in a
Like
way.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like they did
See,
videos together, Naruto, you name it. Like that's what blows my fucking mind. It's like out of all people, you could have just stayed with Swag. You were also close friends, and you go to fucking Seth. Like I don't know, bro.
I don't understand that. Yeah, I just can't. That's all I could say at best. I don't understand. It just doesn't make sense to
Yeah.
me. The 50 times Super Saiyan multiplier makes sense for the Frieza fight, but for the rest of the series, especially the anime, it does not feel the same way after at all. It seems much closer. That's why Toriyama. There's multiple reasons why Toriyama stopped it. One, it gives away the answer, right? Who's gonna win? Because you're giving literal power levels. Like it's obvious who's gonna win.
Yeah.
And two, he probably thought logically, like, okay, I keep using these. These guys are gonna keep getting more and more powerful as these numbers expand. If I keep using these like constant numerical multipliers, their
Could be
power will
hitting
get
fucking insane numbers. Yeah.
insane, like fucking infinity and shit. So I get why he stopped it. I get why he stopped
Yeah.
it. It makes
Well,
sense.
I would argue it's actually a lot farther than closer because, like, we see Super Saiyan 1 Goku go against Frieza, who's, I don't know, like, star level.
Yeah.
Nothing that crazy, right? Then we see, like, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan has to take on someone who's fucking solar system level. Like, the discrepancy in size is more than 50 times. So, in my opinion, I think the gap between those antagonists is way bigger than just 50. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that
Yeah,
they didn't keep to that like
it would have got like
quota 50
Well,
times.
yeah.
to be fair, when he's saying 50 times, that could be in correlation of the amp boost between 1 and 2. As for Gohan, the separate distinction is that's Gohan, right? That's why it's just way over to that level. To where, like, as if Goku was going Super Saiyan 2, it probably wouldn't be nowhere near as heightened
Also,
to that. I don't know.
yeah.
Something I
Also,
can think of
writing out
logically, but
numbers, getting that like gargantuously large would have been like tedious for
yeah.
him. Like a million, 10 mil, 100 mil, a billion. He's writing all that shit
It's
Yeah,
out.
hella
Like,
exactly.
zeros.
It
yeah,
don't make any sense. And then two, like Shinobi was saying, if there's even a contradiction or whatever, then it's just void at that point. Who cares,
yeah,
right? You don't need to give
exactly.
numbers, so
So
just
like,
give
there's
Yeah.
multiple
feats,
reasons
right?
that the tediousness, the numbers, like yeah, the possible contradictions. So I get it. It makes sense why he stopped it. It was smart.
Yeah.
Seems staged, huh? Oh, you mean with Clyde and Seth? Here's the thing. I don't think Seth would have staged something to lose 50,000 subscribers, though, to be fair. I don't think he staged that
Yeah, no.
shit.
He
Yeah.
lost a lot of subs from
He
that.
lost
A lot.
money. He lost friends.
Like if he
Yeah.
didn't lose all, like he lost a shit ton. If he didn't do that, he would have already been at 1 million
Yeah,
already.
what
With the
if
amount of time, because the amount of time that passed, he's
he was
finally
near a
back
million?
where he was. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
about to hit 1 million, but he lost so much that he backtracked, and then all this time that passed, now he's back to where he was before, where he's about to hit 1 million again. So,
exactly. He was
yeah.
popping. Like he was. I think the last month
The
before he got
motherfucker, the
exposed.
motherfucker was literally in his prime at that point. He's about to
Yeah,
hit 1 million, and he's about to go
he
further beyond and still make
he
content. Like he was
yeah.
literally going to be making way more money if he
That
didn't do
last
that.
month
Yeah,
it's public record. The last month before he got exposed, he made over 100K in 1 month. 1 month he made
yeah.
over 6K. Like 6 figures rather.
So,
So
so imagine, like he would have been making way more, hitting then 1 million, still going up and up. Because that's another difference too. Seth keeps posting and doing things, while Swag,
yeah,
he's kind of like in his like
he's
retirement
like
vacation
chilling.
arc. So
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Like so like at the end of the day, like that's but yeah. So again, like I agree with Jay. That I feel like there's way negative incentive
yeah.
to
His
not
money
do that.
just
So.
it took a to say he took a pay cut is an understatement. He took a huge pay cut.
Yeah. And either way, even if that's like it's let's type bullshit and act or whatever, at the end of the day, he's still technically exposing himself to do crimes. It doesn't
Yeah,
even matter
exactly.
if it was an act; he's still
It's
doing
just
a
that's just a
crime.
dumb way. That would be a
So,
dumb thing to stage. Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. That's not the best way to
Yeah.
yeah.
Looks
I'll, I,
weird, bro.
yeah, exactly. I'll add understanding the jargon for debating like appeal to authority, Jay, for a video idea. I did a video of exposing rat tactics a while ago.
Yeah.
I went into multiple like what I considered the most common fallacies. I went into those, so it's
He
somewhere
also
there.
did a video about like softness too,
Yeah,
like
I did a video
sweating
about
that and
sophistry and stuff
how
like
to
that.
combat that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, power levels will become inconsistent. Oh, now they are. I mean, especially with Dragon Ball Super with the shit we were seeing.
Well, I
Um,
mean, like going back to the Frieza thing, like we saw Roshi destroy the moon at like 180, I think the power level was, and
yeah,
Frieza's at like fucking
a hun.
350,000 or something.
Yeah, some huge
So it's
ass
like
number.
at that rate, if you really think about it, dude, he'd be fucking blowing up more than just a star
Like fucking
at
multiple
that rate.
galaxies.
So it's like
Yeah.
that's even inconsistent in itself, dude. But we don't fucking
Yeah,
care. Just enjoy it, dude. It's
yeah. No one
badass,
gives a no one cares.
you know.
That's like fucking hundreds of like thousands of
Like
times
if
larger.
anything, the only thing the numbers could really help with, like that is, yeah, absolutely, I would agree with Shinobi. The only thing
You
it
feel
could,
me?
yeah, the only thing
Yeah,
it could help with then would just be like with who's above who at that point. That's
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
That's the better. That's the better way. That's like the safer way. Yeah.
And
Uh,
again, like let's say we had to apply that to Naruto. Like if there was any point in time to like actually know like what it was for, like what I would actually want to know, like when Orochimaru, like after he lost his arms, we already know the quantification for when he was when his arms were purple and shit, where he was really fucking bad. But I want to actually know the quantification of his level of power when he got and absorbed the body, right? And now he's technically at prime, but he's nerf. It's like an Edo Tensei nerf, right?
yeah.
But that I would have wanted to know the quantification just to kind of know like what we're working with. That would have helped in the scaling of things. Whenever we see Casey on one Naruto, that would have been nice to know the levels of power at each fucking point he's in the form. That would have been very useful. Like just basically areas where it is vague to at least have better, understanding and comprehensive value of things. That's where I think it is at least necessary, or would at least do more good than bad. I don't even think it would make things boring. I just feel like it'd make things a little bit more straightforward and understandable. Because where it gets too fucking vague or contentious, then it's annoying and it just allows tons of fucking opportunity for weirdos, sophists, bullshit, you name it, blah blah.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
look,
Clyde disrespected his audience for collabing with Seth. Yeah, it is what it is. Could Cell
Yeah.
Games Goku beat Perfect Cell if Goku was Super Saiyan 2? If he was able to, if he had that form at the time,
I
perhaps,
think
but it just,
so.
yeah,
Yeah.
perhaps. He was the only one like at his current level that was able to even compete with Cell at that time. So perhaps with
yeah.
Super Saiyan 2, he might have been, over the hip enough to actually beat him as well. It's possible.
Like Gohan obviously was like and immensely powerful when he transformed, but he's just not as like battle hardened as Goku.
Yeah.
And nor does he have like the amount of abilities that Goku can utilize as well, like instant transmission or
Goku has like he has basically like the finesse, the skills, and the hacks abilities. While Gohan was just brute power, basically.
exactly.
Yeah.
Thanks to that transformation. So if Goku had like a synonymous one, like we
The
did
power
see with
one, yeah.
him and then the Buu arcs, and
He just shit on him at that point. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, exactly.
Bro made an hour-long video about all that shit Seth did just to be with a friend with him, not even a year's
3
time.
hours, 3 hours, not an hour.
Yeah, that shit was
3.
fucking
It was
long.
3.
I pity the
Yeah.
folks who take these YouTubers serious on half the shit they say. Hey, bro, honestly, I probably agree
That's
with you, bro.
It's a
But
joke at this point. It's a joke. That's why, like, when it comes to noodles, a joke. You can't ever take anything he says seriously. Same thing for Surfbone. Same thing for fucking fucking Septipedo. And Clyde, he's basically, at least for me, he's kind of on that route now with all the bullshit he's doing. And then Loco, he's kind of approaching that direction. So he's kind of like a walking out. He could maybe potentially change and fucking
yeah,
use his brain for once, but yeah, no, those motherfuckers though, like you
yeah,
can't, yeah.
yeah. Fuck that. I live in
They
Jamaica.
literally defy logic and intelligence itself.
Yeah.
Like,
I live in Jamaica. Age of consent is 16 here, so for me, it's very common for 16-year-olds to date boyfriends in their
whoa.
20s. I was telling my 50-ish-year-old coworker about the Josh Giddey thing. He didn't care. Yeah, I guess the culture is
we
different there, but
yeah,
I
we,
mean,
we we have
Yeah,
that. We technically have that in the U.S. as well. It's called the Romeo and Juliet laws. There's certain states that have that where if you're 16 or 17, and if the person's 20 or 21, it's actually perfectly fine. That is a thing
that's
in the
fucking
U.S.
weird.
and
too.
this is
But
the way I look at
Really?
it. Like, regardless of legality, at 16,
yeah,
biologically, you're not fully developed. I just don't agree with
Developed.
that.
I,
Yeah,
I I don't
I don't
accept
agree
it.
with
Yeah,
that.
no, I don't accept that shit at
Uh,
all. Yeah.
so I don't care. Like,
Even if it's legal, a
yeah,
different
exactly.
country or even a U.S. law, to me, if that person is like even 18, but either way, what's it called? If they're at least not 18, bro, like you're really fucking pushing it.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
what the
agree with
fuck?
that. And like
Like you're literally
biologically,
like, bro, at that point, at that age, they're literally in high school. They're
yeah,
in fucking
exactly.
high school.
Like
Like,
Well,
legality, yeah,
you're in
legality.
college, you know what I mean? You're an adult, whatever. They're still basically like, they're still a kid at that point, bro. That's all I'm getting at, but it is what it
Yeah,
is. So
yeah. Legality definitely doesn't determine morality. Hell no.
yeah.
Uh,
no, I just like when you're in high school, obviously like you have a certain adolescent mindset naturally. So, but I think for me at least, like I don't know, to 21 to 22, like your mindset is like a completely different persona. Like you
Yeah,
have matured and
definitely.
facts,
grown so
facts.
much from then. So it's like I can't see myself in my 20s, right? Being attracted to someone of that maturity or mindset, not let alone that just like how young they look, right? It's just like
Yeah,
nothing
exactly.
attractive about that to me, man.
That-
It's
that-
just like,
Nah,
that's the problem.
but
Like
that's my
it's
culture,
yeah,
I mean, I
exactly.
understand in other places,
that's
but
the
yeah,
problem. Like, because like when they're 18 or 19 or even 16, 17, they're obviously going to be very immature. They're not even emotionally mature. What's it called? They lack knowledge and things. They're naive, etc. The whole fucking nine, right? You know what I mean? That's basically what you're walking into. Because again, we were even there at that point, right? We know,
Yeah, exactly.
So like it's not nowhere near the same until the point where you're in your fucking 20s. Now you're more, developed, invested in things, whatever, you understand, you've been through it, the bullshit, the not. So again, that's kind of what you're working with now. The craziest thing, I will say this is where it gets into the whole IRL scheme of things. This has been proven too. Majority of men do prefer younger women though, from like 18 to 21 or 22. That is a thing. And there's like XYZ reasons and yada yada, so on and so forth. But that is a thing too. So I am putting that out there. Now,
Yeah,
but to say like lower than that, that's no. No,
yeah,
hell no.
exactly. Hoyoku Aizen pre-war arc versus Three Eye Sage Six Pass Madara. So if we presuppose that both of their abilities affect each other, the problem for Madara would be Aizen with his ability to put him in the trance ability that he has. That affects all five senses too. Um, that would be a
Yeah,
huge problem for Madara. Now, as far as scaling, at that
yeah,
point, pre-war, it's arbitrary at that point in the story, like where they scale. Aizen was obviously immensely powerful, like the majority of the narrative, in comparison to everybody else. I'd probably say, even before he had the Hoyoku, he was probably already well beyond Continental, honestly. If the Espada are doing things like Luciora versus Vasto Lord Ichigo doing what they're doing, I think Aizen is substantially more powerful than that, and that would put him at a multi-continental and above. Um, Now Three Eyes Sage's Six Pass Madara has, his hacks are pretty cracked. He has Infinite Tsukuyomi as well. And if that works, he could maybe take out Aizen that way. But the thing is, if Aizen uses his trance ability, which is always on as long as he deems it that way. Mata wouldn't even know that he's in it, as well. So that would be a problem for Aizen. Speed is arbitrary. Excuse me, for Madara. Speed is very arbitrary as well. at this point in time between those two. I think we can make an argument for either or. Honestly, I'd probably lean towards Aizen because of the hacks, especially the
Well,
trance.
I don't
But
know about this, Jay, but like I don't know if you recall this. Like don't quote me. I'm obviously paraphrasing, but I think I heard with when Ulquiorra went into his like second resurrection, like he said like this transformation could have the potential to destroy Mundo with its
yeah,
DC over time, and that's why like him and Ichigo flew above it and started their battle up there,
up
right?
there, yeah,
So, and obviously we know Aizen's fucking strong in Ulquiorra, like hello.
way
So,
stronger.
I mean
Yeah,
that says a lot to me, right? Like, and Mundo, it's like in a similar ballpark to what we saw in Core Town or Earth in general. It's like a similar parallel world, so it's like if you know what I'm trying to get at here, though, but it's
yeah,
like it's not
exactly.
outlandish to claim that like Iceland might be in that ballpark. I'm just saying, dude. Like,
Yeah, I
you
do
know,
think saying he's planetary even before the Hyoryukyuu and like the Thousand Year Blood War isn't like outlandish at all. Especially again with Ulquiorra doing what he was doing and him being
yeah.
obviously substantially weaker than fucking Aizen. So I probably would lean towards Aizen, especially with his hacks as well,
Oh
because it
yeah,
would
the
yeah it would
fucking Oda Matsukami at all times, dude. Like, yeah,
yeah
that guy's
exactly.
fucking
It's basically what it
brilliant.
is at all times, and like he that would be fucking a huge problem for Madara. So I would say
Mhm.
he probably takes it. Honestly, like watching Bleach, I never thought they'd get that powerful. Obviously, I was naive. I didn't know how powerful they become, but
I
it's
thought
great.
it'd stay like along Naruto shit, bro.
Yeah, that's what
Like,
I thought. Or going in, I was like, okay. And then once we started seeing Thousand Year Blood War, I was like, holy shit! Like these guys are way above
the,
this. Like the Kyokusei Getsu shit, man. Madara would struggle with that. That's a huge problem. So
And Aizen's whole goal was to fucking, take over the Soul King, and that guy's obviously like the Shibai in that verse. He's
yeah,
like
he's
the
like
yeah,
Shibai.
omnipotent. He's like
Yeah,
the omnipotent like entity. So it's like
like they're
he's
all I'm
smart.
saying, like they're speeding it up. Like the writing, they're fucking speeding up that shit to get these motherfuckers to crazy levels. Like, because
Oh yeah.
for Boruto, they're gonna get there too, but at least he's taking his time. With Bleach, they're like, nah, we're getting them right there. We're gonna speed this shit up. Like, damn.
exactly. I'm about to
I'm about it
graduate.
though.
I'm about to graduate high school in a few days. Hey, congrats, bro. Uh,
Nice, brother.
Like, bro, like
morale.
not even the creator of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z did that shit. He went from like everything we see in Dragon Ball, then we see
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z stuff. Then it took for the third level, which was Dragon Ball Super, that generation, to where now they're fucking doing some pretty insane universal shit, whatever, blah blah, you name it. Like, so it's like
yeah.
I don't know, bro.
Uh, Morality is subjective, unfortunately. Yeah, we've spoken about this before in depth. Morality,
Yeah,
here's the thing about morality. In the first world Western civilization of today, today's modern Western civilization, there are universal standards that the majority of people have. I always say a good template of the Ten Commandments of like the Judeo-Christian Bible, right? Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. And most people,
exactly.
the vast majority of the population will agree like those moral sort of virtues should be upheld. Where it starts to become more gray are the most, I would say, ambiguous and contentious topics of today's time.
Yeah,
Like,
like because
for
there's points
example,
where
yeah, the
yeah,
death penalty, for example,
yep,
gun control, for example. Like
yep,
morality becomes
abortion.
very, very gray. It's not no longer black and white at that point in time. There's a threshold, right? There's a spectrum of like extremes. Like the vast majority of the population, you ask them, should it be allowed to kill someone for no reason, in cold blood? No. But then when you get to the more contentious side and you ask, what do you think about gun control? You'll get a different answer quite often from individual to
Or self
individual.
defense. Like if you had to
Yeah,
defend yourself and you had no choice to kill the person, is it now okay? So like
yeah.
that's where it's like it's the thing with that. So obviously like there's different things too. Like yeah, morality can be subjective, but there are objective moralities as well. Like for an example, if you just kill someone in cold fucking blood for no reason at all, you just kill the guy. That's objectively morally wrong, right?
Yeah.
Or if there's a
Yeah.
baby and you see a baby like a 2-year-old and you slap the fuck out of that baby, obviously that's objectively morally wrong.
Yeah,
So
that's why
like you have yeah,
yeah, the
so
general acceptance of moral realism. We discussed this a long time ago. We have a clip
Oh
of it
yeah.
yeah,
actually where we discussed it. I don't subscribe to moral realism, the idea of oh that there are such thing as moral facts because morality is dependent upon the eyes of the beholder, right? And obviously with there being a society and there being law and order, that still doesn't
yeah,
negate
Hmm.
the very fact that the moral compass of someone can vary from your own. The only difference is if your moral compass doesn't align with that of society, you get punished for it. That still doesn't negate
yeah,
that your moral compass is different from the next guy, right? Like
fact.
so the point is the moral realism. It's I like it sounds great ideally. Like the vast majority of us would say fuck killing, fuck all like the horrible crimes are the most heinous of
Yeah.
crimes. But if you go to a third world country or some fucking island in the middle of the Pacific, those people might be killing each other every day. They don't give a shit about it. Like, oh, this is
Yeah, they don't
regular.
give a shit. Or,
We
bro,
sacri-
you go to a fucking island with a fucking tribe there, bro. They'll kill you on
Yeah,
the spot and eat
we
you,
kill on
bro.
the spot.
Literally,
You know? They fucking
literally,
sacrifice
yeah.
to their gods or whatever the fuck they do. Like to
Yep.
them, that's their moral compass.
This is our land.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So like morality is certainly subjective. It always has. And the reality is, unless we
Absolutely.
all become AI or some shit, it probably always will be. I mean, it is what it is. It's a very intricate topic. Once again, you start getting into the gray areas of morality. For example, again,
Like,
gun control, the death penalty, abortion, all that shit. That's very morally gray. Very, very morally gray. That's not black and white whatsoever.
there's no right or wrong. It's just,
Yeah.
fucking.
So that's morality in a
Subjective
nutshell.
interpretation.
Exactly, yeah,
Yeah.
subjective
Exactly.
interpretation. So
Like the only thing I could say, like that the worst case, what's even worse with what Jay's advocating is when you have a no winning situation. Then what is even morally just? Like,
yeah, exactly.
I'll give a random example. Like if there's a fucking city that's on an infection rate or whatever, like some Last of Us shit, it was actually shown in the TV show. They had an option, either nuke the whole city and kill everybody, or at least try to see if it's possible to contain it, whatever. But if they fail, then the whole world will be fucking infected and everybody is fucked, right? You know?
Yeah.
So it's like it comes to that point where should you at least try and to, in theory, do the right thing, right? Not giving up and try whatever. But then again, if you fail, everybody fucking dies, right? Or just nuke it, bam, now the world's safe, right? You see where I'm getting? It's kind of like a no winning situation, you know? So there's that too, you know?
Yeah, exactly. $5 for Kedrick, appreciate it, brother. If you could pick any boxer to be your coach, who would you pick? Easily Floyd. Easily. He would teach me the ins and outs of his defense. He's taught world-class fighters. He's trained Haney before. I mean, obviously we know who his main guy is, Gervonta. That's his protege, Gervonta. He actually trained Ryan Garcia a bit. The guy's world class. I mean, look at his body of work. His defensive technique is mimicked all the time. We see Haney try to copy it. Canelo copies it. Like after he lost to Canelo, he copies that shit all the time. I mean, after he lost to Floyd, he copied that shit all the time. He's the greatest defensive fighter of all time. That can't be debated. That can't be debated. If you want to argue the best of all time, that can barely be debated. The only guys I would throw up there with him would be guys like Ali, perhaps guys like Julio Cesar Chavez, the very, very pinnacle of guys you could throw in there against him. But as far as defensive, no one stacks up to him. Nobody. Not Ali, not Julio Cesar Chavez, not Pacquiao, not
Hey,
Joe
Jay,
Louis.
I got something for you. There was a post I saw on Facebook, and this guy clearly he clearly is mad at fucking Mayweather for some reason, but it was interesting to post about because I was like, okay, but he says Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson was actually saying this. He's like, Mayweather is not the GOAT. I enjoy watching Pacquiao more. Floyd's a great fighter, don't get me wrong, and he's goated in that aspect, but he had 50 fights. Tyson said on his Hot Boxing podcast, listen, Sugar Ray Robertson had 40 fights. He lost one. Then he had a 78 fight winning streak. 40, lost one. Then a 78 fight winning streak. Goddamn. Then he mentions Julio's Cesar Chavez, if I'm saying that correct. He was 89-0 before he lost. So don't tell me about you're the greatest fighter with 50-0. You're great, no doubt about it. But 50-0, Chavez had 90. He was fighting 8 times a year against whoever was in the rankings. He wasn't picking; it was whoever you want. Come on, so what do you think on that? Because people,
I've heard this argument multiple times, especially from OGs that I've had debates with. Like even my own coaches, I've been we've debated this. So it's a false equivalency because Chavez fought cans for the majority of that streak. He fought cans that have no skill; they're not world class. There's one guy that has the record for beating the most world champions. It's not Chavez. It's actually Mayweather.
Okay. It was Mayweather, right? Yeah. That's what was weird. I'm like when Tyson was saying all this shit, and mind you, he's in the fucking profession. It's like, bro, how can you not even track your own professional element? What's it called? He's over here saying the opposite, that Mayweather fought a bunch of dingalings while the other guy was fighting fucking legends and getting that.
It'd be like an equivalent anime scaling for you anime people. It'd be like saying,
Madara fighting the Shinobi Alliance and slamming?
Yeah, it'd be like, you might have beaten modern Hashirama, but I soloed 5,000 fodder Shinobis. Like, I don't give a fuck that you beat them all. Like, I beat modern Hashirama. That doesn't mean shit. Like, that's basically what the comparison is. Yeah. So Floyd has beaten more. there's guys that have over 100 fights. Floyd's beaten more world champions than them. Sugar Ray Robinson has over 100 fights. He didn't beat as many world champions as Floyd, and he has over 100 fucking fights in his career. So it's
Okay, so
not.
yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, no, that's still a Mayweather W. Because I don't know
Yeah.
boxing to the degree that you know it. I only know like UFC and other things. If that's the case, Mayweather definitely has that, like in comparison. And what's even more impressive as well, again, he has no losses. While they all
No
got
losses.
lost.
Never been
One or
dropped.
two, you know.
Never been
Yeah.
dropped. Never been cut by a punch. He's been cut, but by a headbutt.
Oh yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro, come on. Like, how
never.
can you hate on that?
Ali's been dropped. Chavez has been dropped. They've lost.
Yeah.
Like all those guys have been dropped, tested, and been through the ringer. Floyd's never even been dropped, bro.
Jay, it's that
Like-
famous line: "Defense wins championships."
Exactly.
Right? Steelers when
Yeah.
they had the most Super Bowl championships not because of offense, because of defense. And at the end of the
Exactly.
day, regardless if you think that's pussy or not, at the end of the day, he's winning and he's literally beating like the best of the best because of it. Like, because I think here's what it is. What I think where they went wrong, all these other people that we're talking about, they were so focused on offense only and not defense, to where they were just like, going at it, whatever, being aggressive, trying to give everybody a fight that they want, whatever, blah, blah. But the problem with that, the cons, is now you're risking to be dropped, knocked out, lose, etc. While Mayweather's like, fuck that. Defense all day, baby, and I'm going to be the best of the best, So,
Yeah.
I'm just
Exactly.
saying.
No one in his
Oh.
era beat him. Not Canelo, not Pacquiao, De La Hoya, Maidana. No one beat him. He beat them all. So I mean, it is what it is. Tyson lost to Holyfield twice. He lost to Lewis. Chavez lost to De La Hoya. He lost to other fighters as well.
Like, Jay, what do you think is more impressive? Winning all those Super Bowls with defense only, or winning a shit ton of Super Bowls with fucking Tom Brady offense? Which, come on, you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what's more impressive? Obviously, defense. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck about Madara fucking slamming the Shinobi Alliance, which is basically what Brady does. And don't be wrong, like the Super Bowl, there's certain time, there's that, but you get what I'm saying. For the most part, he's slamming a bunch of, So, but while the Steelers, they were just winning that shit raw, fucking peak, insane level of defense, just shitting on even the best offenses, which also included Brady at that time with the Patriots.
I'll say this. I'll say this real quick about the NFL and like NBA, at least modern times.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Defense is obviously like critical, but it's not so much as an integral like component anymore, considering the like amount of stuff the referees have power over.
It's
Like
true, the
anything
rules.
that might be deemed as too physical, they're on you in a heartbeat, my G.
Especially
and like
NFL.
the Timberwolves, right? Number one rated defense in the whole league the whole year. They have Rudy Gobert, the fucking DPOY, right? Doesn't mean shit right now against the fucking Mavs, apparently. Or the Nuggets.
They're calling
You know,
everything. Yeah.
And I really give fault to
NBA
the,
for sure. NBA for sure. I would absolutely. NFL, I feel like it's,
Well,
but I still get you, but yeah.
pass interference is like crucial in a game. Just 15 yards.
Oh,
give another
facts.
team.
Yeah, facts.
You know,
Dude, the pass
and they're
interference,
fucking,
bro. Yeah,
they are
bro.
so quick to blow that whistle, my G. I'm telling you, bro.
Bro, the quarterbacks.
Because back then they didn't do that shit. Back then,
They
They
didn't.
let you.
Yeah.
They let you just go at it back then. They didn't give a fuck. Yeah, no, back then.
Absolutely.
Or during like.
And
Jordan,
again, it makes sense because football. Come on, football is literally the physical embodiment of physical fucking aggression. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, like, bro.
Like, how the fuck? Like NBA, I can at least understand that, right? It's all about a ball, get in the basket, whatever. So I can at least understand. It's still bullshit with how like extreme and all what they're doing now. But then again, like Shinobi saying, like back then with fucking Jordan, oh my god, those motherfuckers were fucking gorillas, bro.
Yeah,
they were elbowing, you name it.
They actually, the Pistons made a plan to beat Jordan. It's called Operation Take Out Jordan. They're like, let's just fucking
literally
exhaust him. That's how they beat him. That's how they fucking beat him those years until he put on muscle and he got Pippen and he whipped their ass. But that's just, it's definitely changed. The rules of sports has definitely changed, especially in NBA and football, especially with the quarterbacks.
Oh my god.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Yeah,
come on, man. Like back then,
football is definitely nowhere to the extreme at NBA. Though.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
definitely not. Yeah, NBA, you can't even fucking touch anybody.
But like football, you could, if your defense is still really good, you can at least still do something about it. Like it's been blatantly shown. You know what I mean? Even like the last Super Bowl, the fucking defense that was happening was fucking crazy. So So like so I'll say that, but no, I do get what Shinobi's getting because like the fucking Fast and Furious is just that
Dude,
shit's
it's
getting
so
crazy.
That's
ass. I
giving away a
hate that
game.
shit. I hate that
It's
shit.
just,
Like,
there's no equity. It's inconsistency
I
all the time.
remember-
15
It's
yards.
like it'd be
bro,
like one play is like, oh, this happens, right? But it's okay at that point. But then now the same thing happens. Oh, it's not okay. It's like, motherfuckers, make up your fucking mind. Like what?
Oh, I don't know if you guys heard, but like they're not allowing you to like drag tackle anymore, like people anymore,
oh
dude.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. They're talking about like hip tackle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're not
yeah,
allowing that
that's
no
like,
more.
dude,
That's
been
fucking
football
dumb.
since like forever, dude. Like, so
Yeah,
that's
That's
what I'm
bro.
saying.
retarded.
That's
That's
literally
retarded.
that's
So
a
critical.
strategy. Like that. Yeah, that's critical. I don't understand that. Like, what are they supposed
Like
to
you
do?
want to know what pisses me off? I feel like the whole reason they're doing all that is again the whole aspect of safety. But that really fucking pisses me
It's a
off because
balance,
instead of
man.
making it that's not the right way to go about it. Instead of making the focus on that, we should do for one you're talking about fucking athletes, the best of the best, right? And they're over here being paid just to play and have fun, right?
Millions.
So at
Yeah.
the end of the day, I'm sorry, millions of money, right? Millions of dollars. So okay, boo fucking who that they could potentially get injured by hip tackles, whatever, blah, blah, you name it, whatever. Because at the end of the day, that's the fucking sport. And
Yeah,
you
bro.
got to have, like, it's pros and cons to everything. It's like sacrifice, whatever. If they can make fucking millions having fun playing football while being the best at what they're doing, I don't see the fucking problem with them being potentially injured as well. Like, hey, I don't, you get what I'm saying? Like, come on, but we need to have some fucking, so there's that. And the second thing, if you're that worried about safety, then focus and divert that element of comprehension to medical shit then. Make their insurances incredible.
Yeah.
Make sure you're not fucking them over and now they're ending up homeless or working at a McDonald's after being in the NFL. Like focus on that element of things and go that route instead of just being like, oh, hip tackles are not allowed now. Like
Yeah,
that's
what's
fucking
weird-
retarded.
Yeah, like historically,
Yeah.
that's not even a. I don't understand. That's not even a dangerous tackle. I don't understand that. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like I get I get like the targeting. I understand that, but the fucking hip tackle.
But that's
I
the
don't
rat
understand that shit.
softest shit they would be doing, Jay. That's
Yeah.
probably why they're doing that too. Is safety. It's like come
Like,
on.
that's
I mean,
That's
might
a-
as well just be like flag football. That's
Yeah,
fun,
at
dog.
that
Like,
point,
fucking
like,
Literally!
fuck it,
So you can't
know?
run some like
Like-
if you're running someone down, you can't like die for a hip tackle. Like, what do they do? Let them score? What the fuck? I don't understand that shit.
Jesus,
Like,
fucking, that's crazy.
Brother's
I don't
running like
know.
28 miles an hour, probably.
yeah,
And, yeah,
like,
I'm
what
gonna
are
be
you?
like,
Bro,
What else am I gonna do?
At that point, at that point, I
Uh.
wouldn't even want to play football. I might sign me up for professional fucking flag football at that point, bro. Like what?
Yeah, like for
Yeah,
example,
exactly,
like a
dog.
cornerback is chasing down a guy going, he's doing a vertical route. He catches it. What is he gonna do? Jump? Like, he can't fucking grab him by the hip? What the fuck is-
You know what I'll say? No, you know what it is. I guess everybody should play offense now. And then when they start having no
Yeah.
defense players because they're making it one sided and making an advantage for offense.
Hey,
I don't know what to tell you.
yeah,
Now,
that's why we have games where I think there was one game last season where
Oh,
fucking
gosh.
the fucking Miami scored like 70. I was like, bro, there's no fucking defense. That's fucking terrible. But
Well, and
Yeah.
also, I don't know if you guys have seen the playoffs. Like the Knicks and Pacers was atrocious, dude. Like I remember one quarter, like not even like 14 seconds has elapsed. I'm not even fucking bullshitting you, dude. 4 fucking fouls were called, dude. over this, that, and other. I'm like, dude, let
Oh
them
my
fucking
God.
play the game, bro.
Dude, that's
Like, it's
so fucking
ridiculous.
annoying, bro. I hate that shit. Like, I'm glad
It's like, come on.
historically, at least, I don't know now, but historically, at least during the finals, the refs they're more willing to let shit go. But like,
Yeah.
I hope they don't do that bullshit in the finals, like calling everything. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, come on, man, let him play through it. Like,
Yeah.
it's dumb as fuck. That shit is annoying. I'm glad. That's one thing about combat sports. They don't do that shit there. They let you fight. So.
So I feel like defense is definitely like it's a very important aspect of the game, but it's even harder to do now because you have to accommodate for all the new regulations every year happening. And if you can like wise up to both those aspects and make a nice consensus and like more power to you, man. But it's just getting
Yeah.
harder and harder for defensive
Facts.
teams to really make an impact now.
So our
you know?
defense is dying, like in general, like in NBA and NFL. It's just hard to play
Yeah.
defense. Like the literal rules are against you. It's just bullshit. But I mean, it is what it is. It's it's dumb. It really is. I think that was in 2013. People were saying One Piece better than Oda does, not making up OP characters that are so godlike they can't be killed and only be sealed or put to sleep. Hey, I just joined. Sorry if this was answered, but the topic says Naruto is planetary. Are they saying Naruto couldn't blow up a planet like Frieza did Namek? Basically, yeah. The people that are saying he's not, yeah, That's basically what they're
They're
saying.
fucking retarded. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
that's. I mean,
Bro,
he's
like,
really.
bro, even the Naruto game, like, blatantly, like, their fucking ultimates that Sasuke and Naruto are doing are blatant fucking planetary shit.
Yeah,
Like,
the thing is, Floyd was in the four belt era, whereas Sugar Ray only had one champion per division, no junior divisions. The time, so not really fair. I mean, yeah, I mean it is a different time. You're right about that. It was a different time. The sport was more green back then. That was like way back in like the mid 1900s and shit. So, um, Henry Armstrong is the goat.
at the end of the day, you still have to give Mayweather the credit. At the end
Yeah,
of the day, you have to, objectively speaking, he's 50-0, bro. 50
yeah,
and
like
fucking 0.
what
Like,
he did is gonna be damn near impossible to do again. The thing is, Floyd was in the four belt era, whereas okay, I just read that. Henry Armstrong is the go to me. Look him up. He held 3 titles in 3 weight classes simultaneously in original 8 divisions, no junior division. That's pretty
Yeah.
impressive for the time. That's impressive. I think when Floyd argues he's the best ever, he often employs somewhat sneaky tactics. He brings up bad losses from Ali after Ali already had Parkinson's and was banned for the years of his prime. I mean, I don't really see that historically, but he does bring up people losing because he hasn't lost. I mean, that's what he does. I will say, if you watch people in esports, they're famous and play games all day, but they're exhausted, dead-eyed, have health issues, always trade-offs and risks. Yeah, even playing video games, bro. Playing too much will fuck you up. Uh,
Mhm.
Also, the ref helped Floyd against Ricky Hatton. Bro, Floyd fucked up Ricky Hatton. The ref wasn't going to save Ricky, so I'll tell you that.
yeah, yeah.
He did dirty hits against Ortiz, but Victor Ortiz headbutted him first, so justified. Yeah, they both did dirty shit. So to me, it's eye for an eye. Also, he didn't want to fight against Prime Pack because they didn't want to split the money 50-50. I mean, I think that was a two-sided thing. I think they both had issues with negotiations. Pacquiao was a huge name too. So
Yeah.
yeah, and when people say he didn't want to fight in his prime, Floyd's older than Pacquiao. So he's older than he is.
Another thing I'll say too, I feel like along with other people in correspondence to Tyson, they also have some type of emotional bias when it comes to a fighting style. Those type of people like aggressive offense, like going for it, right? Like just going for blood, whatever.
Juggernaut.
Well, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. And again, that's not how Mayweather is. He's a very tactical, decisive fighter, and again,
Yeah,
defense oriented, whatever you name it. He can
Mhm.
also be aggressive too. A lot of people, that's a misconception. A lot of people think he's not. He actually can be aggressive and has good offense. He can knock people out. You name it, the whole nine. But overall, like that's kind of like the issue as well. So like obviously to them, again, like let's be real. If Mike Tyson is analyzing, what do you think he's gonna think is more, respecting and so on and so whatever. Obviously, someone that's very aggressive and strictly offense, whatever, and all that shit. So
yeah, exactly.
but,
Is this scaling off some Boruto thing? I'm not seeing how anything Naruto does in Shippuden dents the surface of the earth, even the Ten Tails Cataclysm. Well, where it starts to become past planetary is the end of the war arc with like Kaguya and stuff. It's like blatantly about planetary at that point.
yeah, like the only way you can get Naruto should put it into planetary or even fucking beyond is the abundance amount of statements that are there in the manga or data books. But again, the problem with statements is again, me and Jay and Shinobu will say it all day, every day, it's fucking cap. Like
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck if it says, oh, the Ten Tails can do all this insane fucking planetary shit or whatever, blah blah. Yet we see the Ten Tails do a fucking move to kill everybody, and it's what I mean. It's not like nothing. Like
Yeah.
it
yeah,
fucking,
Go for
it's
it.
like, come on, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So at the end of the day, again, if feats contradict statements, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah.
when we don't start having that emphasis or actual like we know for sure or higher probability of things until after Shippuden. So
Yeah,
I
exactly.
will
Yeah,
say
it's
this
like
though,
yeah.
like Naruto is not gonna blow up the planet as easily as Frieza did with his fucking finger. Like it's not
oh
like
hell
that
no.
at all.
Oh hell no,
But
hell no.
like he does have the DC capable of enacting upon said act.
We'll eventually do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
exactly.
exactly. Yeah. I
And that,
think
that would also be in correspondence to the Earth also contributing to Naruto's destruction. Because think of it this way, like let's say, bro, better yet, we could drop a fucking nuke in a super volcano. That would destroy the fucking planet, technically. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
there's technically like basically what's the fucking word? A domino effect type of planetary destruction. That's what I'm getting at. So if
yeah.
yeah.
Naruto's hitting the right areas, that can also do it too. It's not like, oh, he could just blatantly bam shoot one thing and bam the come on, like it's not like fucking Super where Frieza just literally with his fucking fingers just grabs the dirt and
Yeah.
bam the planet blows up. That's literally what he
Yeah.
fucking did. It was insane.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like
I think Andre Ward is very good because he fought in a tournament where you don't choose opponents, and of course Usyk too. Andre Ward, man, like I'm a huge fan, man. He's an Olympian, world champion.
Yeah.
He took out Kovalov in his fucking prime when he was like a fucking animal. He retired early, which is smart from like a health standpoint, but it would have been cool to see what he could have accomplished in the sport, like if he would have fought a little longer. Maybe he would have fought guys like Bivol and guys like Usyk, and it would have been great to see. But
Oh,
he's a smart man, smart man. So
you know what you just reminded me of, Jay? There was a recent thing I've been seeing recent videos of like a state competition for high school and college,
yeah,
to where trans athletes in for the female obviously division, what's it called? They were like winning and shit, and bro, those videos had me dead. The fucking all the parents were booing, fucking throwing shit at. I was like, damn, they
dude, they don't
were
fuck with that
pissed,
shit.
bro.
Yeah, college and
Like they
high
were
school.
fucking, like it's I'm sorry, but regardless of whatever your views are, it's just crazy like how like we had all these like women championships in high school, college, whatever, all these hard, women, whatever, doing all they're doing, and the next thing you know, we have a trans athlete, and now out of nowhere, miraculously, they're just fucking slamming them. It's like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy,
um,
bro.
Full Cure, his second resurrection would be 5 to 10 times multiplier, and Sirox or Skuros would be another 10 times multiplier. Lon says above that. Yeah, Bleach scaling man is something. Uh,
Yeah, it is.
Little right. It's like the statement where Korma said he can turn the world to ash, and like we hopefully don't believe that. Yeah, exactly. It's hyperbolic. According to the data book and statement. Yeah, eventually we're gonna make Bleach content too. By the way, like we're just grinding out some, Naruto content, Boruto content,
Naruto, Boruto, yeah. We
JJK.
got to stick with the greats first. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, JJK. I think we're gonna get it sponsored soon. Shout out to Prodigy. I think he's gonna
nice.
sponsor us for that. For that video, for JJK video and another video he had in mind. So we'll let you know about that too. That's coming.
Oh, Jay, I got this for you too because this shit was funny when I saw it on Facebook. So this guy, this is about Drake and Kendrick in chat. You guys let me know your thoughts as well with all this and between Kendrick and Drake. Who do you think won? Blah blah. You name it when I say this, but so this guy like he was responding to all the Drake fans or whatever, and
Yeah.
he was saying Kendrick's success in this beef is not because he mentioned Drake like most fans say. A lot of artists mentioned Drake and didn't even come close to their own great standards. That takes away your notion of mentioning Drake. That was the first thing. His second point. Secondly, even if he made good numbers mentioning Drake, the truth is they were both dropping at the same time. You would imagine that if someone is under the shadow of a greater artist, should they drop at the same time, the greater artist is expected to dominate. So an example, I would say like Eminem, right? But
Yeah.
but this wasn't true for Drake. If mentioning Drake, Drake gave Kendrick such a stardom that he even outshined Drake while they dropped at the same time. That's a testament to itself to suggest that Kendrick is actually a lot greater. So obviously, this is a K Dot fan. The only reason you think Drake is bigger is because of the commercial success and the audience for the type of music he makes. Yet in this beef, the culture was the audience, and Drake lost big time. He says, "This is why I love beef. Exposes what the culture truly thinks about a person. Commercial success is artificial because you have corporations that push your music. Yet with a diss, you're at equal ground. The perfect place to show who's the greatest." What do you think about that?
I would say being objective, it's a little bit of both. Like Drake's name did help,
Exactly.
but Kendrick was his name alone was already massive. Like without Drake's,
Exactly.
yeah, it's already massive. Like Meek Mill, like that was the last huge beef that Drake was in.
Yeah, Big
He
Bill was
was
a fucking like, what
Yeah,
the
like he
fuck
was
was he
he
doing?
he was a name, but the thing is Drake hit him so hard that it fucking ended him. Like his career is like
Yeah, it
over.
ended him.
All he had to say is your girl's bigger than you. That's all he had to say and it ended him. Like Nicki Minaj is bigger than him. With Kendrick,
Damn,
Kendrick
bro.
doesn't have someone he's with bigger than him. He doesn't have
Yeah,
like
he's always
skeleton.
had that aura, bro. The
Yeah.
Eminem fucking said he's that guy.
Yeah,
Like
so
it's
this
fucking
guy has
better
the
yet.
name.
Drake and J. Cole even said K. Dot was that guy before this whole beef thing happened.
Yeah, so
Like
he has the name, he has the skill. So this was a guy
yeah,
that was actually like a threat to Drake, and I mean he played it
exactly.
he played it really intelligently. The angles he took, what narratives he decided to push,
Yeah,
how clever he was with the just everything he said. It was very clever. He attacked Drake's image. That was the best way to
yeah,
approach it because
yeah.
shout out to DJ Academics. He was on Nelk Boys talking about this. He said Drake's
Because
not
that
known.
was Drake's main thing, right, Jay? Like it was his
Yeah.
image is what was fucking legendary. Like
Yeah,
so.
and the
Yeah,
thing with Drake is he's not a family man. He's known for fucking like a bunch of bitches. So the problem is because of that, it's easier to create the perception that he has some skeleton. So what Kendrick did brilliantly is he brought up pedo shit. He's like, you're always out and about. You're fucking talking to Millie Bobby Brown. You're fucking to bringing some 17-year-old on stage.
All this stuff and like
You're weird as
multiple rap
fuck.
songs
On
of him
stage.
doing it. Yep.
Yeah, so it was a
So,
very
yeah.
good. It was a brilliant move because Drake's
Yep.
not if Drake was a family man, that shit wouldn't have never worked. Like it never would
Oh, you know,
worked.
yeah, no, and if
Yeah.
there was nothing, like no rap songs, no Billy Bobby Brown,
Yeah.
no nada, not even that concert video with that one minor. If there
Yeah.
was none of that, what the fuck does he do?
Yeah, there's nothing.
Like-
But because Drake's always out, he's in the public eye a lot. He's always around
Yep.
women. Like it was an easy way to go, and he did that shit. He
Yep.
attacked his sexuality, which was very intelligent, with the fucking him being
Yep.
the BBL shit, the pedophilia shit. That was smart, and just him being fake, not being hood. That was smart. Those are all good angles.
One
Drake-
thing K Dot did do that, in my opinion, I thought was really good too, though, Jay, and really dark. It was even worse what Drake did was talking to his mom and then his son and then his father. I was like,
Yeah.
God damn.
Like
Now,
Drake.
to be fair, Drake got his ass with the daughter shit, but
Oh, facts. Drake
Yeah.
tried, but I think the fucking impact that the shit Kendrick said was so high that it's just
Yeah,
hard.
absolutely.
It was an uphill battle because the shit he
in
said
correlation
just
with the pedo on top of it, like that's a
Yeah.
cherry on the top. Yeah,
cherry on the top.
yeah.
Like that shit was what really festered like this fucking Drake hate, whatever you want to call it, like this anti-Drake fucking wave, and it was just hard for me to
Because
figure it
Drake did
out.
talk about his wife. He did talk about his wife,
Yeah,
his son
yeah.
as well, and he even sexualized his wife and the whole night. And then so he did say some personal things too. But Kendrick took that shit to a whole other extreme, bro.
Yeah, like
what the
fucking
fuck?
Drake.
Let all the dogs out.
Yeah, he let all the
man.
dogs out, and the shit he said just had so much impact that the shit Drake said just didn't. Like people like, oh, he hit his wife, you're still a pedo. Oh, he fucking his wife left him, they got a divorce, you're still a pedo. Like, it was just too much. The hit was so hard.
You know what's crazy too, Jay? That's why I wish Drake came out even more harder in his response song. Like his response song was just basically him like tapping out, like, all right, I had enough, I'm gassed, and also like, nah, none of that shit's true, blah blah, like fuck you, whatever, blah blah. And then that was basically the gist of it, right? And then there was some other things he said in there that were actually really good and logically like actually pretty effective. But regardless of that, like it wasn't like he should have ended it strong. That was a very weak way to respond, in my opinion.
The hard part six.
Like if he came harder on like that woman beating stuff or just anything, if he just went fucking at Kendrick's throat, you know what I mean? Like Kendrick did basically.
Well,
I
don't
think Drake's he's not like a dog like that though. You know what I mean? Like
honestly, and the thing is,
he can.
Yeah, Family
can
Matters.
be.
In Family Matters, he was quite a dog, but the thing is, he was attacking like 20 people at once, like Kendrick.
Exactly, he wasn't even focusing. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
ASAP Rocky, like fucking
shit
Rick
on
Ross, Future, fucking Weekend. Like he had to go out all these guys. Like he had a handicap.
Sakuna type shit, baby.
Yeah, he held his own. He definitely held his own. But yeah, Kendrick just fucking. I mean, he took the perfect angle.
That's my biggest nitpick with Drake. Like he was doing it. He was like, Family Matters was insane. Push Ups was insane. Whatever, blah blah. You know, like fucking over here, like slamming again some Sakuna shit. But when he had the opportunity after Kendrick does all his shit, because that's mainly orchestrated to Drake, right, and focused on him, he should have did his last response, mainly focused to Kendrick, and made that shit like a haymaker. You know what I mean? Like as fucking some crazy shit. But he just came in and said, "All right, I'm done." Like come on, you can't do that.
Like there are whiffs that they're not done. Like Academics knows Drake, and I think he even knows Kendrick. He said a couple times like this shit ain't over. I don't know. It's been a while, but I hope it isn't because I want to see more beef and more hits, but from both guys. But we'll see. I mean, time has passed. Drake's like fucking in Toronto, like hanging out with the fucking WBA expansion team. He's fucking making music with he's making music with Sexy Red and shit. He seems done. But we don't know. We don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. We don't know if Kendrick's done. He might be cooking right now, waiting for Drake or some shit. I hope they're not done. But I mean,
I feel like Drake, like when his like security got like shot at or whatever it was, and like people were like antagonizing his house, and it's actually hitting home, like literally. Like that's kind of enough for me to be apprehensive about.
Yeah, and I get it. Like that's his fucking life.
Foolish enough.
Yeah.
They're foolish enough to believe Kendrick and all this shit. Like they
And
don't really,
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Kendrick doesn't
research
even
and
need to
shit,
respond either. Like I'm gonna be honest with you.
He doesn't.
Kendrick
No, he
really
doesn't.
have to respond. He did.
No.
He already did what he needed to do. He really did.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
the only one that really needs to respond is mainly Drake, and he would have to say something so fucking crazy or go so hard at him while it's also a banger to listen to where then Kendrick's like, you know what, I actually might have to say something to this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Again. Like it would have to be some crazy shit. you know.
Yeah,
But
he could, but yeah, it would really have to hit. Like Family Matters was fucking great. And honestly, for him,
Oh, great.
it'd probably have to be even better than Family Matters. Like it'd have to be fucking like off the chain type shit.
I'm a pull of noodles. But Jay, you're a pedo because you support Drake.
Oh, that retard when he said that shit. I'm like, you support
Yep.
Seth, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
Literally, an
And
actual fucking pedo
with
that's been
actually,
like concretely proven to be one, while Drake
pictures,
is
fucking
only probability.
fucking loser. Yeah. You really put Noodles in his place. What's going on, Sir Goat? What's going on, bro? Yeah, we put Noodles in his
Yo,
place,
what's
man.
up,
Fuck
man?
Noodles. Can Nayo Inui reach the best of all time stats by the end of his career? That guy's super gifted. If he takes the Pacquiao route, he could approach that. Yeah, he could. He reminds me of Pacquiao actually, which is very high
Damn.
praise. I can't feel helping like these beefs are just set up by the record companies because they know it's profitable. I'll say this: no man wants to be labeled as a pedo. No man. I don't think it was fucking set
Drake
up.
would not go that far, bro. That's
Yeah.
fucking cap.
Fuck
man.
no. And
Yeah.
I don't think Lamar would want people saying he hits his wife and shit either. So I don't
Exactly.
think so. Like if it was like friendly beef, like they're just talking shit to each other, I might believe you. Like they're just talking shit straight to each other, no family involved, no pedo allegations, no wife beating allegations. I
And
might believe
Jay,
you.
we know that's
but
true. We know that's true because in Lamar's interview years ago, he was actually pressed about that bogus bullshit about beating his wife, whatever.
yeah,
And one, his wife obviously said that shit is bullshit, so she even
bullshit.
confirmed. But
Yeah.
two, what's it called? When he was saying on the interview, he's like, he said this verbatim. He's like, I don't know why people try to be doing that, like that pathetic, stuff. Like that's just not cool. Like
Fucked
you're
up.
talking about people's lives. Like that's basically like the general consensus of what he said. But he's like, no, it's been blatantly proven wrong. Whatever. You can also even talk to my wife, whatever he
Yeah.
said, his girl,
No.
blah
Mhm.
blah. It's a bunch of bullshit. So he
Yeah.
addressed it a long time ago, and that's him on a fucking podcast. Like
On a
so he's
podcast,
gonna
yeah.
be serious. You know what I mean? So
I'll
it's like
say
again,
this.
I feel like that's more credence to like for them to not want that to be in the light
Yeah.
too.
What I
you know?
didn't like from both sides is that they both took it a little too far. Like fucking Lamar saying like
They
you
did.
should die,
Yeah.
like you should die and shit. You're fucking pedo. I was like, bro, come on. And then Drake saying like,
Yeah.
oh, you beat the fuck out of your wife. Like fuck, you were probably fucking molested. That's why you call me a pedo. I'm like, come on, bro. That's too far. Like you don't need to see shit like that. I think they both went a little too far with it. And then the minute it started hitting home, the shit's not Lamar's fault, but fucking Drake's house getting fucking like almost invaded and shit. I'm like, bro, this
Yeah,
shit's going too far, bro.
Exactly, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it went crazy.
they did the personal shit. I didn't fuck with that. Like bringing their kids and shit. I'm like, come on, bro. You don't need to do that.
Hey,
shit.
but all I will say, I feel like Drake, whether if you think it's a W or not, I think it's because he really fucking got to his skin. Like he pissed
Facts.
Kendrick off.
Facts.
Like, I'm
that
sorry,
shit
but you
pissed him off.
don't go that far. You don't go that far just for like shits and giggles or like or somewhat of a beef or a rap beef. Like, come on, you don't do like he really really pissed him off.
Yeah,
with
we could
Family
say
Matters.
this, whether you think Kendrick won or not. The most ass diss of all of these was the one where he was like, I hate the way you talk, the way you fucking walk. I'm like, come on, that shit is ass. Like, let's be honest. That was not good. I forgot which one it was. I think it was Euphoria. That was the most ass diss of all.
I'd say
But-
Euphoria is better than Taylor. I'd say that's better than Taylor made with the AI shit. But then again, that one was like a troll song. That was just
Yeah,
the
that was a
Poster
troll.
Bear. It wasn't like
Yeah.
so like if we're counting everything as a whole, then no. But if it's the main ones, then I would agree. Yes.
Yeah, that was like, dude, are you like I said before, I was like, that sounds like a girl. That's some shit a girl said to me after I ghosted her. Like, I hate you. I fucking don't like you. Like,
It was catchy to listen to. I will say that.
It was
I
catchy,
enjoyed
though.
listening to
Yeah.
certain parts of it though, like the
best
beginning.
diss.
Yeah.
The best diss writing wise was Meet the Grams. Meet the Grams was the best write wise. As far as like
Yeah, that was
shit to
crazy.
bop
Yeah.
to, fuck. Honestly, not like us just is annoying me now. I think Family Matters was the most heat. Like as far as like shit
That's
you
fair.
can bump.
That's fair.
Then it would be not
I'm
like
gonna be
us,
honest
but-
with you. I listened to Push Ups and Family Matters a million times.
Facts.
The other songs that Kendrick did, I listened to it a couple times.
Yeah.
Meet the Grams, I listened to probably like a little bit more than a couple times, but it was nowhere near as Drake
Shit's
and,
hard.
with his shit.
Yeah.
Now not like us because that was kind of like a dance like boop song, is a bop song, whatever.
Yeah.
I did listen to that a good amount of times, like probably either as much as with Drake or at least getting close to that. But again, like when it comes to that, like come on, that's an over. That's a.
I'm not gonna
Drake
say.
thing,
I'm gonna say
so.
this. I think most people could agree. Not Like Us is like a bop song that you would dance in the club.
Oh, so
Family Matters
good,
is
bro.
like
It was good.
Family Matters is like a wartime song. Like you're going to war.
Oh
with that shit.
yeah. He
It's
was out
like-
for the blood for
He's like,
war.
He's like, bitch, you guys call me YA as a ring to it because all these fucking
and it sounded
rappers.
catchy as well.
Yeah,
while he was
that was
Not
a
Like
cold
Us
line.
was a bop though.
Yeah,
Bro.
that shit's a
Holy
bop though.
shit,
That
dude.
that shit's a bop. And then Drake with
Yeah.
Family Matters, that was a war cry. Like you said, this shit's
Yeah,
a war
and
cry.
then Meet the Grams, like that wasn't a bob, but it was a
That was
lyrical, like
just
fucking like wanting blood. Yeah, like
that
some dark,
was
fucking
that
sinister shit.
yeah, that was an assassination. That's what that shit
Like
was.
that was like some Madara shit where he comes in and just starts dropping meters and shit and
Yeah,
fucking
I was
wood
like, holy
style fucking.
fuck. Like this is some dark shit you listen to like before you go to fucking scrap with somebody type shit. Like that's what that shit was.
Every reaction person that heard that shit and Lewis, they were all like, "What the fuck?"
Even I
Like,
was. And I'm obviously the most biased Drake fan. When I heard that shit, I was like, holy fucking
yeah.
shit. Like what the fuck? Yeah, he fucking cooked him. But I'm not even gonna cap. But yeah, that is darkest war cry music, like the type of shit I've been bumping while I'm like before, like some type of competitive thing is definitely fucking Family Matters for sure.
Yeah, but
That
main
shit's hype.
point being said, if they, and if all those songs that happened, they did, because as crazy as it sounds, if you actually listen to all their shit, it's about like 40-something minutes long. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But what's it called? But with all that into consideration, the only 3 songs I would actually listen to over and over would be Push Ups, Family Matters, and Not Like Us.
Facts.
So,
Yeah, facts. That's for
yeah.
sure. Meek Mill was retarded. He revealed Meek Mill was retarded. He revealed that Drake had ghostwriters on Twitter. Why not reveal that on a diss track? Might have won. Here's the thing. Ghostwriter is an arbitrary term because everyone has
Yeah.
help when they're writing raps.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean like, oh, they're invalidating their career. Like
Even
Drake's,
Eminem and Kendrick in a certain
even
sense.
them, and they're the greatest like
Yeah.
lyricists of our time. So it's like it's not that doesn't mean they're fucking ass. Like they all have them, like all of them,
Yeah.
everybody, even the greats. So that doesn't really mean
Like
shit. To me.
they go. It's a misconception. They go extremely heavy on people like Drake or anyone that's similar to his like type of profession because they're more for as like appealing to make things more enjoyable
Yeah,
to
he's like an
listen
easy
to.
target.
You know, very
Yeah.
simple thing to hear and all that. So like that's why they're more of easier targets to try to convey that misconception of a notion. While obviously people like Eminem, J. Cole, Joyner, fucking K. Dot, whatever, they're like lyrical fucking geniuses, can rap fast, you name it, all
Yeah.
that fucking shit. To where obviously the perception would be like, oh yeah, no, there's no way, you know, blah, blah. But
Yeah.
overall, if we're being logical, they also have a sense of
All of
help as
them.
well. So
Yeah, if you
yeah,
go look
all
at
of
the fucking contribution, like the contributions on the music, all of them have him. All of them. It's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean they're ass. They wouldn't be at that
It's
level if
just
they
like a little
were.
bit of inspirations. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
exactly.
I'm not writing
Yeah.
every fucking word and verse for them to say.
Yeah,
like
fuck
that's kind
no.
of extreme.
These guys have made hundreds of
They're not
songs,
even an
like
artist.
tens and hundreds of
Yeah.
songs. So obviously they're gonna not fucking write them all. Like, come on, man. After listening to Five Noodles debates, I can confidently say I've never heard him make a single valid positive claim about Naruto. He's a retard,
he's
bro.
retarded.
He's
Yeah,
retarded as fuck.
he's retarded.
He's a fucking retard. But yeah, folks,
But
any
like,
questions at all?
I will say this because we always keep it a buck. You know, we're not going to be like biased or emotional weirdos or retards like them. You know, if Noodles, because he is at least a high tier debater. If he was going against like any fucking like low tier, he's gonna slam.
Yeah, he
But
is.
when it comes to like mid tiers and high tiers, like he will more than likely lose because again, it's exactly what you said. He just argues retarded bullshit that he can't either substantiate or is blatantly contradicted by opposing evidence. You name it, yada yada, and he's just retarded. Like that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like he has the skill to be up there and do it or whatever you name it.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
even like competed against like pretty well people. But the problem is he tries to rat so much or argue losing stances to where if someone is very knowledgeable with it or mid or high, it doesn't work. And then because of his ego, he thinks he's still slamming, right? Oh, 56-0, whatever bullshit, right? Like he thinks he's a Mayweather of Naruto debating, basically. And the motherfucker just gets slammed on his neck. Like, that's the fucking problem. So it's like he has the skill, but he's so egotistical and arrogant. That's why he's not. He's just retarded,
His weakness is
So-
if he can get impressed, he falls apart.
Exactly. Yeah.
I've done that to him multiple times. Like
where his
yesterday.
own actions are fucking contrary. Like you don't even have to argue or refute his
That's why I
own
told him that too. I'm like,
actions.
you're a fucking retard. What you're saying is you contradicted yourself, fucktard. But yeah, it's retarded.
Yeah, thanks for doing my job for you.
Actions speak louder than words. You ever heard of that
him-
saying?
Yeah, facts. Him crying to me just proves me right. Jake really told The Weeknd you ain't getting shit shot, then a week later got his house shot up. Oh my god, that's not The Weeknd ain't shooting shit though. That's a fact. Come on.
Oh yeah, no, they're a bunch of fucking pussies. Fuck those
Yeah, what
people.
the fuck? He's serenading bitches right now. He's not worried about fucking shooting somebody. Do you
Shooting
still agree
cocaine,
with
probably. That's all
probably?
he's doing.
Yeah, facts, dude. He's a superstar. Like, you can't cap. He's a rock star, so he's not focused on shooting nobody. Um,
Yeah.
let's see. Do you disagree with Noodle's multiverse of Naruto? Fuck yeah, that's retarded.
Yeah,
The
that's
reason he's
yeah,
it's fucking even now
definitely.
Boruto knows multiversal. Even now. Um, the reason he slams is because his Gish gallops and uses solipsism to just stall the debate and frustrate his opponents. He did okay against six 3 years ago, but been downhill since. I haven't
I
seen him.
hate that.
The only debates I've seen him win was six, but six was obviously not on the level he is now. And who else? I think that's it. I haven't seen him win any other debate. I haven't really seen debates of Noodles. I did see the six one. Obviously, I saw Swag ones. I thought Swag won both. I'm not gonna lie though. You could argue Noodles maybe won the second one. Maybe. And I don't like Noodles. I'll admit that. You could argue Noodles maybe won that one. I thought Swag still won, but um, yeah, I still think Swag won. But yeah, he's intelligent. Like he's not retard. Like I mean, I make fun of him, I call him retard and shit. But Noodles is smart. He's a good debater. He's just like Batman said, too egotistical for his own good. That's the problem. So, but yeah. Oh, $2 from Kendrick. Appreciate it, brother. Metro Boomin versus DJ Khaled. This is what I gotta say, man. After what Drake ended his fucking life with that one lines like "shut up and go make some drums," I gotta say DJ Khaled, bro. DJ Khaled. I gotta say. Everyone on Twitter is just spamming "shut up and go make some drums." Fucking Metro Boomin on his fucking Twitter, bro. You fucking ended his ass. That's one thing you gotta say about Drake. He one-shotted everybody except Kendrick. Like Kendrick, yeah, did what he did, but everyone else, Weeknd, Ross, everybody got fucking slammed on their neck by him. That's a fact. Um, yeah. But yeah, I'll say DJ Khaled. Swag slam Noodles. I don't know if he slammed him. And the first one's weird because Swag didn't even get to argue his side the first
For
debate.
pain. He didn't say
Yeah,
shit about pain,
and he
dude.
won. He
And like
won
you're
that one.
saying, like he
Yeah,
gets gallops all the time, addresses multiple points at the same time, and it is frustrating because like you can't even have a conversation with the guy, dude. It's like talking
yeah.
to a child.
Yeah, it
You know what I
really
mean?
is.
Like
Like
it's not. Yeah.
I'll say he's a sophist. Like he's clever with it. I'll give him that. But like a good debater will beat him. I mean, you can only rat so much before it falls apart. Yeah. Um, Thoughts on Sasori versus Donzo. That's an interesting matchup. Um, Interesting matchup. Sasori is
Ooh.
well above signing. Um, Donzo's Izanagi is what makes him a problem. Izanagi can keep coming back over and over and over again. Um, that might catch the story off guard, especially if he doesn't have intel. That could be a problem. But Sasori's abilities are obviously very advantageous. The fact that you can't really kill him is advantageous. Like you have to do what Sakura and Chio did, basically, to beat him, which isn't easy to get, especially to get in that close to him like that, unless he allows it, like he kind of did, which was implied by Chio. Um, yeah, the only thing that might give Danjo the win is the Izanagi, honestly. Um,
Well, I mean, yeah, it's interesting because like if Sasori comes out with like his 100 puppets, like bloodlusted, like even if like he gets off guarded by Donzo using the Izanagi, like attacking the puppet shell isn't going to be like critical for him. It's like really ascertaining, hey, that core is like basically like his soul, you know? And if he can
yeah,
figure that out and deliver the final blow, then sure. But I don't think Donzo would like pick that out like off rip. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I
facts,
think
facts,
that's
facts.
like
Yeah,
so like I think I don't know. It's interesting. I think Sasori might have a chance, and it would just take Donzo figuring it out how to like kill Sasori once and for all. That would be the critical point because like he can transfer his puppet core into any one of the 100 puppets at any time too. So it's like there's always that fact of the matter. So it's
facts.
and also if he uses the puppets and they're fast enough to blitz Donzo, I mean like he's not he's useless, bro. He's got like 100 puppets at
Yeah, they just
rim.
keep
So
fucking killing him over and over. Yeah,
yeah,
that's the
dude.
thing.
So
Like,
it's like yeah.
I probably would lean towards Sasori too. Yeah, I probably would lean to
Yeah.
Sasori. Like, honestly, Donzo could win, but again, I think it's contextual and like circumstantial, depending on like the
Very
situation.
situational.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Noodles winning the Itachi versus Pain versus Swag, bro. Granted, Swag said some silly shit in the debate, but he didn't blatantly lie and invent shit that objectively never happened. I'm not saying Noodles won. I'm saying you could argue he won, and I don't like Noodles, and I'm admitting that. You could argue he won. Before this, I only know three K Dot songs: "Humble," "Don't Kill My Vibe," and his verse on "Fucking Problems." I personally feel like he's a more mainstream Cassidy.
What about money trees, bro? You don't know
That shit was
that shit?
fire.
That's a
Money Tree was
bop,
fire.
dude.
Yeah, that shit was a bop.
Come
I
on,
can't even cap.
dog.
Poetic Justice,
Come on.
bop. Those are bops.
Bop,
Yeah,
dude.
bop, bro.
Bop. Yeah.
I can't even cap. And I mean, I'm not saying I'm not a Kendrick fan, but like I'm not a huge Kendrick fan. I admit those are bops. So,
Exactly. You can't hate on
yeah,
that. Good
you
music's
can't
good
even cap.
music, man.
Can't even cap about that.
Yeah.
I don't consider Conan an Akatsuki member. Oh, you're saying the shit Noodle said? Dry killed 5 passive pain. Did he really say that? I need to watch that shit again. Itachi killed
Five,
all
bro.
passive. Itachi killed all of Pain's animals with kunai. What the fuck? I
What about
didn't
the
quote what he said,
Amaterasu,
bro.
dude?
Yeah, what the hell?
Okay. That's hilarious.
Is Tsukuyomi better than Kodo Matsukami? I think it depends on your objective. If as far as like killing someone, Tsukuyomi can literally enact itself in a picosecond, right? So I think it's more potent in that sense. Now, if your objective is to manipulate and use that person for your own, obviously to do your will, then obviously Kodo. Tsukuyomi is
Mhm.
actually also more practical from a usage standpoint. Kodo obviously has a 10-year cool-off period. Tsukuyomi does not. So it depends on your objective, what you
So
want to do.
I think I don't know Batman wouldn't. I think you would too know this, but like I think Kodo can be used on multiple people as well, right? It's not just
I
one
believe so.
person.
Yeah, like at the Five
And
Flag Summit. Yeah.
yes, and there's also an argument for Tsukiyomi being able to be on multiple people because, like in the novel, like I know it's not a human, but like he uses it on like this like swarm of bees, and they're all like genjutsu. I know it's not correspondent to humans per se and their chakra networks, but it gives
Yeah.
you the idea that it might be a possibility. So if that's the case, I mean, I mean, yeah, like Jay's saying, it's contextual as to how that genjutsu will be implemented and
Yeah.
utilized for. But
Exactly.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it definitely depends on what the objective is. If it's to kill Tsukuyomi all day, like if you want to kill as quickly as
Facts.
possible, that shit kills in a fraction of a second. So, um, optically, Swag won the debate. Noodles came out very slimy during the whole conversation. Yeah, optically, I mean, it's inevitable Swag's gonna win. He's just a bigger name, anyway, like he's gonna win regardless. Especially I mean, this one wasn't like Hakuzu versus Pain. Like everyone was gonna say Swag won regardless. But Swag's a bigger name. It was a close debate. Yeah, so he took it. Did you see the full 5 hour debate between Swag and Noodles on Pain versus Itachi? Yeah, I did. I saw the full thing. I was gonna react. Actually, I reacted to it, didn't I? I think I did. I think it's still there.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, you
Yeah, I
guys
think I
both did.
reacted to it, so you guys can see my thoughts on that. It's long as fuck though, but yeah. A lot of this shit, like they started like red herring, like I think sometimes unintentionally, like talking about shit that's not that important. But yeah.
Hey, another thing too, Jay. When I was hearing you guys spit, while I was getting my food real quick. What's it called? When you were talking about the Shishui and Itachi thing,
Yeah.
another thing about a Shishui, because I was actually doing my homework. Swag was talking about. He explained it in other ways to where there's a possibility of where it wouldn't actually apply to Shishui with the whole 10-year thing, whatever. He was kind of like going and explaining whatever because it was like Donzo, whatever, blah blah yada yada. But I actually was doing my homework. What's it called? If you count the novels as canon, there's actually technically a way to prove that Shishui doesn't have the cooldown like Donzo has it or other people. And then in the manga, Itachi also says verbatim for because since it does have a cooldown or whatever, that if you have like Hashirama cells or or a shit ton of chocolate, whatever, you can actually like speed up the process to be able to reuse it again. And obviously, Itachi doesn't have those variables, otherwise he would do it himself. Basically,
Yeah.
where I'm getting at is with Shishui, since it's his eye and all that, whatever you name it. And in the novel, at least, which this is the whole story about Itachi and Shishui. So if you don't think that novel for Itachi and Shisui is canon, then whatever you do. But anyways, Shisui uses the Kodo Matsukami when he's really young. As like he's basically like he was like I think he was like young and he was like either a Genin or in the Hanbo. I don't fucking remember, but he was very
Yeah.
very young. That's the point. And Itachi was too, and he did it on a Byakugan user because they were getting their ass beat by this guy. And he did that to control the dude. And then when he did that, what's it called? Years obviously passed again, right? And he's back to using the Kodo Matsukami again on a whole bunch of people when he's like more older, and so on and so forth. You name it, the whole nine, basically. But basically, where I'm getting at is if you analyze the time that where he is as a kid and to where he is as where he's a little bit slightly older, like a teen, basically like part one to like Shippuden type shit. You get what I'm saying? That there's no way it would be like 10 years or whatever because he's literally using Kodo Matsukami over and over and over. Like he does it throughout Naruto, basically. But
Yeah.
there's that.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're never gonna know everything because we need fucking a one shot with Shishui. That's the problem.
The
But
only way, yeah. Do you think Itachi could achieve EMS by taking Shishui's eye? How strong would Itachi be? I do think so, yeah. And he'd be cracked if he had fucking that eye, bro. He'd be cracked as fuck. Like
yeah.
early EMS Sasuke was on Itachi's level, arguably. Now imagine how strong Itachi would be at the EMS. Fucking cracked. I think what I saw from Swag, one on the most important point, which was the strongest Akatsuki statement. This is why I said about the debate. I think I remember what I said. I said, in general, empiricism usually triumphs over rationalism, and the truth is, Swag just referenced more empirical evidence, while Noodles,
Yep.
I'll admit, probably had better like refutations to things, but Swag having his better empirical evidence got him the victory.
Gonna be more believable if you're
Yeah,
seeing
it's more
blatant shit
believable.
from Kishima. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what to
Yeah,
tell you.
it just made his claim more probable than Noodles. Noodles' logic was good, but it just got overridden by actual fucking empirical evidence.
And that's a problem with Payne as well. He has so many fucking statements saying
So
that.
many.
There's so much consistency, bro.
And with
And so then when you
Itachi,
get into the feats of things and like
yeah,
and what he did to Konoha and all that, and then even the Edo feats, it's like, come on.
yeah, and then
Like,
sick Itachi is just vague. Like it's hard to argue for
Yep.
him, especially against someone like Payne. It's tough, you know. So,
I hate when
I
people
will.
say that Sick Itachi is as strong as Edo Itachi. It's like,
No, yeah, no, they're tripping
no,
about that shit. That's cap.
don't do
No.
that. Don't
Like
do
we
that.
no, and the reason why we know is because we've seen Kimmaru. We see him as healthy prime, the difference, and as an Edo, what he's able to do, and then we see him as sick, where he's getting beat up by fucking part one fucking baby ninja. Okay, not even joining level motherfuckers. Okay, so that's an example. And even with Naruto, when he had his chakra illness as well, it's in the novels only, to be fair, but he was also like getting really really fucked up. Like he even tried to stop Sasuke to do something like illegal, and he couldn't do shit, and Sasuke just bitched him. So
Yeah.
like again, when you're sick, your stats and everything are drastically affected. And as you guys said, even with age, even age fucks you up, bro. Like Hiruzen, all that stuff, whatever. So again, they're fucking humans. If you're sick or super fucking old, you're not gonna be at your prime fucking strength. It's common fucking sense, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Let's say the Russian Shuriken part had put gray hairs on my head for real. Oh, that shit was long as fuck, dude. And they're talking about that shit. The recoil
The lightning
shit.
cloak
God
in
damn.
a jutsu. All that shit.
Yeah, that
dumb
was
as fuck,
crazy.
dude.
I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, they talked about a lot of irrelevant stuff.
It's like
But then
irrelevant
again,
as fuck.
that happens because again, it's Noodles. That
Noodles,
would
yeah.
never happen if it wasn't fucking Noodles, the baby.
Literally.
Yeah,
You know?
he's trying to win any way he can, basically. Yeah. The Russian Shuriken part was ass on Noodles' part. Yeah, bro. Yeah, that shit was so annoying. I was like, move on already.
You know, if you throw a frisbee, there's no way, you know, that frisbee scales to you. You know what I mean?
Like, what
Even
the
though
fuck?
you're throwing the fucking frisbee.
Yeah, you're literally controlling the frisbee.
I'm like,
yeah.
how fast do baseballs go, buddy?
There's no way the baseball scales to you either, even though you're hitting the baseball with your power. But
like, bro, what the hell? Could end a part when Sasuke beat Shinki. Is that? Oh, that's Gaara's son, right? Gaara's son is Shinki.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no, Shinki would dog.
Yeah.
I think Shinki would probably dog him.
He would dog water Gaara. He would dog water that mother. Bro, that guy had the third Kazekage's fucking sand, which made him the strongest of the sand out of all the fucking Kazekages. He has that shit already as a fucking getting, bro.
I think he like dogged Kawaki that one. I forgot what chapter.
Oh, no diff his bitch ass. Yeah. Absolutely dog watered him. He was dog watering fucking Boruto, Solder, all the motherfuckers,
yeah,
bro.
He fucking dogged all their asses. So yeah, he
like while Gaara he gets bullied by Lee. Then Sasuke comes, bullies him as well, and then does a fucking Chidori and fucking bitches him. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
and just the fucking blatant
bro,
upscaling.
his sand was so strong, you needed purple lightning to get through it. Not even a Chidori. That's insane.
That shit is cracked. Yeah, that shit is cracked. That shit is so cracked. Shinki's a dog. I hope we see more of him. Honestly.
He's fucking cracked.
Yeah, he's so cracked. Swag could have done better at refuting Amaterasu. Noodles did well there. Yeah, Noodles had points where he did well, and I don't like Noodles. I'll admit that. Kishimoto was a baseball player in high school and designed his protagonist to have an ability that's a wind razor blade baseball. Facts, bro. Facts. Exactly, bro. Let's see. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah, that debate was so long, dude. Holy shit. 5 fucking hours. God
Yeah,
damn.
Swag was slamming on the Rising Shuriken stuff, the Pain stuff, the statements with Pain stuff. He was slamming with the Konohamaru bullshit as well.
Oh, that shit
Fucking
was ass.
easily
Yeah.
repeated that bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Swag again for the majority of it, he was winning it and he was doing it. There were
Yeah.
certain points where Noodle had it and he was doing it, but again, it wasn't even relevant enough to win the debate. That's the problem. Like when
Exactly.
it came to like that
Yeah.
light speed shit with Part One Kakashi, all that. Yeah, Swag didn't get that. So.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. He did that. That was like some of Noodle's best work, and I don't like Noodle submitting that. Saitama versus Anime Buu Saga Goku. So the last thing, the one of the most relevant like trending I remember pieces of like empirical evidence for Saitama was him like like I forgot what he did to like it was either stars or you can interpret it as galaxies. He, like sneezed them away or some shit, destroyed them, some
So
shit
it
like
was
that.
two things, Jay. He sneezed when he sneezed on the planet. He made a ginormous hole on planet Jupiter.
Oh, that's right. Right, it was
And
Jupiter.
then
Yeah.
and then when he punched, fighting against Garo,
That's what it was.
he
Yeah,
literally when he did a punch, he destroyed like you see like a whole bunch of stars is vanishing and like the
Yeah.
whole solar system disappearing. Yeah.
If you interpret those as galaxies, then I think Saitama would beat Buu Saga Goku. If you interpret them as stars, I'd probably say Goku. I think it depends.
Exactly.
Depends how you scale Saitama at that. And I'm guessing Saitama's stronger now. I haven't been keeping up. I haven't kept up.
It's been a while.
Yeah, so if he's
Yeah,
even stronger,
definitely.
then it's probably even more of a chance that he beats Goku. Buu Saga Goku rather.
And it makes sense. MC characters get stronger and stronger, dude. It's only a matter
Especially
of time
him.
before he surpasses Goku's previous forms, right?
Yeah, his ass.
But if we're going prime for prime, hey.
Oh yeah, Goku slams himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel Pain is better at fighting large amount of enemies compared to Obito and Itachi. I feel they'll exhaust themselves fighting the Leaf Village or to have to escape. Yeah, Obito, I mean, yeah, they don't have like large range attacks like Pain does. They don't have like a fucking Choaku Tensei type shit.
Yeah, like,
Itachi's
and the reason why, Obito again, he's like Kakashi when it comes to the Uchiha. He doesn't have an enormous like amount of fucking chakra and stamina like fucking Madara or Naruto and things like that or Hashirama. Like, yeah, he does have a shit ton of chakra. I'm kind of capping a little bit, but it's nowhere to the extreme of like Naruto and Madara and Hashirama though. He can't do shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thoughts on Noodles claiming Sage Naruto is over Six Tails Naruto? Is that a debatable claim or is it just not close? I think the performance.
It's contentious, but
yeah, it's arbitrarily contentious. It's not like a slam on either side.
I think it's more impressive with Sage Naruto because he's fighting a stronger Pain though.
Yeah, he's fighting a stronger Pain.
While V2 is stronger, even more fatigued, weaker Pain. You know what I mean, and so on and so forth. So it's objectively it's better for Naruto. But subjectively, you can advocate for some things for V1.
It's ambiguous,
but,
especially in the manga, because Six Tails Naruto in the manga didn't have that many showings, at all. In the anime, it's a little bit more it's more contentious because you see more of Six Tails Naruto, like he's fighting him and he's fucking running away from Naruto and getting punching him and shit.
It's I'll say this. I do think V2 would probably beat Sage Naruto, and here's why. One, the time limit. Two, no matter what damage Naruto does, he would not have enough AP to kill it. And another thing, V2 armors, they regenerate. Even if you can cut through it or do whatever, it comes right back. We've seen it. Yeah, we've seen it with Orochimaru. We've seen it in the War Arc. So no matter what Sage Naruto does, he's basically fighting against something that cannot be defeated. It can only be sealed. That's the problem. And Naruto doesn't have any sealing jutsu. And there's at least enough feats for Naruto and V2 Six Tails where they would at least be relative. Whether if you think they're equal or not, they're definitely relative because they're both fighting against Pain. And so on and so forth.
I'd say that if they were two separate entities, I don't see how Sage Naruto would even kill Six Tails Naruto.
And what does he do?
Six Tails had a better showing personally with feats. Like he did well against Pain, but that was like a Pain who just did like the massive Choaku Tensei with like chakra drains, and like as soon as he regained his power, he fucking submits Naruto to the ground with chakra rods, dude.
Yeah.
And
also
what
would Naruto do against his fucking Bijou bomb? Like, I don't know, bro.
Nothing.
And also, like, Six Tails went through fucking Pain's Shinra Tensei, right? Like,
he went through
actually barrier, dude.
Overpowered.
And Sage Naruto couldn't. That is
insane.
So, I think it is it's ambiguous enough to have a conversation, but I'd say Six Tails.
I'll I'll say this. To be fair, the V2 Naruto, when it did happen, it did anchor itself. So if
Yeah,
it
it
wasn't
did.
anchored, it would have went flying. Because
Yeah.
when Tendo Pain does that to any other V2 beast, like yeah, that's what he did it with. It was against the Six Tails V2. And I know it's the Six Tails, but it's still V2. He did
Yeah.
it against that thing. That thing folded like a fucking pretzel and was fucking shot, like, sent far away. So like the fact that it had to anchor itself, I do think that does indicate that it would have been sent flying as well.
Yeah.
But I get
Yeah.
it still. I get it.
Yeah, he probably
I
wouldn't have
gotcha, I
tanked
gotcha.
it. But yeah, I think Six Tails probably takes that fight.
But what Shinobi said, he's not fucking wrong. Like, you guys gotta understand, Seijo Naruto was only able to do what he was doing because of the circumstances. Again,
Yep.
Pain's not at full power.
Intel.
He's at a distance, which also affects his power. Intel as well, right? What's it called? Then he's also off guarding two of his pains. Okay, 3 times actually. The Asura Path. He's focused on Tsunade, whatever. He's just gonna kill that bitch out of nowhere. Now you have a fucking extremely powerful threat comes out of nowhere and fucking just slams his robot. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't
facts.
expecting that level of fucking power to be that whatever. He's like, okay, I gotta step up my game. Let me pour some more chakra into my pass. Like, he just fucking no diff my robot. What the fuck, So then he puts more chakra into them. Now they're equal to each other. They're literally fucking equal. They're going blow for blow in the anime, even in the manga. They're dealing with each other. And then what does Naruto have to do? Invisible Frog Kata to get one of them. And then after that happens, he can't even do that again. He's still now forcing confrontations. They're equal, whatever, doing things. Naruto then has to do another off guard, expanding the Raisen Shuriken. He's like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Fuck, So again, every time Naruto did something, he was having to off guard them while he was still being equal the whole time. And the moment Pain got his Tendo power back, where there's only 2 of them left, he immediately no diffs him. He literally pulls him. They punch him in the gut, like fucking arm hold him and everything, and are so strong they can overpower Sagemo Naruto and fucking hold him there like a bitch. So again, like, Pain is blatantly over Sagemo Naruto. If you actually analyze it, he is over. And then when you have the Six Tails, again, the argument against that is he would be weaker at this point. But overall, we can't quantify everything. It's ambiguous, yada yada. Even Jay explained it's pretty great as well when it comes to Pain's power. Like, you can't just say it's an insane fucking difference, right? There has to be some levels of relativity, whatever you name it, yada yada. So overall, bottom line is V2 then comes up. He's actually going blow for blow with Pain, whatever. And then Pain it's to the point where he's like, okay, yeah, I gotta dip and do Chewbacca Tensei. Like, I can't do any Shinra Tenseis. I can't do anything else. Like, I can't just throw my fucking rods at his tails and no different like he did against the Six Tails V2. He's like, yeah, I gotta dip. He dips, whatever, and then we see what happens. So it does look more impressive in V2 as
I'd say
overall.
Also
I agree, bro.
analyzing the context, just seeing the amount of effort Pain had to invest. Like, against Seibo Naruto, when he had his chakra and the Shinra Tensei, like Naruto got dogged. Like, he got fucked up, slammed, rods inserted. Against the Six Tails, he had to fucking evade. He's like, oh fuck, like, I have to fight this shit off. Like,
he also says the Six Tails, it's really fast.
Yeah,
he doesn't say that about Seibo Naruto.
Like, they're actually
when
scrapping.
it moves, he's like it's really fast. He's like, oh shit, So overall, there's that, and then again, like Shinobi said in Jay, he had to get closer to Nagato.
Yeah,
so,
he did. Like, it was a scrap between those two. With Naruto, it was more like a cerebral game. Like, Naruto's like, all right,
like some chess shit, and he's kind of feeling him out, whatever. Then he gets off guarded 3 times, whatever. And then the moment he has Tendo power back, he immediately just overpowers him physically and with hacks.
Yeah, exactly. So that context also matters. So. Base Kurama on his own versus Kath from Seven Deadly Sins. I actually need to watch that anime. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? Oh,
yeah. I heard it's lit as fuck though. Yeah, I heard it's lit.
Yeah, I heard it's lit as well. But but in a general consensus, long story short, either V2 is just again more better than Seijo Naruto and skill over and would shit on him, or 2, even if you think they're equal or relative and they're both going blow for blow, whatever, which I don't think would be the case, but it's at least understandable for you to think that. Let's say if that's the case, again, it just outlasts Naruto, or it will heal from everything, and it just kills him. And again, what does he do against a Bijou? What does he do against that?
To be clear, though, Naruto wasn't in stage mode for most of the Taijutsu clashes with Diva Path. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Wait, what do you say?
Said, to be clear, Naruto wasn't in stage mode for most of the Taijutsu clashes.
Yeah, but he's still fighting.
No, that's not correct. He was against the summoning path. He was against the one that absorbs shit. He was
Yeah.
And then Tendo Pain, he also has a couple moments where he interacts with him too. There was plenty of moments. And then in the end with the absorbing pain again because he was revived, when he pulls him with Tendo, he literally punches him in the gut and immediately subdues him with physical strength and power. So
Yeah,
like he
yeah,
does it at plenty of times, but
yeah. Avatar really needs some knowledgeable power scalers, just people who actually think Zuko beats Katara. She doesn't even need bloodbending to win. Yeah, I think Sage of Thickhead is doing a good job with that stuff. By the way, shout out to him with the Avatar stuff.
hmm.
That's a good meta to get into, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it's so
Yeah,
fun. I need to
it's
revisit
fun.
that
So
shit, dude. Noted.
Sage was clever getting into that. You know, he's doing well with the channel. Shout out to him. So, yeah, there definitely needs to be more of those scalers like him. Tune exams Neji versus Lee. Who wins? Lee with fifth gates would win with five
Oh yeah,
gates.
I mean they
Yeah,
already said third gate,
stated.
but yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They definitely win. What are revised after season 2 of Seven Deadly Sins? Read the manga because the anime quality becomes ass. Oh really? Shit. Yeah, from what I've heard, it's
I
lit.
enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It's pretty good, definitely, man.
yeah, I gotta check that out. Got a dip. Have a good night. Hey, appreciate you coming in, Jonathan. Appreciate you, bud.
Thanks, brother.
Appreciate that. But yeah, folks, any questions at all? Any questions at all for show? Um, but yeah, I'm definitely thinking of doing a Naruto Planetary video for sure, man. I definitely gotta. It's the good, I gotta do it while the pan's still hot. Like it's trending because of Six versus that one guy. So I gotta just make it happen. I think someone already a
I just like
couple of
these. I feel like these topics were kind of like already established like a while
yeah
ago, so it's interesting to see them resurface. You
yeah
know,
exactly. It is strange to see it like resurface again. It's like
there's an
especially that.
abundant amount of information to like gather from, not only from content creators. Go
Yeah.
revisit the manga. Go
Yeah,
revisit the
exactly.
anime. Like
Like
Hey, like, hey, all the people in here that are in here too, like, I'm gonna say this too real quick, and even Shinobi and Jay would say it. Pain and Sage Naruto are fucking cracked.
oh
Like, do
fact.
not get that shit twisted. They are fucking cracked. Oh, I know there's some weirdos out there, AK Loco, Noodles, all of them, you name it. There's some rare weirdos out there that think they're fucking dog water, but they are fucking insane. If you actually fully analyze everything, context him, the whole fucking nine, they're insanely fucking cracked. So.
Yeah. Seven Deadly Sins is trash. Isn't the main character a pedo? What the fuck? So plays. So to play devil's advocate, how would you argue Naruto isn't planetary? So if I had to argue he wasn't planetary, or the verse isn't planetary pre
So fucking
Boruto,
stupid.
pre Boruto, how would I argue it? I mean, after the Kaguya shit, it's fucking hard to argue they're not, because she's like about to
well,
absorb a
we've never
dimension.
seen it, Jay. So
Yeah.
it can't be true.
I'd
Argument of
probably say
ignorance.
I'd have to argue from ignorance. I'd have to say, oh, Kaguya never did absorb the dimension. She's lying. We never saw. You can't prove it. We
You
never
just have
saw
to rat,
Naruto. Yeah, I'd have to
lie.
basically appeal to ignorance would be the best way. Basically,
Yep.
what that guy was saying to Six. That's basically how you have to argue it. I mean, obviously he didn't argue very well, but I think you'd have to argue it along in that with that sort of paradigm in mind. Like, oh, we just never saw it. We don't see destruction on that capacity. Kaguya never
Like
absorbed the
if we're
dimension.
talking like war arc, if we're talking war arc, it's at least understandable to not think they're there yet, or to think they're below planetary. It's at least understandable because right, we don't see anything like act like objectively whatever, but we do see the Kaguya shit. I'm just saying we do see
Yeah.
that.
You'd have to like
So
appeal to ignorance to that, to be honest. How do you feel about
yeah.
King Lion? All I'm here for. King Lion seems like a very insecure person. Like he has to attack people's character to cope with the fact that he can't come up with a proper argument to combat actual good claims like Six's claim. Like if he would have, like, to be honest, if they would have debated, he would have slammed his ass on his neck. Like he's not a good debater whatsoever. He just
Yeah.
seems like a very insecure person to me. Like that's his brand is to go at people. He's kind of like Noodles in a way, like attacking
Basically, he
people.
wants clout. Yeah.
Yeah, aggression. Like, oh, you're nobody. I don't have to give you attention. Like that was his approach to Six. Like, dude, you're mentioning his name and you're like subtly trying to diss him too. Like you're a
That
grown
contradicts
man.
that too. Again.
Yeah, like bro, what the fuck? Like you're very insecure. It's very obvious to me that deep down you're very insecure about your own ability to use proper argumentation. That's why you're attacking his character. Like if you had confidence in your claim, first of all, there's no reason to attack Six, which is just bizarre. He never went at you. He never talked shit about you. All he said is let's talk about it. Like he was very
Yep.
cordial. He was very, very professional. All you could have done is say you could have said no too. Like, hey, I'm not into debating. It's all good. That would have been fine too. No one would have flamed you for that. But you going at him and his character, it seems very, very, very insecure to me. Like you have issues. Honestly, that's what it seems like to me. Saying that, oh, I don't know what you look like, so we're not going to debate. I don't know who you are. Like what kind of argument is that? The guy has a platform with like over 100,000 subs now. Shout out to him for that, by the way. Clearly, he's a regular
Absolutely.
fucking person with an intelligent person is talented, is doing what he's doing. And there's a reason why his name is in your mouth because you clearly care about what he's saying. So don't pretend like you don't give a fuck about him. If you didn't give a fuck about him, you never would have responded to him. Like what the fuck? You're contradicting yourself on some noodle shit. No noodles. You know how people say no Diddy? No noodles. That's what I'm gonna say.
No noodles.
Literally. Where do you think Naruto reached Planetary? Blatantly at the end of the war arc. Blatantly, where it's like clear with like the Kaguya shit. So,
yeah, when there's 6 pass, you can definitely advocate for it.
Yeah.
What's it called? And then blatantly clear, objectively, when the fucking Naruto the last, where it's like a couple years go by,
yeah,
only like a couple where they're just blatantly destroying the moon, you name it.
yeah, that's
Like,
fucking crystal clear at that point. Crystal clear. Yeah. To be frank, if I'm 32 and bitching about Naruto's killing, you have to have a decent life outside the internet. Yeah, bro. That guy's like 30 something, bro, talking like that. 6 is like our age.
That's
actually.
crazy.
Like, bro, what the fuck you doing talking like that? You're like 30 something years old, grown ass man talking like that. You're talking like you're a fucking 15-year-old Discord goon. Like, grow the fuck up, man.
Literally.
That's what I got from it. To me, it was like, I went in his live.
The funny thing is, Six could have easily reciprocated that energy too, but
He
he just stayed professional about it.
Yeah, like he took a couple jabs, so he did not the level of fucking Kinglion though, coming at his character and shit. I'm like, bro, that's fucking weird, dude. The fuck?
Yeah.
And you're 30. Like, act your fucking age, dude. The fuck? It's fucking weird.
Once you're in your 30s, bro, you gotta like just you don't gotta do that shit no more. Like, there's no point. Like they're either at that point your perspective of everybody just be kids to you. So it's like be mature about it, like talk about it. Like it's cool to be passionate about Naruto, anime, whatever scale. That's great, right? Nobody's judging for that. Nobody you shouldn't, right? But at least be mature about it. Like, if you disagree, be like, all right, hey, let's talk it out. Let's discuss whatever and go from there and debate it. That's it.
There was no reason to go at 6 like that. No reason. That was just fucking weird, bro. I had to try and defend him. Like, I tried, but then he banned me from his live because he's weird, the King Lion dude. But
he's a sensitive ass bitch.
Sensitive as fuck, bro. Like, what the fuck? You're 30 years old. Come on, man.
I can only imagine him in a relationship, bro.
Oh, facts, bro. What the fuck? I mean,
some probably can't be single for the rest of his life at that rate, or he's with a bitch that's very submissive.
Yeah, facts. What the hell? When I finish Adventure Time in the Barbie movie, hey, shout out to you, man. I'm finally gonna watch JJK, and best believe I'm gonna become Gojo's #1 hater to honor my goat, K. Dot. The fuck? Hey, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. King calling himself daddy is cringe. Yeah, that was weird as fuck. Bro. He's like, oh, you want daddy's attention? Like, what the fuck, bro? What are you talking about? You're talking about him. The fuck? I don't understand that shit, bro. I'm glad they talked it out. Apparently, they did. It's fucking weird. Why the ban? Because I asked him, why are you scared to debate 6? And he fucking banned me, bro. Like, what the fuck? I even sent that shit to Troy. Troy even said, like, yeah, he's weird as fuck,
salty.
Bro. Yeah, he's salty as fuck. Like, clearly that gets under your skin, old man. I'm gonna call him old man. Because he's fucking old. It gets under your skin, old man. Clearly.
How many times we gotta do this, old man?
Literally, bro. Like on some SpongeBob shit. We're all gonna like jump his ass. That's what we were doing. Like all me, Troy, all are just jumping his stupid ass. Well, how many times we gotta teach you this, old man? That's literally what we're doing.
And let's be real too. Let's be real, 100%. I don't know about 6 and Troy, but let's be real. We would beat the fuck out of him.
Dude, he's fat as fuck, dude. He ain't doing shit.
Ass.
He's talking like he's tough. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you need a spanking from daddy. Yeah, that was weird shit that he was saying, bro. You need a spanking? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Hella cringe.
Weird as fuck. Old man
like
king.
15.
Hey, if you want to know what's funny, like 6 is being all cordial and professional about it, but then Troy's like out for blood. He's like, nah, fuck you, bitch.
I think there was one point on stream.
You don't have a filter. You don't give a fuck, bro.
There was one point on stream. I don't know if it was Troy or somebody. They like brought up roasting him, and 6 was like, nah, fuck that. Like they're like, fuck King.
Like, bro, nah. You want to know what's funny about it? It's kind of like us, like Jay's like 6, professional, cordial, being very friendly, trying to be nice, or really give multiple warnings, like he was doing with Bitch Boy Noodles, you name it, trying to toss the hatchet. And then there's me, Troy. It's like, fuck you, bitch. Don't speak to Jay. Like, fuck you.
Yeah. Shit is hilarious. Oh, yeah, the debate ain't going to happen. Yeah, 6 said that it might, but that guy probably he's probably ducking 6. Probably
No,
not
he's
gonna
in a bitch. Yeah, no.
happen. He
I
would
was
have
gonna
he would
get
have gone
washed.
he would have gone slammed by
Yeah.
6, bro. So he would have had a chance against him. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, 6 would have a lot of fun with that, dude. I
He'd
tell
have
you
a
what,
field day
man.
with his ass. Yeah.
Ego check his ass, bro. Real quick.
Easily. That guy could not debate for
Yeah.
shit. Dog shit.
And that's the difference. Like, and no matter what, and that's why, like, Troy's hilarious to me because, like, Jay and Six, they can have a lot of patience with shit, but when it comes to me and Troy, we have no patience for the bullshit.
Dude, I see Troy on
fucking-
Twitter like flaming everybody.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's
all the
flaming
time. He's over
everybody,
here
bro.
pulling some aeroflame shit, just going off.
I see him on some
Menace.
I don't know if you guys know Vitaly exposing pedos. He's on some Vitaly shit exposing pedos on Twitter, bro. He's
Yeah.
doing the Lord.
God
He's
damn.
doing the Lord's work, bro. He's doing the Lord's work.
The Lord's
Literally,
work.
bro. Shout out to fucking Troy, man. He's that guy. Do you think Gojo could have won against Sukuna? No, I don't think so. I think he was just inferior. He even admitted it.
Yeah,
Like the guy wasn't even
he
going
was
all out.
relative. He was relative to Sukuna, but yeah, he
Yeah.
wasn't. He wasn't even like on that same level. And yeah, like Jay said, Sukuna wasn't even going all out. So
Yeah. Who's
like
6 beefing?
Sukuna did acknowledge, like that was the only motherfucker he actually respected and acknowledged. It was like, damn, like hey, I finally have a fight. Like, hey, you really are that guy, bro. All right, I respect you. But he
Exactly.
wasn't Sukuna level though. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
no. Even Gojo said he wasn't going all out, and I still lost. Like I'm not on
Like,
his level.
it's basically like Madara to Hashirama, right? Like Hashirama was over Madara, when he had Sage
Yeah.
Mode shit. You know what I mean? But Hashirama still acknowledged Madara because again, he was that guy, So
Yeah, exactly. Who is 6 beefing with now? Some TikToker, Kinglion or some shit. Yeah. I think it's over now though. But yeah, they were beefing for a couple days. What
now, one
heavyweights?
thing I will say, the Infinity though, that did scale to Sukuna because Sukuna couldn't have done anything about it, even if he went full power. He had to use hacks and a Doomsday
Yeah, he had
adaptation.
to develop an ability to adapt to it. Yeah, he had to do
So
that.
that would follow, but again, I don't even think that matters because it'd be kind of like we were talking about before with Sage and Naruto and V2 Six Tails. Sukuna would just outlast Gojo. He would just
Yeah.
outlast him. And then
I think
kill
he
him.
implied. I need to reread it, but I think he implied he would have adapted anyway, even without Mayorga or whatever the fuck you say his name. But I think it would have taken longer for sure, because Mahoraga adapts quick. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's like
Real quick.
Doomsday.
Yeah, literally fucking Doomsday mid battle. He's fucking.
Hey, have you
adapting.
been hearing the rumors of Spider-Man 4 for Tom Holland that he's going to be getting the symbiote suit?
Oh
it's gonna be
shit! I
Venom
did
in
see
there,
that
too?
shit, dude.
Yeah.
Venom. Fuck.
I'm
that's
hoping
gonna
that's
be
true.
lit.
I'm hoping, and it makes sense because they left it off on a cliffhanger where if you've watched the Venom series, the Venom symbiote was in the Marvel universe with Tom.
Yeah.
And he knows Spider-Man. He's like, oh, that guy, whatever, blah blah. So it would make sense for him to go after Tom Holland, Spider-Man.
That would be
He's
sick.
He's
dude.
literally there.
Yeah, we need to see that shit.
So-
That'll be like some Tobey Maguire type shit. Now it's gonna
Yeah,
be Tom.
but- They need to fire
Let's be
Tom
real.
Holland.
Like, hey, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. Tom Holland's symbiote suit is. I think that's gonna look way better than Tobey Maguire. Like Tobey Maguire looks good too, but I do think it's gonna look way better. But Tobey Maguire would still be more powerful than Tom.
Oh, facts.
Symbiote though.
Yeah, Bully Maguire.
So-
He scales over all.
Bully
the other Spider-Man.
McGuire.
Bully Maguire. Yeah.
He scales, dude. He scales over all the other Spideys. That's a fact.
All of them. Like, bro,
Fuck
you know how
yeah.
quick he sunned Andrew, bro? Like, sure, Andrew was relative. Because let's be real, they're all relative to each other. Like, we
Yeah,
play
yeah,
and
they're
see the
relative.
feats. Like,
Yeah.
they're over here fighting each other's villains. You name it, the whole nine. But
Dude.
nah, he sunned him in that room, bro.
He sunned him and that's not him in his prime. He's old and shit.
Yeah,
He
he's
has
rusty.
he has back problems. He's like, my back still hurts and shit. Like he's
Older, yep.
and he still sunned him. He's like, shut the fuck up. I'm Peter. I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
Fucking,
That was crazy.
and then you see it with the glider shit with
Bloodlusted Tom.
And like that was the second one where he suns Tom next. He suns
Yeah.
Andrew and then he suns Tom.
He basically told him like, let daddy handle it. Like put the
In
glider
both
down.
aspects, it was like that's the crazy thing. Like Andrew was with speed and reflexes, right? And
Yeah.
like in narrow response, son Andrew. Then he goes the Tom physical son. Like fuck you, I'm stronger
His
too.
durability.
Bitch.
Yeah, his durability is AP. Yeah, he's fucking cracked, man. Even
and
old.
another thing too with it as well, we see when Tom gets hit by like a speed train or whatever, he gets like really fucked up. And then
Yeah.
but while Toby is over here like getting hit by the fucking trains as well, and he's just like eating that shit.
Yeah, literally, dude.
or
Yeah.
fucking train and like stopping
Stopping
it.
a fucking train. Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Let's see. What heavyweights, if any, can Canelo beat? Oh man, it'd have to be like a lower level. The heavyweights are just too big for him. He can't hurt him. He could have even hurt Bivol. Or Bivol's a light heavyweight. He'd have to beat like an unranked heavyweight. Size does matter. At that level, it matters. He'd get fucked up by by fucking Anthony Joshua. He'd get fucked up by Fury. It's just they're too big.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be able to hurt him. So he'd have to fight like an unranked guy. And King thought they were kids, and he out here wanting them to call him daddy. Facts, bro. That's weird as fuck, low key. It's weird as fuck.
That's cringe as fuck, dog.
Oh, I forgot to mention this too, Jay. Six was actually pissed on Twitter because he was over here like talking shit to everybody because you know how much he loves Tom, right? He thinks he's like the best and whatnot.
Yeah.
And he'll at least remove his bias, you know, and whatnot, and he'll be like, hey, like Toby, I'll at least admit that he's at least extremely close or even above, so whatever. But he just loves Tom, whatever. But then when the movies came out. Toby had the highest, Andrew was second, and Tom had the worst. And, and bro, he was so mad when he saw that. Everybody was getting on his shit like, "Hey, fuck you, bitch! Andrew's better, whatever, blah blah."
Yeah, he's like, hey, fuck that shit.
All I'm saying, like, Tom's second and third movie was fucking peak. The third one I don't really count because it's kind of like a collab,
yeah,
you know?
It was a collab.
But the second one was peak with Mysterio. That was some good shit.
That was cool.
But I'm sorry, but the first movie for Tom, that it
was forgettable.
It was alright. Yeah. Like it wasn't. And another problem is he even had a cameo, like fucking Iron Man was in it too. Yeah,
facts. It was.
Still wasn't. So here's what I'm getting at. Like it may like sound crazy, but it's not. Even everyone else agrees. Andrew's like solo movies, for one, they were solo, and it just was more enjoyable. Like
definitely,
fucking,
Like I'll admit,
him, you know.
Yeah, I'll admit they're more memorable.
The first movie though, the first.
Yeah. The first movie. Those two are more memorable than Tom's first movie. That one was like really
exactly.
Like lame ass
so
villain.
It makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense
Tom
in
Holland
theaters.
Is forgettable.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Sorry.
Like exactly, it makes sense why the movie theaters will be showing that, like the statistically. Now, I do think if Tom's second movie came out, then that actually might beat Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. It might.
That one might, because that one's more like memorable to the masses too.
Exactly.
They would go back to
Homecoming though. Not that, bro.
Yeah, no, Homecoming was just not it. Like that man was getting beat up the whole time, fucking blatantly an amateur. You didn't know what he was doing. Like
the era that Tom's in helped him too. He was like in the Avengers era. Tom,
yeah, they were all like boosting him up. They were giving him amps upon amps, experience amps, everything.
Yeah,
while Andrew had to start from scratch and Maguire.
Toby was around when fucking
Andrew too.
Toby was around when no one gave a fuck about shit, and he killed it. Andrew still too. Like his era, there wasn't shit. Like he was in the trenches, you know. So
literally, bro, Andrew and Toby, like they had no help. No, they had to do that from the moment they were Spider-Man. They were immediately just fucking in their A game, just like fucking shit up, doing it.
I'm gonna say this though,
like fighting insane villains.
I'm gonna say this. I agree completely with Six on this. Out of all the Spider-Mans, Andrew's the worst. I'm sorry. I agree with Six there. Like he's like I'm with him on the slander on Twitter. I see him flaming the Amazing Spider-Man over and over.
Funny. Yeah.
That shit's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, but I definitely agree with him. I think he's the worst. I'm not saying like it's just if you just think about the anti-feats he's had, he fumbled his girl, literally fumbled her. He's not built like that as Peter. He's just not built like that. He gets his ass whooped. Like bro, he's not built like that. That's the problem. Like he fumbled his girl. Like come on, bro. Like that's not acceptable.
Yeah, no, it's fair. But like the only thing I'll say on that, like, and I agree to a certain extent, is the only problem is like fucking like we're talking about like beginning Amazing like Andrew Spider-Man or whatever, and he was still extremely excelling over Tom in his beginning arc or whatever. Just like again, like Toby. Tobey Maguire was the only Spider-Man to have a perfect fucking performance.
Beginning to end.
He even beat his fucking villains. Not only did he beat him the first time, but he even protected MJ. While with Andrew, he was at least protecting. He did protect many fucking people the whole time, including Gwen initially from Lizard as well. He did protect her from her. He did a whole bunch of fucking shit, whatever you name it. And then in the end, he was gonna die by the Lizard because the Lizard broke his web shooters. But then Gwen's father came. So like again, like, but here's what I'm getting at. He did way more. Again, if we're comparing to the Tom with his first movie, he was the worst. He was actually the worst Spider-Man. Like when he fights fucking random thugs, he's over here getting beat up, outsmarted. He knocks himself out. He literally knocks himself out. The only Spider-Man to do that, by the way. Fucking he fights Vulture, gets slammed by Vulture. Okay, like it was instant, and then he's crying under rubble. He's fucking crying. Like
I remember that shit.
He's saying somebody save me. Like I'm sorry, but if we're comparing all of that to the first movie, if we're gonna be keeping a buck, Tom is the only one that was actually a bitch fucking Spider-Man.
Oh,
and
facts.
worse. Now,
Like,
now when he gets to his second movie, now he's leveling up. Now he's
yeah, he's
getting
that
that
guy.
aura, you name it. He
Yeah,
also was with the Avengers, you know, with all that shit, the Thanos. That's where now he's doing his
he had
thing, and
aura.
it's not even a competition at that point, right?
Yeah,
And then
Finally.
with his third movie, again, he had aura. It was goated. So many things, whatever. So that's all I'm getting at. So overall, as a whole, I do think Tom is better than Andrew. But if we're talking about beginning movies,
yeah,
hell
beginning.
no,
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
the worst. The
He got
fucking
sun.
worst.
He got sunned in the first
Yeah.
movie, like pretty bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I
Yeah.
agree with that. The pain arc isn't a top 5 Naruto arc, and I will die on that hill forever.
That's crazy.
You can have your opinion. That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
James
that's
Toney is a
fine,
great
but
fighter
damn.
for beating elite heavyweights as a former middleweight. Canelo is the poor man's version of him. I imagine if Tony had better discipline with his eating, he's the real pound for pound. Dude, I'll admit this about James Toney. There's stories of Tony going into fucking into the rings like not even disciplined, fucking up like champions. Not officially, like in gym type shit. He would go in, fuck up world champions, eating like shit, out of shape. That's how talented James Toney was. So I agree with you. I think if he's like Shaq in my exact he's like the boxing version of Shaq. Shaq was so fucking talented, but his fucking work ethic wasn't on the level of like Kobe or Mike. Like if he had that work ethic, like Kobe said, he would have like fucking 6-7 rings if he had the fucking work ethic of like a Mike or a Kobe. So James Toney's kind of similar. If he had that same
Yeah.
discipline, he'd be fucking Floyd or fucking Roy
Also,
Jones. So
Mighty Mouse too. Like he didn't train for a long ass time, bro. But he was just
Facts.
naturally gifted like that.
Super
and then when he
gift-
started training,
yeah,
he started
super
going all out,
gifted.
bro.
That guy's insanely
exactly.
gifted, even for
Just
his
naturally.
size. Yeah, super
Yeah.
talented. John Jones
facts,
too.
yeah.
John Jones is an anomaly. Like he got.
Oh
like,
yeah, that motherfucker.
Get in trouble, get
The
arrested.
Gojo of UFC, bro.
Yeah, he's the Gojo UFC. Like he get arrested. He fucking ran over a pregnant woman. He's still winning championships.
Oh
like, what
my
the fuck?
god! I didn't even know he did that. What the?
Yeah, he did a hit and run.
That's
What
kinda
happened
crazy,
was
bro.
he ran into this is what he did. He ran into a pregnant woman, and he got out of the car, took his coke with him because he had fucking drugs. He ran off. I'm
That's
like, what
so
the fuck?
sad.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
so
That was
fucking
like
sad.
that was his rock bottom. I think that was like in 20.
But let's be
2013?
real. It's still.
Yeah.
It's still. I think we're not excusing it, but
No,
we will
no,
say
no,
this:
no.
he's
That's fucked up.
he's at least on drugs. So it's clearly he wouldn't do that if he
Facts.
wasn't. You know what I mean?
He was
But-
high. I'll
Yeah.
say this. One
Yeah.
thing I'll never, and I'm the biggest Jones fan. He was a fuck up, man. The guy was a fuck up
Yeah,
for
he was
a
a fuck
long
up.
fucking
You
time.
can't. Yeah.
You cannot excuse the shit he
At
did.
least he ain't a pedo, though. You know.
Oh fuck no, yeah. He's definitely not a pedo. He has 4 daughters. He has I think
A
he's
pregnant
married.
woman though, that's
That's
really
fucked up.
sad, dude.
That's fucked up.
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
That almost
That's
ruined him.
crazy.
That almost ruined him. He almost went to prison. I think he got like a plea bargain and he got like probation or some shit. But
Was she
Wow,
okay?
He didn't even go to
Yeah, she was
prison
okay.
for that. Damn.
yeah, she was okay.
No
like,
miscarriage or whatever. Like
yeah,
that's
no,
fucked up.
that would have ruined his career. He would have been charged with.
See, I agree with you, Shelby.
Yeah.
It's extremely
Yeah.
fucked. But again, like when like this is how it is. And again, I'm not excusing it, but when you're on drugs, you're everything. It's all fucked. There's no sense of morality. You can't even control yourself. Like it's a whole other.
Yeah,
fucking
but
ballgame,
dude,
you
if
know?
there was a
chose to
miscarriage,
drive
he
on
would have been.
cocaine.
He
Like,
probably would have
that's
got
all him.
like if it was a miscarriage, they would have classified that probably as a negligent
manslaughter.
homicide. Yeah,
manslaughter.
manslaughter.
Oh, you know, he'd been
Yeah.
cooked. Yeah, he'd been
He
cooked.
would have been
Yeah.
fucked. He's real lucky that didn't happen. Real lucky because he would have been. There would be no John Jones no more. He'd be in prison. So
Yeah.
he's been
All
lucky
I'm
a
saying,
couple
Shinobi,
times.
if you're on cocaine or heroin, bro, you'd be very surprised at things you do. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
bro. That's all I'm saying.
He had drug
Yeah,
addiction
you're right,
problems,
you're right.
dude. It's not an excuse. He's a grown man, but he definitely had drug addictions.
No, there's no excuse. There has to be accountability. It's fucked up and it's wrong. And I blatantly, all I'm getting at though is when you're on drugs, you're on a whole other fuck. Especially if it's hardcore shit like cocaine or heroin. Like you do things that are like it's just not even like it's bad. Like they do some crazy fucking shit. Bro.
Yeah,
by definition.
Toby has the strongest villains too, right? Yeah, he does. They had the most success.
Dude, he whipped Green Goblin in that movie.
Whipped his ass. And then
you know, exactly. Like Toby, he beat the fuck out of him, bro.
He almost.
Like, you wanna know what happened? You know, here's what happened. Here's what I'm gonna say it perfectly too. Like fucking, he was holding back, right? Because Spider-Man's always want to hold back, right? That's another key component of it. And Green Goblin's beating his ass because of it. Then he mentions his girl and says, "Hey, I'm gonna kill that bitch too, bro, and you ain't gonna do shit about it." He said, "The fuck you said to me, bitch?" He stops holding back and he immediately suns him, bro.
Dude, he starts battering him, and then Green Goblin starts begging for his life. He's like, "Wait, Peter,
Yeah.
Peter!" He's like, "Stop!"
He's like, "Peter, stop!"
We've never seen him cuck to anyone like that. Like when he went to Tom, he beat the fuck out of Tom in that hotel
He was
room.
laughing at Tom. He was like, "Is that all you got?" And then Tom was bloodlusted. You know, it was really
bloodlusted
the same
Tom.
exact shit.
Yeah.
But he was laughing at him. He was like, "You're not shit, bitch."
Dude, he got sunned, but Toby beat the fuck out of him.
Toby, well, I'm sorry, but like, here's my thing. I'm biased for Andrew. I do like him the most, and that's mainly because of my knowledge with the comics. He's as close as you get when it comes to comics.
Yeah.
The writing and story was fucking garbage, but his Peter Parker and Spider-Man was actually really peak if you actually look at it and analyze it. But overall, like, if we're being a buck, Toby, by feats and everything, is the greatest. There's no competition.
Facts.
He is literally the greatest by blatant feats and evidence, bro.
He's that guy. Like scaling wise, he's
but
he's that guy.
Tom was gonna fail to save his girl as well because of Green Goblin. Because that's another thing. Everybody would get on fucking Andrew for dropping the ball, not saving her from the Green Goblin there. But guess what? Tom is actually gonna go through the same shit. But guess who fucking saved her? Not Tom. Andrew. He actually made up for his shit.
He almost fumbled his girl until Andrew saved him. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, he would have literally fumbled his girl as well. And the reason why that was going to happen is because Green Goblin took away his Aunt May to try to make him break and go to the dark side. That didn't work. So he's like, all right, let me take your girl away and see if that does it. Which, let's be real, 10 times that'll more likely do it. It did it for Andrew. When he lost his girl, he stopped pulling his punches and was killing people.
Yeah,
so
literally.
What's it called? So like literally that would have definitely worked for better yet. Even with his aunt, he was gonna kill Green Goblin. So
yeah,
no matter what, like all I'm getting at, if we're being fair is fair, Tom was gonna fumble his girl too. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Toby, man, you just look at the shit Toby did. He's just built different. Like think about
he's
Spider-Man 1.
Different.
Dude, Spider-Man 1, fucking Green Goblin not only was gonna kill his chick, he was gonna kill a bunch of people in that one like fucking moving fucking train thing, and he saved all of them. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'll save all of them, and then I'm gonna fuck your ass up too. And then in Spider-Man 2. Fucking Doc Ock was
he was throwing hands with Doc. He was beating the fuck. He's like, you want to try to kill my Aunt May? Hell no, motherfucker! I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah, so he saves Aunt May, and then Doc Ock's like, fuck it, you're gonna have to save a train, and he stops the train. He's like, you can't kill me, you can't stop me, Doc Ock.
And then he tried to kill MJ as well, and he still failed on that.
He failed.
MJ from Doc.
He's built different.
Like, Tom had tons of pressure, all the time. His aunt, fucking the fodder, annoying Mary Jane. The fucking train, like, bro, he's just built different.
You can't stop Tom. You can't stop him. They had to 2v1
him. The
symbiote,
an amp, a massive one?
Massive amp.
Like, you said how he bullied Sandman, how he bullied Maguire's, the whole fucking
Dude, if you think about it, Spider-Man 3, they had to 20v1 him. Fucking Sandman and Venom had to say, hey, we both can't take him. Let's become
without the suit though. That's the crazy. That was Red Suit. If it was Symbiote, he probably actually could have beat them both.
Oh, facts. He would have whipped their fucking asses if he had that amp. Yeah, like he wouldn't give a fuck about him. He just would have whipped their ass.
They had to jump his ass with the red suit, bro.
Yeah, they 20v1 his ass on some Drake K-Dot shit. He's like, Venom went to Sandman and said, hey, we need to join forces. He's built different. We can't fuck with him. Let's work together. And they worked together. And they almost had him, but then his boy came in. Harry came in and said,
his boy leveled up and stopped being a dumb bitch with his
father. He started being a fucking, being a bitch about, what happened. And then he's like, I got your back. And then they sunned him. Like, you can't.
Stop being a daddy's boy. That's what it was.
Facts. Like, he's just built different. He's built different. You can't fuck with him.
Bro, that motherfucker fought Venom, and we know the symbiotes are like way more fucking stronger.
One-on-one,
and he was still able to hold his ground, fight him. You name it. You're not gonna see Tom doing that. Andrew,
no.
Come on, you know what I mean?
No. Toby's just that guy, man. There's nothing you can say. He really is. John Jones.
To be fair, I'll backtrack a little bit. To be fair, we might see Tom get some Venom feats because again, the whole Venom direction is going. And so it basically what's probably going to happen again. He gets his suit right. You name it, similar to Maguire. Then he realizes, oh God, I'm doing really bad things. Takes it off, whatever, or maybe even I don't know who they're gonna fucking put in the story to tell him, hey, this is a bad thing. Because normally it's Reed Richards or someone intelligent, but who knows? But either way, he loses the suit. Then Venom gets butthurt, right? Then he fights Venom. That's basically how it's gonna go. It's always the same shit, no matter what. But so Tom might actually get some feats. But overall, like. Bottom line is, Toby is just built way more different, bro.
Way more different, dude. Different. The fucking trials that dude had, man, and he still came out on top. That's insane. Like that's fucking crazy, man. Honestly. John Jones.
It's no competition, yeah.
Yeah, facts. John Jones did coke every week, didn't he? Dude, he used to get before every fight in which he won, he would have a built-in excuse. He would get blacked out, drunk, fucked up, intoxicated, just in case he lost, and he still beat everybody. Never fucking lost.
Yep.
That's how good he is.
I mean, even if he lost though, with that excuse,
Yeah.
no one's gonna be like, "Oh, okay, well, I guess I'll give you a pass." Like,
yeah, then no one would have give a fuck. They would have been like, "That's your fault, motherfucker." Yeah, like, and he
Yeah,
still
literally.
won. He still won. Like, that's how good he is. That's an anomaly. Again, not an excuse for his behavior. He was a fuck up, but that's how good he is as far as like inside the octagon. It's crazy. To drive this point home, in the comics, Dr. Ock takes over Peter's body. Oh, you're talking about the Spectacular Spider-Man storyline? Yeah, that was a good one. And is amazed how much Peter holds back his strength. Yeah, Doc Ock did say that. When he was in his body, he's like, God damn, he's strong. Like,
Oh yeah, there's so many goated peak comic stories. If you guys want to see that, go to either Comic Explained or Comic Historian.
That shit was so good.
They do their own unique ways to cover those all the stories.
Great story.
But what's it called? But it's bro. I'm telling you guys, Spider-Man, those motherfuckers, how much they hold back, it's insane. And not only, if you just look at the objective feats of what they're even doing, like breaking through walls, breaking through metal fucking pipes and casually,
Yeah.
like, bro, obviously they're gonna be fucking holding back to an extreme fucking regard,
He's like that. It's like that one Superman scene. I forgot which movie it is where he fights those like thugs that have powers. When he lets loose, he's like, you have no fucking idea how much I hold back. I'm gonna fuck you up. I was like, oh shit.
No, like, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. Like, and you even see other examples, even in the No Way Home as well, where like we see the Lizard fighting against Tobey Maguire, and the Lizard's actually having he's actually beating Tobey Maguire Spider-Man up and like having a chance, and it's back and forth. But again, that's Tobey holding back because he doesn't want to fucking kill the Lizard.
Yeah, he doesn't want to kill him.
So like, but if he was going bloodlusted, he'd fucking son him. He sunned the strongest villain, which was Green Goblin. Again, when it comes to Tom, Andrew, and Toby, how much they hold back is insane, bro.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It's like that another scene in an animated movie when he's fighting Darkseid. Superman's like, dude, I feel like I live in a fucking world of cardboard, and now I get to let loose. I was like, oh shit.
Yep.
Fucking crazy.
Yep. Oh yeah, and he's son Darkseid. He beats the fuck out of him and stopped holding back. Yeah.
He's like, imagine living in a world where everything feels like fucking cardboard. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, everything like he's like a fucking walking tank. Like everything's a fucking like fragile.
There was that one movie where he's talking. I think he was talking to the thugs. It wasn't even Darkseid.
Yeah.
And they're like,
thugs,
"Oh yeah, we got you." Whatever, blah, blah. And he just starts like roasting them and saying, "Nah, bitch, you have no idea how much I hold back." He's over here like just walking, creating tornadoes by walking. Fucking moving, doing all these other crazy things, like, and they literally were so scared they basically shit themselves in a sense, and they just run. Yeah, they just run away.
You know what's funny is the way he beat them, because what he did is he lobotomized them in a microscopic level, because the guy had like a weird like fucking anomaly in his brain that gave him powers. He's like, my powers are gone. What happened? He's like, bitch, I just fucking went in your brain and use a microscopic laser.
He did the laser beam to his brain. Yeah,
he's like, instant lobotomy, bitch. And the guy was like, oh fuck. He fucking took his powers away instantly. He's like, you're fucked.
That was the first time we ever saw like Superman getting serious too, because
he was
always
pissed.
Like hopeful, kind, very patient, basically being Jay the Great on Noodles' bitch ass and Loco's bitch ass, like very nice, whatever. But then when he got pissed because of him holding back so much and them being allowed to do the things they're doing, then he gets really pissed. He's like, all right, I had enough. Now you're going to fucking know who's... And he just suns them.
Dude,
he suns them.
Imagine winning by instant lobotomy, microscopic lobotomy. Like, holy fuck. That's crazy. But that's Superman.
It just goes to show, like, if Superman wanted everybody dead, they all be dead, bro.
Oh, he would end the world.
Like, even Batman, he would even be dead. Bro, unless he has, like, prep time and like, and something's in place where it stops him. But yeah, like everybody would be fucking dead, bro.
Facts, dude. The reason why Batman has a chance is because of Clark's character.
Because he holds back. And Batman says that. He concedes. He literally, I'll never forget. That's why I love Batman so much, because not only is he modest and always humble and always a blunt, but he's so savage when he does it too. He's like, the difference between me and you, Clark, you could squash me like a bug at any fucking point in time, but he literally says this, but you're he doesn't say bitch, but he implies it. But he says you're a bitch,
you don't have
and you won't, and I'm colder and darker than you, and that's why I'll always beat you. He says that verbatim.
He even said, basically that's what he tells Clark, like, dude, you just ain't built like me. You might be fucking godlike powers, but you're a bitch. I was like, damn. But
literally. He's like, if you weren't a bitch, then you could beat me, but you're a bitch.
Honestly, if he was not a bitch, he would lobotomize him in like a fucking instant. It would be over.
Absolutely.
But like what Batman says, you could squash me like a bug at any moment.
Like that one scene where fucking Batman just punched him and he broke his fucking wrist. He's like, Bruce, you need to get that fixed. You fractured your fucking wrist because he punched him in the fucking face. I'm like, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was in the Injustice story.
Yeah,
in
Injustice.
In the animated, because Superman's talking shit, Batman's talking shit. Well, let's be real,
Yeah.
Batman always wins the
He was
talk
flaming
shit
him.
roasting battle.
Yeah.
He always wins, but then Superman like took it overboard, like what Kendrick did to Drake. And he's like, oh, but what about he said something like about when his parents dying, whatever, like, or the gun or whatever. And then Batman got mad and he's like, bitch, he's like, how dare you? And then he fucking punches his chest and then his wrist broke. And then Superman's like, that's what happens. Then Batman's kind of getting sunned for a moment. He's like, let me see. He's like, hey, bitch, let me fucking see,
He's like, you broke your hand.
And then Batman gives his hand to him. He's like, fine.
That's Superman unhinged. That's what that shit is.
Yeah. Even Injustice, Superman was a fucking savage. Because again, when he stops holding back and he don't give a fuck, like, bro,
Batman was petrified.
Yep. Like Batman had to be
shit.
in hiding the whole fucking time, and unless he had a Kryptonian pill or kryptonite, or red solar energy, then he would fight him.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not getting near Clark. Fuck that shit. Like this is unhinged.
Well, everybody else is getting slaughtered. Humans, heroes, villains. Because they all think they're about it, and they completely forget he's not holding back anymore.
He's a god. Yeah, that's what he is. Did you see the Snyder Cut of Justice League? I actually fucked with it. The only thing I didn't like that was ass.
I didn't see it. No.
We only saw 2 seconds of fucking Darkseid. He didn't do shit. All he did was show his face and he left. I was like, dude, I want to see some I want to see scrapping. I don't want to see this dog shit. So it was kind of
that could be the first time we see Superman actually going all out too.
Yeah,
you
facts.
Know what I mean?
It was like, dude, what the fuck is this? The only part that was cold that I liked was they kind of went with the Dark Knight animation and Dark Knight storyline part where Joker and Batman were like in this apocalyptic world, and Batman said he told Joker straight up, he's like, when this shit is done, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I was like, oh shit, like, he was done with Joker. He's like, fuck you. I was like, oh damn, that was like the coldest part of the movie.
Funny.
Yeah, that was clean as fuck, but everything else was, it was okay. It was okay. I mean, I expected more.
It was either okay. It was either okay or mid, or it's like, oh, what the fuck is this bullshit? Type
Justice
of
League, the regular one was fucking ass. That shit was dog shit. I was like, what is this trash that I'm watching? This shit is so dog shit. But the Snyder Cut was Snyder Cut was okay. It was okay. I'm not gonna say it was ass, but it was all right. It was all right. It was a little better.
That's the sad part with the Snyder Cut. They actually had potential because again, you get to rework it, add things, whatever, blah blah. And the fact that you still can't kind of drop the ball and still make it mid, it's like, come on, bro. Like you said, we could have saw Darkseid scrapping with the Justice League.
Finally, dude.
But bro, you want to know what pisses me off? Like they have the resources, they have the animated movies, they have the comics. Like, bro, it's right there, bro.
It would have been so.
They have the opportunity. It would have been so fucking peak, and they dropped the ball. Like they could have had the Justice League fighting Darkseid, and then they all get washed up, right? And then now it's up to Superman. They're going blow for blow crazy, but then Superman loses because he holds back, right?
Yeah.
And then basically then in the end, right? They all team up, and then they somehow overpower Darkseid and they win, right? It's more like that would go, and that would have been fucking peak.
That would
have been insane. Or let's say Darkseid stuns them all. And then Batman pulls a Batman like he normally does, gets the Hellbat suit in that movie, and then stuns Darkseid. Imagine that! Like,
I would love that.
Dog. I can't.
That would be so lit.
Bro, imagine if we saw that. Like, I'm not even a movie designer, and Jay's not either. If we had that script, it would have been fucking insane.
That would have fucking competed with Avengers type shit. That would have been amazing. Yeah, that would have been fucking crazy, dude.
Again, DC is just ass.
They're always dropping the ball. Like fucking Zack Snyder's stupid ass when he was on Rogan's saying all the dumb shit. He's like, "Oh, I don't want Batman to be who he is. I want him to kill him." Like, shut your retarded ass up. That's why you're fucking.
That's not Batman,
fuck, dude.
That's Dark Knight Returns. That's Dark Knight Returns. Like fucking 67-year-old.
Yeah, he's like fucking old. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Like, come on, dude.
Yeah,
that's why James.
Fucking prime, fucking, legit bat. Like, what are you doing?
That was dog shit, dude.
If we want fucking Punisher, we're gonna go watch fucking Punisher. Or
exactly.
Wolverine, or Iron Man, or Captain America. People that don't give a fuck about killing.
Yeah. Did you guys watch Blue Beetle at all? Did you guys even check it out?
I checked it out.
No, I heard it was ass. So I didn't give it a chance.
Yeah. I watched some of it.
You guys
I didn't even finish it. I was like, fuck this shit. Like,
you said it's bad?
Yeah,
of course.
It wasn't like
I told you guys. Like I was in the theater, bro.
And how do you fold that? How do you fold that? It's a fucking alien artificial suit that could do anything practically.
Yeah.
And he's basically Spider-Man 2.0 because he's a fucking teenager, but with an insane, overpowered alien suit.
Yeah, bro.
Like how the fuck
Because like,
wrong with
aren't
that,
they?
bro?
I don't mind watching like a new cast of like actors and actresses I haven't like really seen before, and like give them
Yeah.
a shot. But dude, these guys are fucking ass, dude. It ruined the immersion aspect so much for me. I'm sorry,
Oh
like
my
it's so
god.
bad, man.
DCEU
So yeah,
has been
DC
fumbling, bro. They've been fumbling,
facts, bro.
dude.
Like,
Like,
bro,
Flash
like
was cool.
I'll say it to
Flash
this
was pretty
day.
cool.
I'll say it to this
Flash
day.
was good, yeah.
Animated, I'll say it to this day. Animated DC slams Marvel.
oh, facts.
But
That's peak.
but in
yeah.
the real world, MCU to the DECU or whatever the fuck you say, because they're so garbage, I don't even remember DC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
Marvel slams. Like
Oh,
it's not
facts,
even
facts,
a
facts.
competition. And then
Yeah.
comics, it's always been a back and forth.
It's
but
back
from
and
what
forth.
I've been hearing, but from what I've been hearing now is DC's actually finally been slamming for the most part, even
Yeah,
in comics.
DC.
So
Yeah,
the
dude.
DC is always up there, comics and animation wise, always beating Marvel. But the in real world, they just can't do it. They
Facts.
refuse.
So dog shit. Honestly, animation, yeah, DC is peak. That's the shit that they've dropped.
Slammed.
fucking
It's not
peak.
even a competition. The only thing that comes close is like the Avengers show, and that comes close, right? It's not
Yeah.
beating it, but it's close. And the Spider-Man animated shows. That's the
Yeah.
only thing that comes close, bro.
Facts. Like
Like
DC, like the best animated movie I've ever seen, ever, and this is Marvel or DC, is probably Batman Under the Red Hood. That shit was fucking like spectacular.
that was really good.
Yeah.
Especially the philosophy and morality
Philosophy,
impact they
yeah.
went hard on,
Like
with no
Jason?
killing and not killing. Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
when Jason like questioned Batman, it's like one of the greatest scenes I've ever seen in the animation. Like that was fucking amazing. He's like, dude,
Yeah.
I don't care if you killed Dent or I mean I don't care if you spared Dent or Penguin or any of these fuckers, but why do you let this piece of shit live especially after he took me away from you? I was like, damn, bro, that's real shit. Like, why answer the question, Batman? Why? What the fuck is he still living?
Literally, it's a Joker who fucking commits genocide like on a daily basis, and you don't kill the guy.
Yeah, and then Batman's answer was just like, listen, man, if I kill one, I'll kill all.
I'm killing all
can't
of them.
stop myself.
I'm killing all. Yeah, I won't stop, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's like I'm gonna, and then he sunned Jason because Jason like tried to fucking shoot him, and he threw a fucking batarang right into the muzzle of the gun. It blew up and he beat his ass.
Insane speed. You
That
know
was
how
crazy.
fast you have to be to do
Yeah.
that? Oh my God.
Even Joker was like, oh, that was lit. Even Joker.
And
was like,
yeah, Joker is like,
Yeah.
oh, you fucking cheat, like fucking, like God, you fucking peak mother. You know what I mean? Like, he's like,
yeah,
what the
even he
fuck?
was glazing.
But
He was glazing
you know
Batman.
how fast you have to be to do that too.
That
Like,
was
we're not even
crazy.
talking about a normal human or a police officer. No, we're talking about a superhuman peak
That was
condition
peak.
Red Hood with his finger
Yeah.
on the trigger, and he still could outspeed that shit.
Dude, that
and
was
do
crazy. Even Joker was glazing, like, wow, Batman, you fucking dog. I was like, oh shit. He even glazed him.
He's like, you
and then he beat
always do the impossible.
Yeah, and then he beat his ass. They had like a scrapping session.
Yep.
Batman's like, I'm your dad still, buddy.
Yeah,
Shut the
he
fuck
beat,
up."
he stopped holding back and he beat the fuck out of him
Yeah,
and
and that
slammed
one-
his face into a toilet.
Yeah, I remember that shit. He's like in the fucking bathroom whipping his ass. I was like, oh shit.
And that's the difference with Batman too. Like the whole movie, he's holding back, also mentally nerved because he's trying to deal with the realization that he's been alive this whole
Yeah.
time and the tragedy. You know, so Jason's like, "Oh, I can do this. I'm throwing hands with Batman. Wow!" Next thing you know, he finally gets the bit. He's like, "Nah, I've had enough with you, bitch."
He's like,
beats
fuck
his
you.
ass.
It's like slamming his ass in the bathroom and shit. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, oh, he's
That's
sunning him
funny,
now.
like
He's
that.
like, Jason, remember who taught you this shit, boy? I was like, oh shit.
Yup.
That was peak as fuck. I love that. I loved especially the ending.
And
That shit was amazing.
that's always the trend
Raw
with like
emotion.
bro,
Raw
yeah,
emotion,
it's
yeah.
raw emotion, the philosophy, the morality, the action. Again, like when it comes to the comics and the animated shows or movies, it's always peak
Peak as
insane
fuck.
shit.
Peak. Like, dude, that shit was amazing. Like, yeah, DC as far as animation, peak. You can't even.
Yeah,
fucking beat
it don't even like and that's always the funny trend and pattern with Batman too. Like, and that's why it's so annoying when you do it all the rats and softists. We're like, oh my god, Nightwing and Red Hood, they can beat Batman or
Fuck
kill him.
no.
It's like, no, bitch, he's holding
Nah.
back.
Yeah,
And when he
can't
gets
fuck with him.
serious, what does he do? He suns them every fucking time.
Yeah, they can't fuck with him. The only guy that might
Like, bro,
surpass
they-
him one day is his fucking son.
Is Nightwing.
Maybe. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
Damian Wayne actually, not even
Damian.
Nightwing. Yeah, Damian. Yeah.
Damien is his
What's it
son.
called?
He may surpass him one
It was
day,
even
but-
implied in the Batman Beyond verse where Damian actually surpassed him.
Yeah.
And he was beating the fuck out of a Iron Man suit Batman Beyond fucking clone of Bruce.
Oh,
and
I remember
beating
that
the
shit.
fuck out of him with
Yeah,
no
dude.
suit. no
like,
suit. He
bitch.
was sunning him, and Bruce was like, "Oh my god, motherfucker, you're letting my son beat the fuck out of you with a most insane suit." He literally was so ashamed of his clone that he had to go down there and be like, "Son, please stop."
Yeah.
Like, stop beating his
Stop.
He's
ass.
like, hey, that's just a clone, bitch. That ain't me. That's basically what he's telling him. Like, that's not me,
That
boy.
ain't me.
It's like, hey, I'll whip your ass still, basically. Yeah, fucking.
Fucking,
Oh,
like,
$5 from Dragon Kage. Appreciate that, Dragon Kage. Checking if I'm still blocked. Yeah, I don't know why you were blocked, by the way, Dragon Kage. Maybe it was a mod or some shit. I don't know.
That's random.
could have been, I don't know.
Yeah, but you're back though. I did check if you're fucking blocked. I guess you were. I don't know why, but
That's random. Yeah.
But I appreciate the $5, Dragon Kage. Appreciate that. Let
I
me
blame you too, bro.
yeah, let me put this shit on the screen. Where the fuck is it at? What the? Give me a second, folks. I think I saved it in the wrong
It's like
place.
blocked for you or something. That'd be wild.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. But yeah, folks, about 5 more minutes. Actually, because Dragon dropped 5 more minutes, $5, 5 more minutes. So every dollar that's given will stay another minute. 5 more minutes. Thanks
Yes,
to Dragon
sir.
Kage. Appreciate it, Dragon Kage. Let me put your shit on the screen right quick. I think I put the wrong thing on it. But yeah, man, the comic books, man, they're just so goated. When you actually get into them, it really does have like that anime effect on you. Like the appeal really is
Manga.
similar. Yeah, it's fucking, especially like the comic books. Yeah, that they do have that sort of aura. But yeah, give me a second, folks. I put this on here.
Yeah, I can't wait for the new Boys season, bro.
Oh,
Honestly,
dude,
should come
I'm
out real
fucking hyped
soon,
for
too.
that shit, man. That's gonna be fucking lit. Like, that's gonna be peak television. I know that as a fact. That's gonna be amazing.
Did you watch Gen V as well?
I actually haven't, but I heard it's good though. I heard Gen V's pretty good. From what I
Yeah,
heard.
they're gonna bring the cast into the season 4, so that's gonna be pretty neat, honestly.
Yeah, it's gonna be fucking peak. Which version of Batman is your favorite? That's a good question.
There's a
Favorite
lot of
version?
versions, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot of versions.
There's New
My
52, there's Rebirth, there's fucking,
My
there's obviously
favorite-
the beginning Batman, which is like basically human level, but
yeah, honestly, because of how cold
Batman
he
Who
is.
Laughs, dude.
Oh, that shit is fucking fire. That shit is fire.
Oh, yeah,
When he's
yeah.
Batman Who Laughs. Honestly, probably the Dark Knight
storyline.
When you know he's old and shit,
that,
but he
that
was
was some
cold,
peak
dude.
shit. That was
He
some
was
peak shit. Yeah. It
cold.
was
That's
crazy.
good ass shit.
Like he
coldest-
basically just
yeah.
stopped holding back. He's like talking shit, roasting all of these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
and the craziest thing is he's old as well. He's not
old
even
as
prime,
shit.
and he can still
Yeah.
fucking.
I remember he was at a convenience store and there was like these thugs and shit. He was like baiting them. He's like, "Hey, I'm an old man. Do you want to go?" And they're like,
Yep.
like, "Oh shit." He's like, "I don't give a fuck." He's like, I'll test my old ass out right now, right here."
Nah, and then against that one like beefed up like Bane 2.0
Oh, I remember
fucking
that part.
villain,
That was
where like
peak.
originally he's holding back and fighting, and
Yeah.
so the guy starts talking shit. He's like, "Oh, the legendary Batman! Wow, like you're a bit blah blah." Then he gets serious and starts holding back. He's like, "Nah, bitch, you need to know your fucking place. Like I'm gonna son you. I'm the doctor, and you're the fucking operating table. I'm gonna show you." And he just starts breaking all his bones.
That was
and
so
shit.
that was so peak. Oh, $10 from Dragon. I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate the $10. Another 10 minutes. Another 10 minutes. Appreciate that, man.
And then, like you said, Jay, when you mentioned the end with Joker, that shit was peak. He's like, from all the people I've killed, from letting you live. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah, he was
fucking-
so
and they're
tired of
going,
it.
beating his ass. Yep.
You could hear like the fucking just like tiredness in his voice. He's like, "You fucking piece of shit." Like he just fucking went off on him. Like,
And you want to know what's crazy too? Like Batman technically like won in a sense as well, because he didn't even kill him. Still, all he did was
Yeah,
just
he didn't.
paralyze him so he couldn't hurt anyone anymore.
yeah.
And then Joker said, "Nah, this shit ain't fun. If I can't move, I'm gonna just finish it for you then." And then he fully turned his neck somehow. And then he died.
Yeah, he
you know?
killed himself.
So like,
And the thing
yeah,
is,
the Joker literally killed himself because he didn't
Yeah.
want to just be a fucking vegetable for the rest of his life.
literally.
So.
But $10 video ideas, scale random characters like Zabuza May, the kinds that are under the radar. Don't really see anyone do those vids. That's a good idea. Zabuza would
I'm
be an
not gonna lie,
interesting one.
Jay. I might actually watch that movie again. That movie was
Bro,
just
that
so
shit was
fucking
so
good.
good.
And then
Yeah.
the Superman shit, what he does to
Oh.
him,
Dude,
Like,
honestly, that was so
bro,
cool.
he was holding that rivalry card for so long. He's like, "Nah, bitch, I'm gonna son you before I go into retirement."
that Joker scene where he like Joker shoots all those people in that carnival, dude, that was the
Yeah.
coldest shit. Because he was baiting Batman. He was killing people. He was getting chased
Yep.
into that like love tunnel, shooting random ass people, shooting kids and shit. Batman was like, "I'm fucking sick of you." He just beat the fuck out of him and then he killed himself. Batman was like not phased though. He's like, he spit on him. He spit on his body. He's like, "Fuck you." I was like, damn, bro, that's real hate. That's like real. He did not give a fuck about him.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing Joker can't do. He can't, like, even in the Arkham City game. Another scene that came to mind was when he poisoned himself and he poisoned Batman. He told Batman, like, you got it in you now. And Batman didn't give a fuck at first. He's like, if we both die, I don't give a fuck. But then he told him, he's like, oh, but there's a kick to it. I'm poisoned the whole city. So he forced Batman to act at that point. He's like, oh shit. Then now I got
Oh fuck.
because Joker knew that if he only poisoned him, he was just gonna die with him. He doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I'll die with you. I don't give a damn. But he made sure to poison the whole city because Batman won't let other people die. He doesn't give a fuck about himself. He doesn't fear death. But if there's other innocent people, then he'll act. He's like, oh shit. But Joker's smart. Joker knows Batman. He knows how to fucking bait him, how to try to get in his head. Like, Joker's smart, man.
Well,
He's
it's
not
like
dumb. You know?
if Batman does like sacrifice himself to kill off Joker, and like even though like the threat is gone in the meanwhile, like Batman needs to stay alive for the future security of like the
Facts.
said citizen. So it's like
Yeah.
either way, like you don't just take yourself off because like you need to
Yeah.
protect what you care about, you know.
Yeah.
So,
And
but I
that's
get
probably
it though.
why.
That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's probably why he fostered the Bat family too. Like his intention was always to pass the torch, like to like Jason, to Dick Grayson, Nightwing, to Damian, to
He
Tim
was going to
Drake.
do it to Nightwing at first, but Nightwing
Yeah.
always rejected him and didn't take the mantle because he said he didn't want to become
Yeah,
like
like out of
fucking Bruce,
respect.
because that's the only way to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, like out of respect, Dick was very like skeptical. Like even in Arkham Knight,
Yeah.
it's kind of implied. Like he's telling Dick,
Uh-huh.
like, "Hey man, I'm not gonna be around much longer." He's like, "Don't say that, man. You're Batman. Like that's not gonna happen." He's like, "I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's over. It's over, Dick. Like you
Yeah,
got
like Dick could have done it, but like he
Yeah.
just never wanted to do it and never go that far. Because that's the only way you could do it. You have to be like Bruce, basically, to be a Batman. And the only one that could do that was Damian. He was
Yeah,
the only one.
exactly. Like Bruce is very That's why Joker's such a great villain. He just knows what like can get to
Takes an
Bruce.
ick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like killing Jason, fucking torturing Tim Drake, like fucking shooting Barbara in the spine, like fucking like he just knows. He fucking knows how to get to Batman.
And then Tim Drake, he was the only one to match Batman's, not be better, but at least match his intelligence and prep skills as well.
Yeah, I think
he was cracked in
in-
intelligence.
Yeah, I think in the comic books when he found, I think it was Tim, either that or Dick. He found one of them like building a car or some shit. Like they were already like a fucking genius when he found them. He's like, hey, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like I'm
Oh
gonna
no,
take
that was Jason. He was taking the wheels
Oh,
off
you're
the
right,
Batmobile.
you're right. Yeah, it was Jason.
Even though it's a fucking Batmobile and has security
Yeah.
protocols, yet this motherfucker could somehow, as
Bruce-
a kid, fucking
kid.
bypass all that. And
Bruce
take
was
it,
like,
yeah.
I gotta take this kid under my wing. Basically.
He had to. Otherwise,
Yeah.
he'd have been a threat. He had to.
Yeah. Who has more aura, Soldier Boy, Stan, Edgar, or Butcher? That's a good question.
Oh.
Stan Edgar, dude, the coldest moment in
Yeah.
the fucking show was when he sunned Homelander to his face. No powers,
Dude.
no compound
He bitched
V.
his ass, bro.
Yeah, no security, no powers, nobody around. He told Homelander,
I loved
"You're a
it.
fucking failed product, bitch." And he
Yep.
just stood there and looked at him in the fucking eye. Homelander was
Gus.
pissed.
Gus, he's like that multiversal, like just that guy, bro. Like he's his build
so
different.
cold, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's why it's
He
cold.
you want to know why he died in Breaking Bad? He said, "All right, I had enough of this bullshit show. I'm gonna go and bitch out Homelander. He's like a god."
Facts. This is why I think he has more aura. He has no fucking powers. He has nothing, and he
Yep.
fucking sunned
Nothing.
Homelander. Soldier Boy at least
Just
had powers.
intelligence.
Yeah, Soldier
Yep.
Boy when he cucked Homelander, at least he has powers. Like he knew he could take him. But Stan
Dude,
has nothing.
Stan Edgar got dirty though, bro. I hope
Facts.
he comes back with a vengeance, bro.
Oh,
'cause
dude, I
was
want to
just
see him
so
get that revenge on that.
Absolutely.
Like he knew, like fucking Homelander turned his daughter on him and shit. He's gonna want vengeance. That's a fact. Like, he's gonna take
Absolutely.
that shit.
All
yeah.
I'm saying though, Soldier Boy though, he is my fucking favorite.
Oh, he's
The
my
fact
favorite.
that he
Yeah,
straight up
he's my guy.
Homelander, roasted his bitch ass, fought him and said, "Nah, bitch, I ain't scared of you. You're fucking trash," and fucking fought, whatever you name it. Soldier Boy was that guy, bro.
Oh,
He was
Soldier Boy
fucking-
still.
Butcher
Yeah,
is
Soldier Boy is my
Butcher's
favorite
really
character.
sick though too, man.
Yeah, he's my
Yeah,
favorite
Butcher's
character. Like
cool, yeah.
Stan has the most aura because of this. He's just cold. But Soldier Boy is my favorite
Facts.
character. He has some of the coldest moments, like when he told Homelander, like, "You're a fucking disappointment." That shit was cold. Cold ass shit when he
Oh,
told
yeah.
Homelander is like, you're not a fucking upgrade. You're wearing a fucking cape. Like he called him a bitch.
You know,
basically.
yeah, he called him a pussy. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
the one, bro. I'm that guy.
He's like, buddy, you're wearing a fucking cape. Like fucking I was like, oh shit.
I know, like-
he just tells him to his face, I'm gonna sun you, bitch.
Yeah, and then when he wants his approval, like father's approval, fucking Soldier Boy
Yeah,
looks at
yeah.
him. He's like, hey, you would have been a good son if you weren't such a fucking pussy. I was like, god
Yeah,
damn.
that was good call.
That was cold
pretty
as
fucking cold,
fuck.
dude.
Yeah.
And then when he
Yeah.
like fucked up that one bitch that betrayed him too, bro. He had
Oh.
no hesitation, bro.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that's
He didn't
just
give a fuck about her. She's like begging him, like, please
Absolutely.
no. She's like, fuck you. Just blew her ass up. I was
Yeah,
like, damn,
he's a
bro.
war zone, dude.
He's a
Yeah,
war
you
Mongol,
can't
bro.
blame him.
Can't blame him. Like that bitch was the love of his life and fucking turned him into the fucking Russians. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna fuck with
Yeah,
that
for
shit.
what?
For what?
Like, I don't
Like,
even. Yeah, for
yeah.
what? Oh,
Like,
and you know what? I think Stan orchestrated that whole
oh,
thing too,
that's
bro. It's
right.
like,
yeah, it
this
was
is to
Stan.
reinforce that aura, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, Stan's
dog.
that guy. Stan's that guy. Like that's a fact.
Come
He's
on.
that guy. You
Come
can't
on.
fuck with him.
Yeah.
You want to know what's crazy though? I will say this because like we do know Soldier Boy is blatantly like relative
Yeah.
to Homelander, or you could better yet you could technically say equal, but then eventually once he starts fatiguing, Homelander could still outlast, and that's why he starts getting dominated, or he's
Yeah.
only relative at that point. But what I will say this, if Superboy was like, if he was actually there the whole time and he had all those years to get stronger and stronger, bro, he would fucking slam the fuck out of Homelander,
Dude,
bro.
fucking
Like, bro,
that-
if that man gets taken out of that container and he has any remote amount of time to get stronger, oh, he's beating the fuck out of him.
yeah,
'Cause
dude,
that-
that
that's
guy
a
was
Soldier Boy?
cold.
That's a rusty Soldier Boy, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
he do be rusty.
He's not even like prime, like fucking. It's just
It
him
was
coming
hilarious.
out, like, you know, oh hey.
Yeah, when they brought him back to modern reality, he's like seeing the modern reality for the first time. His reaction was fucking hilarious. He's like, bro,
yeah.
what happened, bro? What happened to the world? Why are all men such fucking pussies now? So I was like, damn, bro. Like that's what a war veteran from 1940 would say. If they lived today,
So
they would
mad.
see like the pussies are today and be
Yeah.
like, what happened to all these fucking pussy ass fucking like that's real shit though. I fucked with that shit. I was like, that's real shit.
Single motherhood and attack on masculine people and yada yada.
Like, oh my god, you misogynist! Like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, my Soldier Boy's a real one. That's why I fuck with him. I gotta get
Butcher's hilarious too, though, bro.
Oh,
Like,
Butcher's a
the
dog.
shit he says,
Yeah.
unfiltered, bro. It's
Unfiltered.
Just
No,
crazy,
he's
man.
a dog too. He's a dog.
Yeah, he's a dog. He's a dog
Yeah.
for sure. I fucked with when he got powers. Homelander's like, what the fuck did you do? He's like, you're getting fucked up. I was like, oh shit. That was cold. I love that moment. I love that moment when he fucking
that
went
man
at it.
pulled the fucking kryptonite pills. Like, bitch, I'm gonna
Facts.
beat your ass now.
He's like, oh, Homelander, you're getting shit now, boy.
Remember
I was
when
like,
Starlight called them and she's like, "Yo, if you take this shit, you guys are gonna die, right?" And like she's like, "You're gonna tell like what's his name, Huey or whatever."
oh, Huey, yeah.
And
yeah.
like he doesn't say goddamn thing, bro. He continues on the mission, bro. You don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck. Yeah, he didn't
He's
give
on
a
a
damn.
mission.
He doesn't even care if
Yeah.
he dies. He doesn't give a shit, man.
Literally.
He doesn't give
Well,
a
you
damn.
gotta remember he's lost so much and everything
Yeah.
he even fought for as well. You know, because of a
wife.
Homelander's son. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking like this, like he just has nothing to lose. Like he might as well just complete his mission and kill fucking Homelander.
Yeah, he's
so.
built
Yeah,
like
when
Bruce
his
Wayne.
wife died after
Yeah.
finding her after all those years, I was like, damn, that's sad.
That
bro.
cuts
Like,
deep, bro.
yeah, I mean,
That cuts deep.
like
Yeah,
he was
that cuts
already
deep.
fucked up, and then that happened. I was like, damn, gee.
Bruh. Yeah, bro. That cuts
Yeah.
deep. I was like, that's fucked up. That's some Bruce Wayne shit.
And that-
Like he went Bruce Wayne. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, dude. And his
But-
son killed him, or killed
Oh,
her rather. And
dude.
he's just like,
Yeah.
fuck. Now I have to
Fuck.
raise
And that's a complicated
Yeah.
situation because I wouldn't even know how I would feel about that. Like if I saw this little kid that just killed like the love of my life, I don't
Yeah,
even know what I
man.
would do. Like
That's
I would
rough.
want to beat his fucking ass, but at the same time, it's like fuck, he's a kid. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy, man. The Deep might have the least aura in fiction. The Deep is a fucking bitch, bro. He's a fucking pussy.
Oh, dude.
The deep,
Yeah.
yeah, he was the worst motherfucker.
He's
There was
always
literally
glazing.
noodles
Yeah.
all day, every day.
He's a glazer. He glazes Homelander. He glazes everybody that he wants something from.
Yep.
He's a glazer, bro. He's a bitch.
He's always looking for desperate shortcuts. Clout, wow, it's similar to noodles,
Yeah.
right? You know, you name it.
Facts.
Fucking like the whole fucking up, bro. Like the motherfucker, in order to get some pussy or not even pussy, in order to get his dick sucked, he literally blackmailed her.
Facts, bro. He's the
And
fucking
then when
octopus.
she finally used her brain and then realized, oh, I could just son him. You know what I mean? Like who is this fodder bitch? Then he like immediately is a pussy. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
He's a fucking bitch, dude. He has to fuck octopi. He's a bitch.
That's so
Literally.
weird, bro.
That was funny when Homelander made him eat it. He's like, eat fucking, what was his name? Ted or some shit? Eat Ted.
That
Like,
was
Oh,
crazy.
that was
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
funny, dude.
I was
You
crying,
know what's
dude.
weird? Because like he had like his wife, and he's like, "Yo, can we like introduce like a third partner?" She's
Oh
like,
yeah, it's the octopus.
Let's be real, Jay. Let's be real. All three of us, we would never be sunned like that by someone. If
Fuck
someone
no.
told me, even if we knew they could kill us in a heartbeat, if someone told me to eat some fucking nasty ass bullshit, I'll look him in the eye, dead ass, and be like, "Fuck you, pussy."
Yeah, I'll be like, you're a bitch. Kill me then. I don't give a
Like
fuck.
at least go down swinging, bro. Don't be
Facts.
a fucking bitch.
It's like, I'm not going down
well,
like
it's
that,
because
man.
like he can hear the octopus like screaming and begging for its life too.
Literally.
That's kind of messed up, dude. It's
Yeah,
like,
dude, that was fucked up. Ranku
Like,
has
at
more
the end of
aura.
the day, the whole fucking show, the whole narrative, he's just a bitch.
Dude, he's such a pussy. Like from season 1 to season 3, he's a bitch. It's
Literally
pathetic,
the definition of mankind nowadays.
Literally. Ranku has more aura between Walt, Mike, Lalo, and Gus. To me, Lalo is easily number 1. Really? You think Lalo? To me, Gus definitely number 1.
Gus, yeah.
Honestly,
Did
Mike,
Walt.
dude, Mike is fucking
Oh,
cold.
wait,
Dude.
who is Mike again? Who's that?
He's the guy, like the old security guy Gus had, the old dude.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. No, yeah, he went hard. Yeah, no,
Cold.
Gus, Mike, and
Yeah.
then Walter.
Walter. Lalo was cold. He's from not from Breaking Bad. He's from
What the
fucking
fuck is Lala though?
he's from Better Call Saul. He's from the other show.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I haven't
yeah.
seen that yet.
That shit is pretty good.
So.
It's pretty peak. It's not as good as Breaking Bad, but it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
It's pretty
I've
good.
watched the first couple episodes. I'm just not far into it
Yeah,
yet.
Lalo is very persistent. You'll see how persistent he is with the shit he does.
I saw the movie after for Breaking Bad with
that was good. El Camino
with Jesse. Like I like the ending too. He at least finally found peace and shit.
Yeah, he found peace.
Like
that movie's pretty good. Yeah. But about 2 or 3 more minutes, folks, unless someone donates again.
Yeah.
Did you see Snyder say he wanted Batman to impregnate Lois and cuck Superman? What the fuck? It's weird
What
as
the fuck?
Snyder's on some weird shit, bro. That's an alternate Injustice storyline.
That's not even how Batman operates. Like again, what is like? These are the motherfuckers that are writing DC.
Why would they
cuck
cuck Superman? Out of all people, why would they cuck Superman? What the fuck?
And Superman would never allow that. That's completely
he would hear it,
bro.
He would hear him clapping.
Literally,
like, are you clapping my girl, bitch? Like he would have.
It wouldn't even get that. To be fair, it is Batman, so yeah, it would actually happen. But then the moment he even knows, like, bro, like on site, he like not like. At the end of the day, again, like that would just never even again. Batman would never do that shit.
that would be an alternate Injustice storyline.
Now, what Batman has done in the animated, it was either the show or the movie, I don't remember. Because Superman was like talking shit or whatever, and then Batman's talking shit. You know, it's when they first meet, and then like Superman tries to attack Batman. Batman immediately beats his ass. Like, mind you, no kryptonite, no nothing. Just immediately toss him over his shit, whatever. And he's like, "Don't fucking touch me." And then basically they talk whatever, and then Batman placed a tracker on Superman as well. And Superman also like he looked at him. He's like, "Oh, I figured out who you are." And then Bruce talks some shit, whatever. He's like, "All right, whatever, cool. I don't care. You're a bitch." And then they go their separate ways. But because he put a tracker on him, he saw who he was. Yeah, and he's like holding the binoculars and he does a thumbs up. And he's like, "Yeah, bitch, I know who you are now." And then he fucking disappears. And Superman's like, "Where did he go? I can't see him." Even though, you know what I mean? Like, that happens. And then what he does after, he gets Lois and literally goes on a date.
On a date,
and kisses her, bro. Yeah. Just to flex and be like, "Hey, I got your girl too."
I know.
And
Clark was what a G.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious. And then when Lois was with Superman, she's like, "Oh, Bruce is great, blah blah yada yada." And then he was so butthurt and mad. He's like, "Ugh." At that point, he hadn't rizzed her yet.
He hasn't rizzed her
yet. So
Bruce was like this hotshot billionaire. Clark was just like a fucking normal reporter in her eyes.
Yeah, like, the fact that Batman does that though.
Dude, that was cold.
Something Batman would do. He wouldn't cuck him or do any of that weird shit while he's with her. You know, he wouldn't go that far.
He got a code. He's not playing that shit.
Yeah. He just had to do like the flex, brother card. He's like, "Hey, I'm better than you."
He's like, "Bitch, I got more money than you."
I wanted to.
Yeah. He's like, when he first saw who Batman was, he's like, "Oh, Bruce Wayne," and then he let him know, "Well, I know who you are too, Clark. Clark was like, oh, well
And then
played, boy.
he
Yeah.
immediately takes the girl he's trying to riz and says,
Yeah.
"I could take her right now. Don't test me."
He's like, hey, if you don't chill out, Clark, I'm gonna fuck your girl. He's like, oh shit, I gotta chill out. Like, yeah, but Bruce is built different. You can't fuck with Bruce, bro.
Yeah, like, and then, bro, and then in another, because I think that was a show or a movie. I could be wrong, but then in another movie or show, there's another interaction in this verse. And like Superman's like going to attack, and then Batman's like, you don't kill, you only bruise. Ain't that right,
Yeah.
Clark? And then he immediately
Yeah.
stops. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, how do you know my name? And then he does his cheating bullshit, looks at him, he's like, okay, Bruce Wayne. Batman's
Yeah.
just that guy, bro.
He's just built
he's that
different,
guy.
man. Like
Got no
even
powers, and he's just built
yeah,
different.
even gods are like, man, he's that guy. Like the Justice League knows he's that guy. Like when that one movie where fucking Randall Savage steals his contingency plans and all the Justice League's pissed at him. He's like, you have plans against us? How dare you? He's like, if you don't have plans against me, you're all fucking retarded. I was like, damn. Like flamed the whole
Yep.
league. Like in
Oh
their
yeah,
own
he was
house.
flaming the entire Justice League.
Yeah. I think he was about to quit too. He's like, fuck this shit. I don't need you. I'm out.
Oh
of
no,
here.
yeah,
I was
no.
like,
He straight up says, if you guys are gonna be so delusional and not understand the potential danger of all of us, then I don't belong here. Fuck this team.
That's what he said. He walked on like a bunch of gods. He's like, fuck all y'all.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. Yeah, he's cold as
He
fuck.
walked
Damn,
out on a
homie.
fucking speedster that can go the speed of light and shit.
Yeah,
A god,
Superman, Wonder
Wonder Woman, who's a
Woman.
female god.
Yeah,
A
Bruce is the
fucking
coldest.
Green Lantern, who's like a fucking planetary motherfucker. Like
Planetary, like, dude, that's bad. Only Bruce could pull that shit off, dude. Only Bruce. That's fucking crazy. That's why he's the goat.
And the
like,
funniest
that's-
thing is like whenever any of them try to like flex back or fight back or anything, he always suns them every
He
time. Whether if
does,
it's
yeah.
roasting a competitive battle, like bro, when Green Lantern was talking shit, he immediately perception blitzes him and takes his ring.
He took his ring off.
And he's like, "How'd you do that?" He's like, "Because you weren't focusing, and I can't." Oh no, that's what he says. He's like, you weren't focusing, and then he takes it back. He's like, "You won't do that again." He's like, "Unless I want to, bitch."
He's like, sorry, Kyle.
God damn,
Yeah,
man.
this shit is funny.
like
as fuck, man.
that. I'm telling you, boy. The shows and the movies, he's that guy.
He's
bro,
a Sigma, and like all verses, he's a Sigma. Always.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, every fucking verse. The fucking
Now,
Batman Who
unless it's
Laughs.
Batflick when he's
Oh
a
yeah,
bitch,
yeah,
you
that's
know,
some weird
but-
shit like that. Yeah, that's some weird shit. That's some weird ass shit. But yeah,
Like,
fuck
the
it.
only Sigma energy he had was in the fucking warehouse movie scene where he's like shitting on all those thugs.
Oh yeah, that's the only one. But yeah, folks, that's probably gonna wrap it up. Appreciate you, Dragon Kage, for keeping it going for another 15 minutes. By the way, shout out to Great
Yes, sir.
Ignell, Alexa, everyone for all the donations. Really appreciate it. We got some shit coming for you guys. I'm gonna make is Naruto Planetary. If I can get it done by this week, it'll be out. This time I'll probably script it, unlike the Heavy Sasuke one. I'll probably script this one. And yeah, folks, we got a lot of stuff coming for you. Content.
Kinglion video should be coming soon too.
Yeah,
we'll be
we
doing
got that. Go check the Clips channel. Me packing noodles. That shit was funny. It was insane.
Me and Shinobi are doing
Oh,
third
let's
right.
do
Me and Shinobi are doing a third Raikage versus fourth Raikage video. You guys will like that
Yeah,
as well.
we got a lot of
Yes,
shit for
sir.
you guys.
Look forward to that.
As far as podcasts, webcam streams, get Shinobi to 100 subs, by the way. Go to his shit right
Yeah,
now.
man.
Sub to his
Yeah,
shit.
go
right
sub to
now.
his shit. We do it.
Yeah.
man.
And we're gonna start those
We'll
soon.
definitely make it happen, though.
Yeah,
100%.
June we got some plans. We're gonna let you know what we're not gonna let you guys know what they are yet. We got some plans as far as collabs with for the podcast, stuff like that. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed. And by the way, if you're still watching, make sure to hit the like button one more time. We'll see you next time, folks.